अबे मेरा बैकग्राउंड लाइट वाला ये नहीं मिल रहा है। चालू कर देता हूँ मैं। मेरा अरे माँ कसम www मेरा बैकग्राउंड लाइट वाला ये नहीं मिल रहा है यार। रिमोट नहीं मिल रहा है। एक सेकंड।
EG's own wall sort of gave the escape for Khelraay to slip into Baby Door. Fall back with a couple of his teammates.
Very casual
right now,
and
EG need to
diabolical
put down
start
a little bit of
stream,
pressure,
though.
maybe tap this door, threaten splitting into A and B at the same time. But B, I think, is where they're going to want to finish.
They might have to contend with Dijazine over there, who is one of the players that got a late upgrade into that Sheriff. Wow, clean from Icy. Shot down.
He likes that heaven spot, doesn't he? 2 rounds in a row, he snuck up there.
Real Madrid won.
20
कौन सा
seconds,
game
but
भाई?
shouldn't be any pressure stopping the spike from being
La
planted.
Liga का मैच था आज कोई।
EG with their guns can sort of take these forward lines without too much fear.
We're talking about outrageous performances from Luke Show. I think it's time to call back to what Super was doing last week for EG in that crew win. 2-0 over the team who is now
अरे सीता
the
सेटअप
number
हार हो
one
गई।
seed
That was
out of
obvious।
Alpha.
On this map, at some point, wasn't he like 14-0? It was something
यार रिमोट नहीं मिल रहा है।
I think he
along
ended
those lines.
a 3.0 KD or something.
तलवार रखी है भाई यहाँ पे
I'm
तलवार।
glad to see him back at that level, though, because I think he was one of the legit first-timer in VCT standouts of last year. It was a reason that EG looked like a contender. So I was a bit worried when he started slow here. I was hoping that there would not be a fall-off and perhaps just a temporary lull in the high impact.
Yeah, I mean, if he can keep that up,
No
and
background
you're still
light
having
match
solid
watch.
performance out of Ye in most matches, Icy stepping up too, like this EG team could do some punching upwards.
It is funny because with EG the narrative always seems to be, can X player hit their previous peak?
Alright.
Can we see Rise Superman come back into play? Can we see LCQ Derek? Can we see Peak Ye?
क्या आज NRG से होगा?
All these
NRG
players
का
have
duo
had
die
these
मैंने सुना
moments where
chat।
They have been respected as some of the best.
NRG
and
से होगा
all of
आज।
them trying to find
मेरे को
it
लगता है
again
नहीं
on
होने
this
वाला।
Yeah, Potter said in an interview before kickoff
GG
started,
है भाई।
remember that EG is the team where players
NRG
end
को अभी
up.
छोड़ देना चाहिए मेरे को लगता
Not
है।
by choice, but to redeem themselves. It was something along those lines, and I mean, it's true. But hey, it's like
भाई साहब।
some players that are fired
भाई
up.
मेरे को लगा नहीं होगी आज स्ट्रीम। अरे हो रही है लाला।
Out of there. Yeah, all the names we're talking about, like VCT Americas is just the better version of the DC universe. We got Batman yesterday with
Story में डाल देता हूँ
Superman today.
You were waiting like 45
Yeah,
seconds
you had
to
that.
drop that
Stop
one.
You had that
talking.
in the
It's not my
top.
fault.
You couldn't wait to get that one off.
I'll be here all night.
VCT America's watch party।
Stun aftershock. I
Just
see.
a re-clear back. Rubble. Dijazine doesn't feel too pressured. Oh, wow. Great double face. Shuts him down.
Yeah, and trying to get out of there actually meant that his teammates weren't able to play comfortable like trading
Alia.
lines with him either. So easy for EG. EG again going to go back to last round, tapping the
नहीं
door.
नहीं
but
करो आप
realistically
लाइट
threatening
मत
to put
ढूंढो
back the
मैच
beat.
देखना
The timing
क्या?
on this lurk is impeccable. B side is pretty much open.
ये
with
बोल
the
रहा भाई।
three players all full committing to an A rotate.
And I like that this time around, Nature's doing a lot more selling that they're going through tree.
Yeah,
Last time it was
yeah.
just the drone. This time Nature drops the spike to his teammate, then throws all his utility onto the site. Now he's the late lurk in the Rebel side.
Yeah, gets that Prowler to go through tree, then the C's back site, sells it so well. How do they want to set up this post plan? I do have my eyes on Pancata, who's still over at Mound. Could try to find a time to open the door, backstab while
Look
Louder
at
making the
Icy.
noise.
Same spot again. He's been here twice before. And
मुझे लग
this
रहा
time
है मास्टर
unsuccessful.
टोरंटो
He's gonna try
G2
and play
जीतेगी।
through, but Loud just
नहीं G2 के
finds
मैचेस ही
himself
नहीं
there.
देखे ये बार
Gonna be able
मालूम।
to take all these kills
चलो
and
EG
really
versus
fall back on
Loud।
this post plant now.
It's
भाई
also a
Loud
really
0-4
ugly
है।
plan to play from over and Link here.
मतलब Loud
Yeah,
already
there's
बाहर है
some
chat।
ability to do a bit of
So why are
stalling,
they
but
even
you
playing
got
this game?
Way too much to clear out with the fall line coming back on in.
Surely you want to keep these
Yeah.
guns now. They're going to try and fight.
मैच तो अगला हेवी है ना फिर।
Round is done. Loud win a nice retake there.
I mean, when you're pivoting back into Baby Door
मैं
and the
पीसी ऑफ
retake is
करना
coming
जा
in
रहा था लेकिन
against the
नोटिफिकेशन आ गया
Tejo
डिस्कॉर्ड पे
breach,
तो आ गया बाय द वे
you're
असेंडेंट
so
3 आ गया
close.
गेम
You're
खेलना
never
दिसंबर में
getting
स्टार्ट
back
किया
on the
था।
line to be able to get into fight
Crazy, bro.
when the spike is actually being tapped, and certainly not so when you're at a man disadvantage. It's legitimately hopeless.
Wiz क्लच भाई पता नहीं रे।
This player early definitely hurt them, but I think they just needed one of the two players.
आज मैं दिन में बहुत सोया हूँ, बहुत मतलब कुछ ज़्यादा ही।
They needed a kill there, but
क्योंकि मेरी बॉडी साथ ही नहीं दे रही थी भाई।
pretty nice
ये कौन है
already.
सेकंड वाला?
This round's going to be a bit quicker
कौन
for
जिनका
EG.
भाई?
For their
Look
players leaning
so,
over towards
ये नया
C,
player है क्या
opening
chat?
round.
कब
Last
आया
time
ये?
Pancata got an opener here and
किसके बदले आया है वो
Can't
लुक्सो?
quite achieve the kill this time.
Surprised he didn't get it.
हाँ किसके
He's
बदले आया
down
वो
to
लुक्सो?
21 HP right now. Nature's about to have the Nightfall, collecting that orb.
That'd be a big one. Although I think Luxo over in Waterfall could try to play to dodge this. He realizes.
मिन्नी के भाई मिन्नी तो अच्छा प्लेयर था बनता
Might
है.
not even snap that ulti just yet. It's going to come in, hit 2 players on backside, and yeah, they're completely forced away.
सन
here.
अच्छा
Easy
खेली
entrance
2G
for
के
EG.
अगेंस्ट, लेकिन क्रू के अगेंस्ट तो हार गई यार. क्रू के अगेंस्ट कैसे हार गई उस दिन?
It's going to take a second to come down.
And even at that, because it took them a bit of time, Counting's over here. Oh, and he has the Armageddon. He might find the timing to be able to rip this on tap.
EG 2 all चल रहा है बे.
Not using the ult, just the drone for info to start. But you're right, Spike knocked down. He has the missiles, has the annihilation.
EG are waiting for Superman's lurk to activate. He finally went through B. The rest of the team is going to follow in behind him because they saw all these players
So
rotate
deep.
in. This timing is beautiful. A nice shot from him. Just a molly to stall out and get his team that B site.
Spike planted.
You can see the Tuis and Dijazine. They are so apprehensive because EG are all of
Apprehensive.
the angles, position behind them. Look at the flanks that they have to be concerned about right now before they
EG's
even
macro.
think about going for a retake.
And this is why Super
चल
was
लेकिन
so
रिमोट
successful.
कहाँ गया रहेगा? क्या लगता है
Last
तुम
time
लोगों
he
को?
played
तुम
Lotus,
लोगों के
it
हिसाब
wasn't
से
just because he was shooting.
रिमोट कहाँ गया
Obviously
रहेगा
he
यार
was.
बैकग्राउंड
It was
वाला
because
अपना?
they were calling this macro where he was
Yeah.
continually getting lurks up B and getting into positions
Guys,
exactly
yeah,
like this. And if I was Loud coming into this game, that's what I would have been
मेरे को
afraid
ऐसा
of.
क्यों लग रहा है मेरे
I think
जेब
this
में
has
रहेगा
kind of
कोई
been a
तो?
signature of
चड्डी के?
EG's and probably Potter's
what I was just
style
about to
on
say.
Lotus. Because if
Yeah.
you think back to last year, what was it?
तो
Apoth on the
तो
Cypher,
चड्डी के
always
पकड़
doing
लेगा।
Always going through B.
With the Cypher lurks through B. Super would have the A lurk timings going down. I think this is very much her style of how to play the wide
रिमोट वाले सोफा पे होगा
bomb
तेरे
site
नीचे
map
मेरे
is all about these late round pivots,
मैं बैठा
working
हूँ
into
उस पे।
your lurks and letting
नहीं
your
बे।
individuals find timings to break open the map.
Now they've put Loud in a pretty tough spot with the economy. They are facing a
Under your
dilemma.
Gayat. Shut up, you
Nice way
Gayat.
to just be able to even get one in that situation, given he was sat at 21 HP after taking all that early round spam damage.
So how would you fix the economy?
You'll take it. But how would I fix the economy here?
पीछे।
Saving.
Oh, saving.
Probably
okay.
saving out of the timeout.
Stop spending so
My
much money.
expert
Okay.
opinion.
That's a really wise take from you. STK is going to grab a timeout here for Loud.
गायब हो गया,
There's
literally गायब हो
been
गया.
rumor mill about the future of Loud, what's going to happen to them. 'Cause
भाई,
obviously,
मेरा
rumor mill
table
made
ना
up with like the Champs
सबसे
2023 coming into this
गंदा
game, but
table of
these
this
two orgs
universe
used
होगा,
to be
मजाक से हट
the
के।
best
सब
two
है
orgs
मेरे table
in
पे, सब।
Americas, and now it's been a pretty far cry
CPU
from
की
this.
उस side
This
भी
has
नहीं
been
है।
the worst year for Loud they've had as an organization.
Hold on, are those Sentinels fans
ये
screaming
टेबल
somewhere?
कब बनेगा भाई नया? आई सॉरी ये
They don't want you to talk about
stage कब
2023
वापस आएगा,
Sentinels.
chat?
Pull up the VODs if you're gonna go that way.
No.
टॉयलेट में
No.
टॉयलेट में कैसे लेके गया
This
रहूंगा
team
मैं?
have had
पागल
a
है।
very strange
पागल इंसान।
2025 though. They were shockingly good at kickoff after having an abysmal offseason, and now are shockingly
Google कर
0-4.
लो,
Like,
wow.
I mentioned the Luke Show stat earlier.
table
where he's
are a
top
new stage in
fragged
लोग का।
5 out of their 6 maps since debuting. All their series are going
गुंडा
to
भाई,
3.
DG.
Like, they're winning maps that are keeping
DG
it
versus
close.
Loud, कौन जीतेगा?
but
भाई
they
जिस हिसाब
cannot
से
get
फॉर्म
it
चल रहा है
over the
Loud
finish
का।
line at
EG
any
जीतनी
point,
चाहिए
which
2-0।
leads me to believe that they are on the cusp of being one of the really solid teams that we have. It's just something needs to click. Like one more little thing needs to go right for them. They need to figure out.
Unfortunately, it's too late for that this season. They're looking ahead.
वो
to
अच्छा
stage
क्लासिक है
two.
बे इनका Loud का।
Are they going to try and be like 2023 Crew if we're talking about those teams where it's like every series is close?
Chat,
but
Valo
they
Mobile
can't
का
quite
trailer
get a
देखे
win?
तुम लोग?
And
That
then
was
they
their
go on a run.
winless year.
Yeah.
Just go crazy in LCQ.
Yeah.
I could
There's good
genuinely
things
see
there's
Shot
something
गुंडा
like
भाई। Smoke her
They're
down।
gonna make it to champions. Don't worry, Wyatt. There's a big championship point on the line for this game. I know you love that narrative.
That is true. We gotta fit that in one time.
big one.
You redeem your free champion point narrative once.
It's like a Dave and Buster's
We're,
ticket.
we're never mentioning it again.
They have the big prizes. They got to come up with some small prizes too.
I mean, by the way, Dijazine finding
That's
that
done.
opening kill and controlling Mound has allowed everyone to rotate over to
Oh, you gotta hit that.
How?
Yeah, 'cause
Bro
no
ये
one
कौन
else
सी
has
ऐसा
gone.
थोड़ी ना खेलता था भाई पहले।
Oh, I'm not quite sure how this outlaw is
Bro.
supposed to just peek through a smoke and get a kill. It seems
It's
like
whips
it's
all
Oh
day.
my
a problem.
God.
Oh my god.
भाई ऐसी
good.
Loud नहीं खेलती थी भाई, ये क्या टीम आ गई?
Let's just
somewhat disastrous.
let's see if
and
EG
real
can close this out cleanly without having to use any of their
भाई मैं
ultimates.
WWE नहीं फॉलो कर रहा यार।
I'm gonna say, yeah.
I'm gonna
Also,
say,
Icy
yeah.
can one-shot either of them. Also, he has the showstopper. Also, Derek is an Armageddon. I mean, this is...
I'm
yeah,
gonna
this
say
is gonna be a
Nature's
tough one.
position on drop wraps up this round without an ulti, I think. That crossfire is pretty nasty.
Plenty of
Heavy,
oh my
heavy
God, they got
retake,
a
heavy,
DG
heavy
slides,
retake
and
बनता है।
Now it's just
Oh
nature.
1v1
He might wrap up the round in the end.
ना 2 रे।
I'm telling you.
No ults used, but they didn't want to have to win it like this.
Love that smoke.
No charges.
He is so trapped here. But Penkata is 1 HP. He's scared to get sick onto the defuse. Not even
Bro,
halfway.
time
There's
nahi hai.
no
Oh
time.
my
This round's over.
god.
And guys, they didn't use it all. What a clean anti he's got.
That was really clean.
That was, I mean, that was a pretty cool attempt from Loud, though. Respect. I liked using Digizine sent
Pata
out
nahi
that
recorded.
fast lane. It cuts off the angle that you were calling out with Nature, where he was going to be the pivotal backstab. Can't help the players in tree, and as that's happening, Penkata
मुझे तो 100T पे
goes to
G
the
वाला
door, gets
कर्स लग रहा है,
spam kill.
because when Bang
A
left,
cool
100T
attempt,
and John
yeah.
sent,
This,
he's just
that
popping
was
off.
an unfortunate little moment.
Well, I think
yaar.
unfortunately for EG, like
Crew
Digizine
हार-
shouldn't be
crew
taking that
कैसे
fight. I
जीती
don't
भाई
think he
100T के
knows there's
against?
like a one-way smoke.
Crew
that could be
danger
coming
team
off
लग रही है
line.
भाई,
If
मतलब.
Louder- Man, if Louder a little crisper, I think, in
Crew
the
बहुत
comms
pop
of
off
how to
कर
set
रही है
up
भाई.
that fight, I think that should have been a pretty easy
100T
win for
उसको
them.
भी बिठा दी, मतलब heavy हो गया भाई scene.
And there's that up top haunt that is just being thrown every single round. For
Oh, how?
God.
Every
Bro,
round
वो
is a
उस पे
CP.
था भी नहीं.
I think you just saw the legs. Perfect.
भाई
offset
योई को ही
placement.
मार रहे हो बे
But
हमेशा.
think about the last, like,
क्या
what,
scene है
3
ये?
rounds, whether it's Digizine or Pankata, a couple times it's been either big damage or just a first kill on the C space.
Yeah, Pankata is one of the omens playing C that you will find to be far more willing to take early fights. He's way more aggro. Like, he will commit far more often than other omens will in that same position.
When we're talking about the Trauma Descent fans, it was 2023. That's when everyone was so doubtful of Penkata on controller. He honestly didn't look super comfortable in the role. I think he's, kind of coming to his own here now. But the ult's coming in. It's going to be a fast CT.
जमा हो गया भाई.
There's a little gap past that Armageddon. Surely Icy's rocket should end this. And
Oh,
okay.
ends a little bit
Wow,
more than he wanted
beautiful
to.
ICG.
Yeah, nice
Beautiful.
trade from Icy to help out Luke Show there.
3v4.
Oh, he traded himself.
Yeah.
Planted.
भाई
Save
अल्ट
yourself.
अच्छे खासे है. Loud
Good
पे.
deal, 1 for 1.
अच्छा retake कर सकते हैं.
Still, Kalamazine has been chilling with this Armageddon, by the way. And
Oh,
that's
this ult
going
is
to be
huge.
pretty good at getting someone out of the pit or killing someone in the pit.
इसके पास missiles भी है.
Fault line to set it up as well. Should be coming in.
Bro.
The stun is perfectly placed. That was really nicely done.
Viper survives?
Super's kept us online the entire time. EG are trying to play off.
Good stun by.
Get the opener. It all goes back to Derek now. Spike's not in a great spot for him, and it's just a whole lot of nothing. For
अच्छा
Derek in that
गावत.
position. Loud will take their second round.
For me,
पर
one of
मुझे
the
लगा
things
है,
that's
I
been
thought,
unfortunate
I
for
think
Loud
Crew
in
got
these
lucky on
recent
Send
games
that
is
day.
They can't seem to
अगर वैसा बोलना है तो
individually get
I
enough
feel
players online at
Crew
the
के
same
against
time,
2G
which I know is
lucky हो
kind of
गई and Crew
basic to
plays
look
good.
at, but it's like you have Luke Show and Digizine. Back
Crew
in
was
kickoff,
literally better than
Kalamazine
Sen
was
that
a
day, 'cause मैंने देखा था वो
multi-kill
first
menace.
map.
He was getting 3Ks constantly, and he's had a couple
हेलो मोबाइल का
bad
ट्रेलर
games
का है.
in a
देखना
row.
YouTube पे
But
भाई
you
डाले.
gotta
मैंने भी
feel
YouTube पे
like
ही
if they can get those 3 in prime form, that should be a sick, sick team.
Did I say that Penkata was playing playing? I got it
He was
twisted.
playing Sentinel.
I
You got
it
it twisted, but I didn't want to do the thing where I'm like, actually, he was
Actually,
playing Sentinel
but
and
also
wasn't
I
good
was
on that,
just-
and then they
Yeah.
needed him
I had
back
it
on
twisted.
controller. You
Other way
kept it
around.
too twisted.
I feel like you need to be in charge of like keeping us honest about
Yeah.
Loud, because you sound like
Okay.
Loud's
Background light
biggest
नहीं है तो
fan.
ऐसा मरेला
Like, just-
feeling आ रहा है ना
No,
यार.
I am a
Yeah,
believer.
come on,
I really am a believer, and I came into this year with no belief because their off season was
Please, what do you
pretty
like?
horrific,
All right,
and
well,
they
sell
immediately
me
made me
this
believe.
round, Wyatt.
Sell you this round?
Yeah, give me all the bias in the world.
This
They
guy.
have guns and EG have classics.
I was hoping for
That's-
something a
that's
little
my
bit more
sell.
passion than that, but sure.
Player
You don't need
You're like
passion when
that
you're
guy.
correct.
You're like this. Sell me this pen, except you just desperately need a pen.
Yeah.
It's just like the most obvious. Do you want to write something? Great.
Yeah.
It was,
Remote
रिमोट तुमको अच्छा नहीं लग रहा. हाँ
I'm
ना बनता है.
gonna be real.
पर वो खुद को अच्छा नहीं लग रहा.
Loud are in a pretty decent spot now, as they've gotten several ults. They're getting.
PGT बहुत खराब खेल रहा है. हाँ क्या? भाई गुंडा भाई तो डेंजर प्लेयर थे यार.
Looking pretty nice.
Yeah, nice shooting from Luke Show there. Pretty easy targets though, all things
I mean,
considered.
he's playing off his own flash, his wall. He has the thorns there too. Like, good
Every
setup.
Vize's dream.
Yep. Even got to send that guy. Icy's like stuck on top of his wall for a little bit of an easy kill.
क्या बात है?
Coach Potter going to call a timeout because it seemed like they were in control of the game, and all of a sudden it slipped out of their hands. Their economy is going to be on the line, and they don't really have ults to play with anymore.
Well, I think we might have a
Arush, thank you for the 100 rupees on Super Chat. अच्छा लग रहा है वैल्यू मोबाइल जिस तरीके से दिखाया है एंड 60+ GB गेम को कंप्रेस करके मोबाइल पे देना इज एपिक। क्या लगता है आरुष भाई कितने जीबी का होगा वो? मतलब मेरे को इतना आइडिया नहीं आया, जितना मैंने देखा उससे कुछ इतना आइडिया नहीं आया, मैंने पूरा भी देखा नहीं वो ट्रेलर। Thank you for the huge 100.
It does seem like Loud is able to come back a little bit here. EG was using the previous timeout to get themselves back.
10-12 GB का।
This is one to get that back.
Cool.
Seems like they're taking it pretty serious.
Pretty serious.
BGMI कितने जीबी का है?
They're locked in.
Thank you for the sideline.
मतलब इंस्टॉल वगैरह होने के बाद।
Next time he's going to be listening to Loud.
I played it was about 6 GB.
I can't
After
wait
installation
for that
कितना है
It
PUBG?
could be
BGMI?
a tonal vibe check, you know?
Right.
Something along those
The
lines.
decibel level is.
I'm
That's
looking,
all I've got.
I'm seeing some sort of
14-15 GB का रहता
a
है।
clash coming up.
With the 8 players on A, give it away.
और Boomchik Booyah?
Well, he could be in a tough spot.
भाई अल्ट खोल दिया डिफेंस वाला।
What am I looking at?
They don't have follow up
And they are not pushing it. What?
Somehow.
Is
दो
Cowan
जन
doing
इधर
nothing
थे,
to you?
लाउड
No,
कुछ
he's
नहीं
something to me,
थी।
but he died earlier.
Okay, well, look, Show is there for 2 kills, but Ye's got the res.
Run away from Ye.
What in the world was that?
Think Ye's gonna be able to
Let
find
that
it.
expire? No, there's no way.
That's why I keep going. Love you, Pranjal. Pranjal
Not
and
tough when
Chalwar.
nature
Thank you for the
plants
40
spike
rupees,
and has a
Baba.
nightfall to
Thank you so much.
pop
Keep
up when
watching,
the
Lala.
comes in. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Face your fear.
They're going to use it immediately. Spot 2 players towards spawn. Maybe makes you a little sus of the flank coming through.
Ooh,
Why
but
side
now
भी use
no
हुआ है?
guns left for the EG players on site. Still, I don't know if Loud can scale so quickly off that.
3v3.
That seems like a sort of worthless ult, apart from like being scared of getting pushed.
Right.
themselves.
उसने अल्ट किया है और उन्होंने
Loud
पुश ही
still
नहीं
have to
किया।
retake the site.
They still
World
have a
खत्म हो
stun
जाएगा।
on 2E's.
खत्म हो
Flash
गया।
as well. There's good util for this. Luxio dives into the site. But it's a tough setup to break.
Bro,
here,
he
especially with
missed
Derek
the
getting that kill.
flash.
That'll secure some space, but he'd love to get another. Keep the missiles alive. Time getting real low for Loud. They need to get on this spike now, but Derek and Super, they shut it down. Good post.
वो ब्रीच अल्ट भी बहुत डायबॉलिकल था और वो वाइस अल्ट भी बहुत डायबॉलिकल था।
On the retake.
There's a Rise duo narrative in there somewhere. With Superman
You
and Derek
work on
winning that.
finding that. You work on
Well,
finding
I
that.
mean, it was right there. It was Derek and Superman, and they, you know, they.
So
won the
Rise
round
used to be a
together.
North American Valorant team these guys played on. Anyways, I will say I like how EG have been
Boomchik
playing
Booyah
these
2
days
GB का है,
post-match. Think about,
इसलिए
like,
वो
every time they
लोग
get
खेलते हैं,
spiked
मालूम
down here,
ज़्यादा।
They're always trying to
वो
take drop
एकदम
control and play
छोटे
the
से
drop
छोटे फोन में भी
triangle.
चलता है ना।
They're not really
Yeah.
playing out into rubble or
हर एक के
grass
पास
right? They're
पैसा नहीं
really
रहता रे
betting these
महंगा
kills on
फोन
site.
लेने
Yeah,
का।
maintaining that nice crossfire. All right, EG stabilizing out of the Potter timeout.
Maybe that's a chance for Vansili's report on, you know, the #1 fan of Vietnamese super team Rise.
Is he also back there listening to things?
I don't think he's listening to things.
Okay.
I just know he loved
I
that
think he's
game.
just
is
watching
true.
Rise VODs right now.
Bunny suit.
He's
He's
actually not
prepping for the desk. Yeah, he's watching VODs from
hopping around.
2022.
And in their game against Luminosity, they looked so good.
Right? Or The Guard, perhaps? Ghost Gaming?
Oh, I miss Ghost Gaming every day. That's my Roman
Except-
Empire.
Yeah. The good times.
They're back in Valorant now. Very different team, though.
Are they?
I
You can
think
still
so.
rep the set?
No, I'm talking about Ghost.
Oh,
Exit.
that's tough.
EG made a lot of noise towards C, and they did draw the rotates there, but Loud have
Oh, this
been
drone will
able to
reveal
insert
everything.
Dejazine all the way far forward.
I feel
on
अभी
the
वापस से
bubble,
फेंक के
so
वो
it's going
करके
to
वो
be
लोग सी जाएंगे क्योंकि सी
Worried about it,
रिक्लियर
though, 'cause
किया
there's still
था
a fault line.
लाउड
Series
ने।
is holding out in his
Yeah,
hands.
exactly.
हाँ वही
Caught it
कॉल
in
है।
a good spot. He's
But
good
now
for it
what they
again.
will
This
do?
guy is
Always winning this.
Such a beast at Mound. How
30
many
seconds
opening
left.
picks has he got?
He's so confident fighting there. He really doesn't give it up.
Ooh.
Wow. Lovely timing from Ye to even things up. Passes through the wall. This is going to cause some chaos for Loud on the rotates.
But the flash getting the ping while the wall up is telling Loud that there is the lurk coming in. So they're fully aware of this. Pancata's going to fall back. And with 10 seconds left, don't...
Crazy lurk by Yoy bhai.
Kill there. Flat
Crazy
on the
lurk.
chance of the round. They're pushing forward to try and stop this spike from going down. 6 seconds left on the clock. That's a big kill.
No
Flatters gonna
way.
be able to take the round
No
with
way they
time
lost
left to
this
play
round,
out.
bro.
4K from Pancata.
चार मारा
That is
पनकड़ा।
lovely from Pancata. He has single-handedly been winning loud.
That was hell nah round.
towards the
I
C
thought
side
by
of the
this
map.
was an easy
Most
round for
teams
them.
are heavy stacking Vice util or doubling up in this area, but he has been a lone C constantly,
Loud just put
winning.
one
Oh
man
my
there, and it's good enough.
god.
No,
Spray transfer is
Why
massive.
kya mara do
Normally it's
bhai?
the Vice doing that. That's
Yeah.
what we've
Hell
seen
nah.
the majority
Hell
of the time on
nah
Lotus
can
in
play
this
by
stage one.
Pankada.
But I do think
Solo.
one thing that EG are sort of missing in their comp with like
ज़्यादा fake
lack of
खेल गए.
reach is
बराबर
that
किए वो लोग.
lack of, like, very
लेकिन वो
fast
दो मारा ना
firepower
उधर ही
from
खत्म हो गया
Loud.
round.
Just dive the player, playing up into that space, and Loud just continue punishing that, right? Because there's always time for Digidin to be able
गुंडा
to
भाई
slide
it's
away and
online.
cut it and
गुंडा भाई ने
teleport
अपना
out.
चेन नहीं पहना क्या?
EG just aren't
अच्छा
putting enough
गावत
pressure down
पहनने
there
का ना
early
भाई.
to take
गुंडा
that
भाई
space.
गुंडा बन के नहीं आए भाई इसलिए आ
Definitely
रही है.
not,
अच्छा
because
गावत.
they die walking out towards
वो
Mount.
क्यों नहीं पहने यार
Okay,
गुंडा
I
भाई
mean,
ने?
Digidin, to be fair, he did take a lot of damage, but picks up the ally on this round. Just knows the EG economy is cooked.
And that's a big trade-off you're making when you pick the double.
मैं अभी
control
आधा
comps
घंटे
with
पहले
this
चेक
space
किया कि आज
of
स्ट्रीम
something
हुई
like
कि
what
नहीं, फिर
G2 play with
नोटिफिकेशन
the
आ गई.
breached
लगा
Teo,
खेल किधर
right?
रहे ये
You're
लोग?
always gonna have
क्या
a big
मालूम भाई
stretch
किसी
with
के घर पे
the
सेटअप
vi-
बना
the
के लिए
Viper
ले.
wall towards A, being able to send lurks B.
गुंडा भाई with another
constantly
kill.
when
Wow,
you're playing the
beautiful.
Viper, but without the breach, it makes execing a lot harder. You really have to rely on like those late lurks into B that we were talking about.
And Kata's just jiggling, getting some damage off on Superman as Loud are gathered up to nullify this pressure towards A from EG.
Oh, only one guy made it in. That's not gonna get it done.
अटक गया ला भाई. दरवाजा बंद हो गया उसके मुंह पे.
On the board at this point.
Andalusia flawless victory for Loud this round. Beautiful,
You are
amazing,
Definitely
magnificent.
happy with getting 5 rounds on Lotus defense so far.
I would be.
It's pretty nice. And also in that round, Kaunzin got enough kills to get the Armageddon ready for this subsequent one where EG are going to once again have their economy on the line. Opportunity for Loud to get, you know, theoretically
What to
two
say,
here if
Arush
they
bhai?
can just win round 11.
And now you have two of the best ults in the game, the Annihilation from the Teo, as well as the little finger gun from the Neon. Where is my friend?
I don't know what that one's
Guys, I know the ultimate names, I
I
promise.
have never remembered what the Neon one is called, I'm going to be honest.
I
It's just
like
a
the
lightning
zappy
gun.
Overdrive.
Overdrive.
Overdrive बोलते भाई मेरे को पता था नियॉन अल्टी का नाम.
Annihilation Deadlock.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
भाई
Armageddon.
literally मुझे पता था ओवरड्राइव
I
बोलते भाई
chose
नियॉन की
again
अल्ट
to
को.
not
फिंगर
own
गन बोली भाई.
actually, it's Armageddon.
Hell nah bro.
Fun fact, Annihilation, also a movie that was on Kaplan's top list.
Oh yeah, and
There you go.
This is a
From
good film.
Letterboxd.
Crazy callback.
If you're
Natalie
watching the show
Portman.
yesterday, you know what we're talking about.
Digidin gets pushed away. Nice util to kind of contain the space, but Icy has made it out.
It's going to be all the Prowlers gone for nature. Basically, I mean, that's just all of his utils straight up gone right away just to get into rubble.
हार्बर अल्ट का नाम क्या
They're
है?
still not
हाई
really
टाइड.
comfortable. There's a gap here for Digidin to play with.
Hey, look, it's the Armageddon!
Oh
It
shit.
is. He's gonna be able to.
Oh,
do it
shit,
away.
cooked, bhai.
Supa gets a double kill.
The classic Armageddon, leave a gap, put the
No,
missiles
that's a
there.
pistol.
Oh my God, Lucio.
Reckoning.
I'm not sure if
Ah.
I'm excited about
Can
the
we fire
player,
this
mad
guy?
about your joke.
Can we get anyone here for this try? Could this just be a cast and
This
not a
is
try
tough.
cast?
30 seconds left.
We can make it normal. Wait, what are EG doing? For a second, Icy was going over into B, but the spike stuck in tree. He's going to be able to plant.
You got 2 strikes on jokes. one more and you're out of here.
No more funny business. I'm locking in.
10
Your world का
seconds
नाम
left.
बता.
He's going for a fight here. While the fight
Dimensional
comes down,
drift.
but no one is over there. It's around
बराबर है
number
chat?
4. 2 retaking from stairs. One's going to go late through tree. Missiles up.
Good clear from EG, knowing no one's coming at them from heaven.
Armageddon.
A rewrap could be big from Icy.
Yay has to really do so much here. Icy's low on HP. He's missile out. There's
ma.
a Ignite.
हल्ले.
Luke Show. It's a banger shot, and surely that's
निकाली
the
भाई
round.
Loud back to back
Icy
round
brings
निकाली.
the party
3
in.
rounds निकाले back to
Instead,
back.
The Brazilians are
EG के
shooting today,
timeout और
man.
कुछ फायदा नहीं
Lucio
हुआ.
and Pancata look clean.
And that was some good retake utility as well. Again, I mean, 2 times in that
Flow
round.
world
we
का
saw
नाम बता. भाई उसका
Armageddon
नाम बहुत
push
dumb
someone
है
into
कुछ
a
तो.
corner, into missiles.
One more life के ऐसा कुछ तो है
I
ना?
can't remember which player it was, but whomever was, yeah, it was forced back into
Not
waterfall
die
there,
yet.
missiles come
Don't-
out, and then they're on
no
the
die.
angle and they get a free kill when he has
ऐसा
to run
कुछ
out
तो
and
नाम है.
take
Not
those
dead yet.
missiles.
हाँ.
Nicely
देखा भाई
done
मेरे को
from
पता था
Loud.
कैसे पता नहीं मुझे.
But at least with EG getting the spike down, their economy's not too bad. They have a pretty
Right.
fair buy for this last one.
But they keep running into this issue of the opening fights, Loud are taking the advantage in. EG need to get back to what was working earlier in the half.
Crazy
They're
हो रहे
playing
हैं.
the map a lot more slowly. Not getting caught out by these stacks of Loud, which again, Loud have managed to put 2 players towards C. Again, Pancata is getting this kill.
Yeah, I would love to know the first kill
ये
stats
3 बार
for
मर रहा है
this
भाई उधर.
half
I
right
just
now.
personally
It's like
counted
all
5
Loud.
of them
Yeah.
from him on C.
Oh,
Insane.
And yet this
Bro,
is the first
how?
round to Jazin is there. Good trade though from Icy.
Yeah, it's nice. They actually even this one out 4v4. They still have the Rage
आईसी का
rocket
अल्ट
as
आ
well
गया
for a
है
rehyit
और
here.
ये राउंड भी आईसी अल्ट से खुद को मार देगा.
And you've got Loud drifting towards C on account of Luxo over towards A, just hard facing from stairs, has that sheer wall, is obviously
Yeah.
going to hear if anyone opens
वाइस
the
अल्ट
door.
का क्या है
And then
bे?
you can pop the flash off the door to see if
Exactly.
anyone actually
Yeah,
Bro,
wants to
वाइस
cross
अल्ट का
in.
एक्चुअली
yeah.
नहीं पता मेरे को.
Really
आइडिया ही
info
नहीं
on
है
the
वाइस
side of
अल्ट
the
का.
But still, I like the pressure that EG are putting down. Even by slowing down the round, now that it's 4 players, you know that it's very hard to hold all of the different lanes to get into a site.
Annihilation.
Pancata
तो डेडलॉक
still
के क्या
gets a
क्या
kill
है?
there. He's backpedaling, stuck within the
Oh
sea.
my
How did he
god.
get that one? No, that would have been devious.
I really thought he was going to for a
30
moment.
seconds left.
It's low time though for EG, but Supa's lurk is successful.
Steel
on B.
Garden.
Yeah, he's able to sneak in from A through Baby Door to B.
And he might have a kill and spawn here. Luxo's coming back to check on him.
Yeah, the thing is, Luxo knows some
Luxo
time
bhai.
down. Oh, what a flick!
Superman!
This
Damn.
guy's nasty.
He'll get the plant too.
10
For the
That'll
pit.
get him
Yeah,
the
that's going to
ultimate.
get the pit.
मरा
Oh my God, he's
मरा
taking
मरा.
that.
Somehow sneaks out of it.
कैसे
Stone
बचा
in.
भाई वो?
Louder trying to get ahead of this utility, but the pit's already spread.
ओए
They're gonna start to get decayed down. Shorty ready in the hands of Superman.
नहीं निकाल
Has to
पाएंगे ये
push in
लोग
as
ये राउंड.
well. And the Shorty not enough. Cowanzina gets one,
1v2.
but Nature, as the pit drops, puts it into a 2v1 for 2Es.
मेरे तो स्टिक करता.
Conditions are good though.
No util to play with. Nature's
मेरा तो
just
स्टिक
trying to
करता.
take this
अभी और कुछ
passively,
यूटिल नहीं है.
play around the delay from the missiles, almost a timing.
enemy
And
remaining.
that's a kill. 2Es. 1v1. Sticks it halfway, but the swing.
What?
Ow! 2Es. I don't think
But
he
he
has
just
the
doesn't
time.
have the time. That was a nasty, no, nasty shot though.
उसने मिडल फिंगर दिखाया.
Oh my God, that's a
He was so close to getting it half as well.
delay moment.
लाइव ब्रॉडकास्ट पे
Oh my God,
मिडल
Derek's
फिंगर बताया
crazy.
उसने.
Actual, barely the perfect timing from Derek.
But closing out the half 6-6 off of just
I think Loud are going to be happy with
Half
this.
क्यों नहीं हुआ?
For sure.
Absolutely.
You're always, I think you're always
नहीं
gonna
हुआ
be
था रे
happy with
हाफ.
6 rounds on Lotus defense
I
for the
literally-
most part, but given the fact that, damn, that was close. But given that EG started off so hot, and then they were able to
हम
get
lost
back
हुआ था भाई,
into
हम
it,
lost.
respect to them for that. And Pancata
रेड कार्ड भाई.
17, goddamn.
रेड कार्ड. थैंक यू फॉर
6-6
दिस
with the
टाइम
half.
आउट.
Loud
जाके
looking
रेड कार्ड
strong
दो
here.
उसको.
We'll have to see if they can close the map.
Oof, stuck paying for that old phone? Don't be. You know, at Verizon,
Long time
they'll
no
pay off your
shishi
phone.
with this phone, bro.
And you'll
What's
get
up?
iPhone 16 on us. That's a value of up to $1,600.
एमवे किधर दिखा भाई? ये लोग खोपचे में क्यों खेल रहे हैं? हाँ ना भाई, उन लोग को है ना एक्चुअली जगह नहीं मिल रही है. क्या भाई इतना डेंजर रीजन होने का फायदा? इतना डेंजर टीम्स के रीजन होने का फायदा जब भाई खेलने ही नहीं मिल रहा. अरे बैठ मत, रिमोट ढूंढ इस टाइम में. ऐसा बोलता है. ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है. अरे ये गाना बजता है रे, ये गाने पे ना कॉपीराइट मिलता है, फिर मेरे को 100 रुपए मिलते हैं एक स्ट्रीम से, वो 100 रुपए भी चले जाते. वो होता है, समझो. लीग ऑफ लेजेंड्स की टूर्नामेंट ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है भाई. कौन सी टूर्नामेंट चल रही भाई लीग ऑफ लेजेंड्स की? ये क्या सीन है भाई? अरे माँ कसम भाई, दर्शन को रिमाइंडर भेजता हूँ यार. वो आने कब वाला है मैं भूल गया था.
Second half about to get underway here. Loud at 6-6, and I think the story of the first half was Pancata. He has started this game 17-5, and in 4 out of 12 rounds, a third on defense, he got the opening kill, just swinging C long.
Yeah, on his own. No supportive utility, no players next to him, no nothing. This guy's just getting it all done.
And now I'm going to steal the point that you made while we were waiting for the timer to go down to 0 so we could talk about the game again, which
And
is
by
that
you mean me.
are tied 6-6 on the scoreboard.
Oh, no, that's
and
my
none
point
of their players are
was-
positive. None of them?
That's
That's
crazy.
great. Did you notice that,
I
Chris?
didn't even
Did you
notice
pick
that.
up? All right, Loud, they're fast to get into rubble off that neon speed.
And they're pretty much always going to win this A-Rubble, or this, the A-Rubble fight here with the stun Neon combo. Those agents are just so strong at taking this space.
EG, they have definitely loaded this side of the map with players, though. Emphasis on tree control. You know, you're going to have Nature take contact here, try and distract. So Icy can swing! Oh, but shut down straight away. Nature nice taps with the classic, 2 for 2.
It's Pankata again, though, getting a double there. Puts this round, at least for EG's hands, into Yang.
Who's the raid boss with the overheal? The speed picks up the ghost.
150 health now with that ghost. He wants a fight.
Yeah, lost the overheal now, though. But the rest of his team has showed up.
Derek has 1 stun. That's their only way to get past this smoke.
Done,
In it
chat.
goes. EG
हमारा
flooding
reef
to the
supply
side.
आ
Oh, the
चुका है.
stun. 2 he swings, and Pankata's got his back
हमारा
as
resupply
well.
आ चुका है, chat, इसका.
1v2, but he cannot pull it through.
W Darshan
Yeah,
bhai.
pretty normal behavior to have 20 kills after 13 rounds on Pankata.
So
Unreal.
insane. Completely dismantles that tree hold from EG. That
भाई ऐसा
did get
depression
the
में क्यों है गुंडा
intended
भाई?
value if he was not in god mode, just finding all these kills.
Playing
Bro,
like this
what
British
is this
Western
ghost,
mode.
chat?
Like why does Pankata not miss? This is
Yeah.
definitely the why does he not miss game. 25-6, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it took to the fourth
What?
guy he killed to actually
20
miss
kills,
a headshot.
5 death है Pankata. Bro.
We get to see the difference between these two comps now as Loud
Danger Ghost
want to
दिख रहा है
take
ना?
space over towards C-Mount. Oh, guess what? They have a breach stun and immediately nullify the angle where they were getting cooked by
Nullify
Pankata in the
angle.
first half.
Yeah, and we'll see, like, this round they're playing a little more contained to see if EG actually fully step up, but, like, if EG
I
do
see,
start
हमेशा मेरे
taking the
जैसे ही
round
खेलता
fight
है.
like we saw from Pankata, you will just see rounds where Loud will rip the breach stun, send the Neon flying forward. And it's just, it's less expensive than even having, like, the Raze, because Raze double satching into the space, you're out of that for the round. Neon can just follow up so easily from the breach you dealt to punish.
ये haircut shabby लग रहा है. क्या बात कर रहा है? मुझे तो अच्छा लगता है भाई ये
Opening
haircut.
against Icy as well, that is swift. And it was, in the meantime, that Lauer making all that noise towards C, proccing the door, and immediately pivoting, back to that space game, getting an opening site to take.
The way he swings corners with, like, it almost seems like he has perfect info. I think the player he reminds me most of is, like, watching Primi when he debuted in Pacific. With that, like, really precise, perfect crosshair placement, always ready for the perfect angle. I mean, it's just been
Yeah,
so
that's
impressive
sick
for
intuition.
Luke showed that he's on a winless team, and he's still looking this good.
And it's why I feel like Loud are on the cusp of being like a top 4 contending team, which I know sounds like cope, but I swear it's true.
I'm trying to think of some other, like, really
क्या बात है भाई, Loud मार रही भाई.
debut performances of players, of rookie players. It's definitely one of if not the best we've seen from an individual.
आपको ऐसा नहीं लगता आपको थोड़ा ऑफलाइन वैलो ग्राइंड करना चाहिए? टाइम नहीं मिलता भाई.
Sure. I'm thinking in America
Okay.
specifically.
Do we have rookies? Oxy, his first year with C9 was pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
Oxy's insane.
His kickoff was crazy. You're
Mata
right.
had an insane kickoff.
Uh-huh.
I think that's a great comparison considering like the teams have had like similar like close games but keep losing despite individual excellence.
I mean, he's actually catching up to Pankata on the scoreboard at this point, off that 4K.
That's my
Just
worry about
4
Pankata
behind.
this half, is they're not going to be running towards him as much. He's just going to have less opportunities to fight.
Old Louder stacked up again towards A early. They've got the trip wall behind them.
Loud FPX spot last round, so they have 5 rifles here on their bonus.
With more than enough money to play for a big buy on this next
Whoa,
round too.
damn, क्या fake किया भाई
You wouldn't
उसको
expect
वो.
him to spam that for the 4th time. in a row.
Crazy.
That's how he gets you.
More spam. No, he catches onto it this time.
What
Oh,
is that timing?
no one's looking
What?
at him. And he gets 2 kills.
How I'm sorry. I need to see what happened with Ye's positioning there that he was able to do that.
It's because the door just opened. Ye was playing inside of the smoke. The second tree player was the one watching that angle. But when the door opens, he turns to look at that line. That's when the rookie is swinging them.
नाजी का गेम देखनी है. G.
That is insane. Just 2 away now from catching up to Pankata on the scoreboard, who has 21 in 15 rounds. That's what I mean. The talent on this team, the individual skill is so insane.
2v3 for EG. They need to win this round.
Ooh.
With the kills, they come in well.
1v2.
Penkata alone. He's blind, crossing him up. And now a 1v1. Penkata!
God.
It's unfathomable what he
क्या
and
मचा रहा है
Lucio are
भाई
doing
ये?
this game.
क्या मचा रहा है भाई ये?
It's just a montage for this guy.
माँ कसम
26
येड़
and
भगा रहा
30,
है.
a Red Bull clutch in a position that looked completely unplayable, but he's got the blind TikTok
What in the
teleport.
world
Superman's
gameplay
got
was that?
absolutely no idea where he is to win out this 1v2.
The Omen classic.
Shit भाई.
1-2 util play. That's so
Shit.
good. And he's so confident just holding the angle. Like,
Yeah,
could he
even
have
stepped
tried
out a
to...
little wider.
He could have tried to delay and just run. He knows Derek is sprinting at him.
Fast play towards C. This is that open you were talking about, Christy.
Exactly.
Crazy,
yeah, if the Viper's
why?
up there, it's over. EG actually
Why,
has no
GL है,
agent
damn.
that can quickly escape from back mound. So I like
भाई
that
भाई यार
Loud
वो
are
फील्ड में मैं हूँ
continuing
नहीं
to
मेरे को नहीं
default
पता
into this
यार.
space. And it doesn't even cost them so
Nice
much.
one,
right?
Luke भाई,
They
nice aim.
didn't even use the breach stun on the play, just a flash. So
भाई
they could've
तीन जन
exploded
स्टैक
into
कर
the
रहे
site
सी
if
पे
they
इजी के.
Stun onto Supa. Slide, but yeah.
ओह भाई बुड़क गया ना भाई एल डब्ल्यू.
Okay,
Headhunter looking kills.
he's 10 and 15, guys. Deep breaths.
Enemy
Oh,
remaining.
Supa as well. Okay.
Spike down.
It's prime
B.
Supa.
I have the spike.
How has this all gone
close.
wrong?
निकाल लिए भाई ये लोग ने.
And Super is just so ready to get those two
निकाल
kills
लिए
off the
चैट इन लोग
door.
ने.
Yep.
Does Luke Shaw win a 1 versus 5?
No.
Is he like that?
He can.
Like that.
He
Okay.
can 1v5.
I don't like his odds versus Ye up in heaven.
Oh my god, I thought he was
Player है
definitely
player है
gonna
player है
stop
भाई
This
player
guy's
है ये
got-
player है ये player
This
है.
guy's got a plant now.
I like using the thorn. Sets up a flash as well to swing
He's
off.
got his ult even.
EG just have 4. They're gonna quadruple.
Oh,
swing
wow.
Going back to B.
जा जा भाई बी जा
So
वापस मजा आ जाएगा भाई देखने.
Yay, dead.
अरे
Okay.
यार.
Deep breaths.
You had me believing for a
Deep
second. I'm gonna be
breaths.
really
Why?
happy.
भाई
I
बी
was-
जाता
I
तो
saw
मजा
you,
आ
like,
जाता.
Start to get out of your chair.
Look, Mimi, you're saying deep breath. That's just a full eco that EG won. Like, off of Ye finding a 2K. EG have 3 stacked onto C. Somehow, no
Bro,
utility
what
is
in the
hitting Ye.
world
Okay,
is
he's dodging the
Zambia?
bullets out of it. Sick tracking.
क्या मारा है भाई
Okay,
योए.
it
Second
is,
play.
it is giving Headhunter. You're right.
Thank you.
And then Super caught that great timing to
Because he was,
swing
he
down
was
there.
Il
recovering a
Diablo.
rifle
Yeah.
and just happened to be in the
That's
right
crazy.
place.
तीन अल्टे अलाउड के पास.
Looking
इजी के पास भी है.
Read pays.
And it does.
All right, the drone is going to clear out everything towards C, which
लुक्शो
is
कौन
a
है क्या
little
मालूम
bit
कौन है भाई.
unfortunate because now that tool's gone to
अच्छा player
actually
लग रहा है.
try and get into this pit
Mini
later
की
if they
जगह
ever
पे
have
आया.
intentions of doing so.
Yeah, it's also like the Vi's ult is kind of useless going into a pit because usually the Viper player's got a shorty anyways.
Yes, definitely. I imagine EG are shortied up at the moment.
Shortied up on a Sunday afternoon.
God he is trying to get back in here, and the rest of his team is grouped up, reclaiming this space where
on.
they're going to try their best to not die to an Odin again.
Icy's position here off his contact. Nature has the spam to be able to come in. Nature actually repositioning here. What a timing! Going on the swing to find a kill. Wall up should get him out, no problem.
The ulti,
Oh.
how did DG
गुंडा भाई
get
ने
that kill?
स्पैम में मारे.
Through the wall?
No way, no.
And Luke Show, the
Disaster.
movement. Oh, EG, this is a
दरेक
calamity
भाई क्या हो रहा
round.
है.
And now an ultimate just to push players back. The
Oh
counter
my
response
god,
from
खड़े ही मत रहे भाई तू.
Just keep
खड़े
going
मत
forward.
रहे. सब छोड़ दे गेम भी छोड़ दे भाई.
Luke Show, good night, buddy. You're in a
क्यों
stun.
खड़ा है उधर तू.
And Loud, they lose an eco round, but they are right back into it.
माँ कसम यड़ भगा दी ना.
Super 1v4.
I think they're aware. Oh, what a shot! Oh my god!
1v2 now for
Excuse me.
Superman.
Should
Just
not
let
be
it
getting
happen.
away with that.
Just no.
You can hear Luke Show on this rotate towards spawn right now.
He knows there's gonna be backside, I think.
They're doubled up in heaven. Super jingles,
Oh.
Luke Show.
So fast.
Won't let him get
भाई
away with it.
साहब.
I would personally love if for the
Heavy
rest
scene
of
हो
this
जाता.
map,
अभी heavy scene हो
just
जाता.
back-to-back highlights of like Luke Show and Supa in 1vx's.
Luke Show overtook
He's
Penkata.
overtaking Pancata.
24 and 11 for the rookie,
Oh.
and 23 and 8 for the champion.
Do we count that kill on Derek?
This might end up being the best acquisition of the offseason.
It wasn't even the offseason.
Or, well, you know, I mean, he got it. They got him in the offseason. He was a sub.
Yeah,
He was on
sure.
the bench. Relax.
The best promotion of the year. How about that?
Might just be both.
No.
I mean, we'll see. Hey, listen, we'll see. I mean, definitely the best
Vitality picking
promotion
up
for
Durka.
sure.
A squeeze me
Talk about
gameplay.
Americas. You know what I mean?
You guys are so regional. I'm so.
We're on a regional broadcast.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Mimi?
Save that narrative
Save
for
that
Toronto.
for globals, come on.
My bad.
I mean, that's also dependent on how
IC भाई को
well
लॉक इन
can
होना
do as
पड़ेगा.
we get into the future. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, this is a great start on their quest to get
लेकिन ये
a
लाउड
win
एक भी मैच
in the
नहीं
first
जीती
stage.
है कैसे वही नहीं समझ रहा यार. ये वाला सीजन मैंने भी फॉलो नहीं किया अच्छे से ना अमेरिकास का, तो मैं खुद कंफ्यूज्ड हूँ भाई, क्योंकि ये टीम तो गोटेड खेल रही थी भाई. वैभव जी थैंक यू फॉर द 30 रुपीज. वैभव जी थैंक यू 30 रुपीज के लिए मैं आपका धन्यवाद कहता हूँ. विक्रमादित्य सिंह थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द स्पॉन्सर. विक्रमादित्य
Do we see a problem if we look at the
I know
timeline
a
here?
Vikramaditya
Because,
Singh.
What, out of the last 10
But उनका नाम
rounds,
विक्रमादित्य
that's
ही है क्या?
7
मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहा.
allowed?
What?
Yeah, that is
is
somewhat
it
of
is
an
you
issue.
someone I know
And the EG
by any chance?
economy
Thank you so
has
much for the
also
sponsor,
been
bro. Welcome to the
somewhat
Pow
of an
Gang.
issue. The buy in this round, not great. Not ideal.
Let's put attention on EG then, because this is a round that they really need to win. They lose this, and they are going to have money still, but this was be your chance to kind of pull it back, not let Loud get up to 11.
Looks to me like the pivot for EG is playing more aggressively front B. See where Ye is with the Sheriff? He has previously been involved in these A fights, but now EG, while they show a lot of utility early, they're playing super passively on the A side of the map, trying to maybe get some kind of a push through B, a scout going in now as that door opens to make sure it's not going to be a pivot back into the B site.
I'm also looking towards Luxo, who's exploring towards Mountain, maybe giving Loud the opportunity to pivot back late into the round, just
But
go
even
for the
then,
C-hit.
they wouldn't be able to because EG have pushed up
Yeah,
front B,
exactly.
they'd cut them off.
Ye is inserted very deep towards that attacker spawn. All right, here comes the A side, executes, self-drone clearing out pretty much the entirety of the site, gets back towards Waterfall as well.
EG operating under the wait in spawn strat and simply retake.
I mean, Luxo is flanking right now all the way through the B-C connector.
But the retake's going to start for Evil Geniuses. They're stalled out for a minute. Luxo's running up behind them. How many does he see? Luxo.
Oh, he got 3.
Outstanding from the rookie yet again. And this round is turned on
Player
its
है भाई
head.
Luxo.
Timing is insane. He's on for a 30 bomb on Vice. On the
Bro,
Vice.
He wasn't
what?
even top fragging at the half.
Chrissy's on the floor.
I'm literally on the floor because I think this guy, the second and third kills were just spammed
What did
through
he
smoke,
Yes.
no?
Yeah, no, he didn't even see them. But he didn't even see them. Sometimes it's
Sure
better
do
to
I.
be lucky than
Vaibhav
good,
ji,
or you make
thank
your
you
own
for
luck.
another
Something like
totty.
that.
That's also just awareness, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
Thank
there's
you,
nowhere
Vaibhav
else
bhai.
EG can realistically be.
30 rupees के लिए आपका thank you है.
The Omen smoke, the fast lane too.
Are you just going to stay sitting
Oh
on
my
the floor?
god,
I'm
chat.
kind of enjoying it
I
down
guess
here.
Vaibhav भाई
I like
को आज
only the people on
heavy
TikTok
totty हो रही
can
है.
see it.
By the way, I see got a 4K that round.
Thank you so much
And
Vaibhav
this
भाई
has
for
put
another.
EG on a weird buy. They like
Totty.
half buy into another half buy.
They have the rocket,
Double use Vaibhav भाई.
which is something, but there's not a lot.
But
of
heavy
He
लड़की
actually
अभी
didn't
है.
see
through the
them. Yeah,
wall.
he just barely spotted them.
But when he shot them, he didn't see them
No,
really.
he saw the arm through of the Teo through the wall there right at the end, I think.
Why are you trying to take it away from
So
him?
free.
Let him have his moment.
I feel like him seeing them is more impressive. We're already into the next round. Loud faked pressure towards another TPing in.
Huh?
Pancata
Classic.
is in the spot.
And he got one.
Classic.
Wow.
Classic.
Insane.
Did he
And
get
yeah.
the Omen?
Oh,
Cancel
no,
the
Super is generational. What is that? Only a flash is going to take him down.
पागल है?
Pancata on
3
site,
मारा वो.
pushing
Oh
forward.
my
Ye's gonna
god
deal with
yo
him
भाई
nicely.
क्या player लोगे
Hayes
भाई
gets some
अमेरिका
nasty
में.
shots in this game as well, leaving it
Bro,
all in
ये
the
क्या
hands
है?
of 2Es, who's been temporarily benched, temporarily unbenched. This would be a good moment for him to
Superman
stay
3
off
मारा है
the
भाई
bench
long
and
term.
Earn your
win this
spot now.
1v3.
Yeah,
Oh my
he's gonna
god.
sit
Another
down
tap.
now.
Ye doesn't have the
Another
most kills, but
tab,
the ones he's
bro.
getting are sick.
I love how you literally just said in more words, clutch or kick.
He didn't clutch. Are you going to have a word with SDK?
Listen, take a peek at my contract. I get paid by the word. I'm gonna overcomplicate every sentence.
What was going on here?
Show me
I
the
mean-
super kills.
Yeah, it seemed like maybe he
Tap.
thought the teleport was
Fir.
a little bit further
But
back.
like
Not
tap.
every
to the
Omen
wall.
always TPs there.
Crazy. Yeah, no.
What is that neon
Vaibhav
kill?
भाई with
It is
another
just like
30
sliding
rupees.
streak
Vaibhav
into
भाई
there.
love you.
Nah.
विराज
I
भाई ने
talked to
40
Potter,
rupees
like, a
दिए.
couple
Oh
years
hell
ago, ahead
nah
of
bro.
2023. She said
Well,
she
this
wanted
is-
Supa then. At the
Oh
time, he was
shit,
on
thank you for the
FaZe,
40 Viraj
contract
भाई.
stuff, she couldn't get him. And now she's happy to have him.
Oh
Yay, I'm
my
sure.
God.
योय भाई
Another
बड़ा
pickup
करे
Potter
भाई.
would like.
Yeah, if you asked her in 2023,
नहीं मान रहे
she'd
Vaibhav
also
भाई
be
chat.
saying yay. Lucky for her, she found them both.
I don't understand how Ye is 15 and 19. Every time I'm on his point of view, he's
just
doing
got
something
Bro,
crazy.
15-19 है और भरे जा रहा है भाई.
He's been real good on the
वैभव
defense
भाई को
side.
heavy
He's
totty लगी
constantly
है.
dying so that he
Thank you
can
विराज
res
भाई
on
for the
Clay.
potty. बताओ chat मुझे एक चीज. Who is much better? Is it Totty or is it Potty?
Only one orb left.
Not ready yet.
It is Lucio and Pencata.
No, no, no. Not with stingers. I hate to rain on your parade, Mimi.
Love you Vaibhav bhai. Thank you.
Trying to pivot over towards C, which is relatively open, but that's not going to matter when
You
they
लिखता है
get
हगरे.
flooded upon.
Yeah, he's 8 HP.
Harsh greater than Totty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Lucho is 0 HP.
The
Mankata is
levies are
half
Totty?
HP.
Totty any day.
This is going to be challenging to win.
Clutch W.
Players, the firing squad.
No, what this is an opportunity to try and close the gap on Lucho in terms of the kills. If he can just sneak away with 1 or 2 here.
Unfortunately for Pancata, there's a contract on his head.
Map 3 तक जाएगा. Yes, map 3 जाएगा ये.
Despite Loud winning the majority of the rounds, EG have been keeping it close enough that they're able to get kind of a free one against an eco buy here. Digizine is having a tough time.
क्या कर रहा भाई गुंडा
2
भाई?
rounds in a row, he's like mid-dash crazy movement and just gets owned.
गुंडा भाई कितना मारे chat? Single digit है क्या?
Super pivotal.
I'm owning him on the slides.
It's true.
You just stole my point.
He built on it. That was a yes and
True.
if I've ever seen one. from the
yes
कितने किल थे DG भाई के मैंने देखे
He's
नहीं.
trying to push forward. All right, they do get that space towards Rubble.
Look at the triple walk up on B though.
Yeah.
This is
I'll hold it,
real
bye.
quick from Loud.
I think they're realizing B's been a little bit lighter, so the quick pop may just work for them.
In goes Digizine. He'll path towards Baby Door, but he gets stunned, and he has to back away for now.
Oh my god, he is getting... Oh my goodness.
What is
There's
happening?
no one to hide.
Pandemonium.
Guns on the site. They're double pandemonium.
He's
It's
ulting in front of
madness.
him.
What is happening?
Pancata with 2 kills. Hold on now. 4v3 for Evil Geniuses. A rocket to take it down to 2 on the side of Loud. That spike out in the open, and Derek, after
Bhai
surviving the
saab.
initial hit,
कुछ समझा नहीं
is
क्या हुआ
there
ये
for
round में.
3K and to bring EG up to 10.
Such a crazy flood. Derek's util there was fantastic. That Armageddon. Not only did it find a kill,
on Digizine entering too.
yeah, it just dispersed everyone into the angles where the flooding EG players could
Yeah,
capitalize
he's had
as well.
some silly ults this
Yeah.
game.
Get some time to come through Baby Door.
Nice, Derek!
Sorry.
He's feeling it.
I'm feeling the same way. I was nice.
I wasn't ready to match that energy. I respect it though.
इको आ गया
No,
भाई
we did not
11
run
11
into
होएगा.
that. All right, Derek's trying to do this silly little cross where Superman does this silly little take contact. This is a Teo inserted. This guy doesn't have a dash. He doesn't have a dash. He doesn't have a teleport.
God.
भाई गन गिव अवे कर दिया ना इको में. Oh, they committed that. Luxio का ult भी है. Oh shit
By the
bro.
way, Luxio still has this steel garden, so we might just get an honest
खाली फुकट
Western
overcook किए भाई इसी
sheriff
ने.
standoff when the retake comes in.
They're pitting on the retake. Anti-eco.
Oh
Just seen the
shit.
one with the gun. He's had a rough game thus far. Here's a chance to turn around. Good night,
that's
yay.
high.
8 kill पे भाई वो.
Double flank.
EG are pushing into the site where there's lurks coming on the other side of the map. Loud have tons of time to
They
work
haven't
with.
played.
Wait.
For Luxio, look at where he is back in EG's spawn. EG
Oh,
are gonna have
उसने
to
B
rotate
clear
back
कर
into
दिया.
him to stop this B plant.
And they're setting him up to
पूरा
perfection.
eco
Loud
निकाल लिया
gets
भाई.
back towards B. Luke Show standing in wait. He's whiffing.
Okay.
Oh,
Spike
God. That's my only reaction to that.
That is the honest reaction we were waiting for. And this puts the Loud in an awkward position because their only rifle in Digizine is gone. It's 3 sheriffs all trying to get a little bit active on their own. Pancata
Pancata.
creeping up back towards the
Shot,
fence. It's
bhai.
a beautiful kill
He's him.
to start this off. Now the clock starting to work away.
Look at the positions. This feels unwinnable for Icy.
He has to go hunt down 3 different players. There's just not going to be enough time.
Oh,
भाई
Why
साहब.
did they embed a player on an anti-eco in the corner with as Teo?
I mean, also,
उसी ने राउंड गलाया क्या वो
they
क्यों
just have
क्यों
no
तेजू ने.
players that can actually escape one and dones like that with the comp that they have.
Put Ye on chamber.
If they have a chamber or if they have an omen. Oh, but Derek is just stuck and he's isolated because of the cloud that's up from the Viper.
I just want to say, we are going into potentially the final round. Luxo and Pancata are both on
अच्छा momentum आ गया था भाई.
29 kills. This could be the round to see who's going to be on top.
You can't be losing when you
Bro,
have the Shaq.
Loud को literally carry किए दोनों ने भाई. Luxo और कौन-सी ने? Sorry, Luxo और
Luxo since debuting,
Pancata ने.
he's cracked 5 of his 6 games with Loud.
What?
Not against the
And now
Boombot.
he's 0-1 versus the Boombot.
Superman's in a great spot. He's been the shining light for EG, and he starts the rounds well, but the util,
Oh my God.
somehow he finds his
उसको
gap
खुद को नहीं
within it
समझ
all.
रहा क्या हो रहा है. वो खड़े रह गया.
Just playing high on the box. The aftershock was below him. That might even give false info to Loud, though. I mean, at this point,
Big
could have
throw.
pivoted back.
Just saw 3 players, but didn't spot that Luxo had rotated back into the team. Still, EG had crept up into the forward A space, so maybe they're worried about a front B lurk, something like this.
I mean,
Close game जा रहा है भाई.
minute left. These guys have no space.
Yeah.
No map control.
And even just having the Odin here on a timing, thinking this is about the time they'd be entering main. For a little bit of chip damage.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Oh, spot out
Oh,
onto
nice
at least
C's.
2 C's in
अबे यार
Icy.
खुद मर गया.
Gotta be the man of the hour here. Gotta step up. Kawa
Aye.
off the satchel. He's moving. Does not care.
30
Love that
seconds left.
attempt, though. Wall is now up. Kalenzin's going to try to get through the door with the rest of Loud,
He's in
who are
the side.
fairly weak.
Here's Ye.
20 seconds.
Ulted up. Only a shorty
Oh
now.
shit.
If he gets a kill, it's still good. Smoke up. Optimal
Nice.
position. That's one. On the
Nice
reload,
भाई,
Ye
खेल
takes
लिया
back.
भाई योय ने.
He's going back in.
Wow.
That's a double with the shorty.
It's a shorty collat.
Wait, what?
What?
He got them
वो
both.
कोला.
Unbelievable.
Show it again.
Yeah, rewind the tape. I don't care about anything else inside
Bro,
of the round.
what?
It didn't matter. That is a guy that's full ulted. Goes to
Okay.
shorty. Okay, first kill, whatever.
Gets away, and then he gets the speed here.
That's a collat. That's one bullet, Mimi.
That's unbelievable.
I mean,
They're freaking out, too.
Even Foe's like, wait a second. Did
What
that,
the
did that just happen?
भाई?
Dare I say, prime yay.
He's
W
going
game
crazy.
play
I still
mark
don't understand
कसम.
how he is. I mean, he's playing Clove. That's why he has more deaths than
True.
kills.
What the hell भाई?
The
This is my
greatest
good
Clove
morning.
performances
भाई क्या
still,
हो रहा है
you end
ये?
up with more
Wait.
deaths than kills.
Maybe I'm focusing too much when he only has
Shit,
a pistol.
भाई.
Because all of his highlights are literally just pistol montages, no?
Shorty,
A
Sheriff.
couple of it,
Shorty,
yeah.
Sheriff.
Yeah.
Put
How
him
is
on
this game
chamber.
11-12?
Put him on chamber.
Heavy scene
Or
भाई,
into
heavy
the
scene,
Loud
heavy scene.
timeout in the final moment.
मजा आ रहा है देखने, मजा आ
By
रहा
the
है.
way, Luxo
बंदे
Pancata
खर्च.
still at 27
Still at
apiece.
27.
Watch, you're gonna have called that out and they'll end the game 27 each.
Kalensin comes back 14 kills down to overtake them in OT.
Pancata's got
आज मैंने-
the Omen ult.
आज मैं गया था एक होटल में, उधर मैंने क्या खाया मालूम क्या? सुआनिशी.
They want to go for one of those silly executes.
Yeah.
Do they run it back and do that
It might
twice?
just be a C exec. They could be going for
I
it.
hope not for
Classic
Loud.
Omen ult exec.
Because just a second ago, Derek pinged the location he ulted last time, and I think he's going to be ready for that one. Maybe Loud are going to just do that ult into top right corner site where that ping is. That's another good one on the Omen. You can cancel it, but it's good
कोणाची?
info
ते
either
माहिती
way.
नाही रे.
Minor
All
spelling
five.
mistake from that Twitch chat.
You have to call him out.
Wait,
Come on,
I
man.
didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Here's the fight. Derek
Ui.
again. Out open, but doesn't get caught.
लर्ची. शी.
Kalensin should have the ultimate. Armageddon in the post.
Tui's holds the stun. No one swings. Haunt broken. And now they can action on this execute.
Well,
If they want to go.
didn't locate any targets really. Just got shot down for getting the info.
In the last several rounds, at a moment like this, EG had a player pushed very deep towards Rubble. At the moment, they've only got some pretty passive information. But even still, with Icy just jiggling, they have all rotated to this
EG
side.
has 3 here, super starts, but Dij's in, maybe finding his
Okay.
round finally. It's
Okay,
the other
ठीक है.
players from Loud
Trade
who
for trade,
haven't
2v2.
thrived thus far,
All good.
finding their mark to put it even.
2-on-2
पाव
now.
भाजी में ऑयल कितना ज्यादा था? ऑयल नहीं था, वो बटर
Loud
था.
in this post. No ultimates really to work with here. But full utility on the side of Icy.
I'm looking to see if Tuiz is going to get this fault line back up in time. EG are going a little bit slow. Further delay from the
There.
vines could allow
Stall.
that util to cycle.
Util combo. Nade
Cook.
in.
Bro, it's cooked.
Doesn't catch. Just a bit
बच
of
गया
damage
बे.
onto Tui's.
Satchel out.
Satchel forward, Icy.
Oh, nice
spots
dodge
them
with the
both out.
stun.
Tap on the
Good.
spike. Icy, yay together for the first kill, and now Tui's in the 1-on-2. Oh, Tui's! He ends the game with a stunning shot on the Guardian. He's off the bench, he's in the server, and he's won this map.
Yeah, well, we were calling out the clutcher kick for the 2E's 1v3, but he's staying off the bench. He gets
got
the
a
1v2.
spot, no problem. This 4K
He's
is
starting.
crazy.
He's starting. That was so sick. Both
Red Bull
players
clutch.
forced into the swing because of the aftershock.
Now, because of 2E's heroics, I've got big news.
भाई
Lookshow and Vankata both finished with 27 kills.
The
They're
prophecy.
tied. They're tied at the end of it all, but they get
Bro,
the win. Either way.
27 kills
What a
निकाले
start
भाई
to
इन
the
लोगों ने
series.
chat
But
27
they
kills भाई लोग
started
like the
so
stream if
strong
you're new
this
let's
map.
go
It slipped to 6-6. They almost came back, but they lose it in 24 rounds.
I mean, you can't forget that this pistol's crazy, right?
sorry 27
Nature
kills
winning it
दोनों
out
ने
in the
निकाले
end.
भाई ये देखो
But all things considered, I think when EG were able to play their slower
What in the
macro
world
rounds, they
was
were
this,
pivoting back to
भाई?
their
ये
works.
देखो ना
It worked
भाई।
so well. It was literally just the Pancata show in that first half
Shit.
that brought it back for Loud.
Individually, both teams are really firing on all cylinders right now. Superman, yay, they were showing
oh
out.
my god that was some Suanishi gameplay कहा गया EG जीतेगा बोलने वाला अबे भाई EG तो जीतने वाला है वो उसका कुछ उसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है क्योंकि EG जो है ना निडर टीम है सुपरमैन सबसे गोटेड प्लेयर है वैलोरेंट मोबाइल ट्रेलर भाई मुझे पता नहीं ये ऑफिशियल स्ट्रीम पे वो देखना चाहिए कि नहीं अगर वो अपनी नॉर्मल स्ट्रीम रहती तो शायद हम देखते हैं लेकिन अभी आई डोंट थिंक सो देखना चाहिए क्योंकि उन्होंने ऑफिशियली लॉन्च नहीं किया ना ट्रेलर समझो ऐसे कुछ प्रोटोकॉल्स होते हैं दोस्तों देख लो बोलोगे और फिर मेरा परमिशन जमा पूरा हो जाएगा तो फिर किसकी वॉच पार्टी है ये देखने की फिर डकार वाओ वाओ ब्यूटीफुल अमेजिंग अबे माँ कसम भाई ये हाथ से बनाया लाइक है चैट या चिपकाया है राउटर को फुल येड़ भगा दी उस भाई ये राउटर की ओए इसके पास ये चैट ये कितने का मिलता है बताओ ना मैं सोच रहा हूँ भाई ऐसा है ना एक चीज ऐसी चीज में इन्वेस्ट करने का है ना पूरा दिन कौन भाई फिर मतलब मेरी दादी तुम लोग को मालूम लेकिन मेरी दादी है ना भाई फिर भी ये करेगी दादी लोग का ये बहुत रहता है वे मतलब भाई उनको है ना मतलब हम लोग भाई बहुत अभी जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैं भी ना और मेरा भाई भी ना हम लोग को क्या चाहिए कि घर पे भाई मम्मी दादी ये लोग कंफर्ट पहला सोचे उनका कंफर्ट लेकिन दादी को वैसा नहीं होता दादी को मतलब अगर घर साफ दिख रहा है ना तो वो क्या करेंगी मालूम थोड़ा सा धूल जानबूझ के डाल देगी ताकि उनको काम मिले उनको बैठ के होता नहीं है भाई कुछ उनको काम चाहिए रहता है एक्सपेंसिव वाला 55K ओ निखिल के घर पे वो कौन सा है बे देखना पड़ेगा बाद में मुंबई का निखिल के व्लॉग्स वापस देखने लग गए लव ए नाइस चेटअप ब्रो रात में देख रहा भाई मजबूत वेट इसके घर पे कितने बजे अभी वेट ये कहाँ रहता है एक्सक्यूज मी हाउ इन योर क्लॉक इट्स 5 o'clock अच्छा ये दोपहर का है बे बराबर अच्छा वाह ब्रो दिस वॉलपेपर इज कूल या फॉर रियल ब्रो हाउ डू यू मेक दोस पीसी फैंस वाइट मेरे वाले में एक ब्लूइश टोन रहता है पेंट मारने का भाई मस्त है रे भाई कितना वाइड मॉनिटर है भजी स्प्राइट एंड स्ट्रीम वाओ यार मेरे को भी कुछ ठंडा पीने का मन तो कर रहा है लेकिन मेरा घसा है ना घसा में ठसा हो गया है तो अभी मैं बनाने वाला हूँ ब्लैक कॉफ़ी और वो भी इतना ज़्यादा और वो मैं भरूँगा अपने बॉटल में और पूरा सिप करके पूरी रात पीऊँगा शादी के 1 साल बाद बंद कर दिया या दिए थे, लेकिन अभी फिर से देखने लग गया हूँ मैं भी, है ना। मैं भी बहुत बीच में बंद कर दिया था भाई निखिल को देखना, अभी वापस चालू कर दिया, और जब से उसने वो गाड़ी ली है ना भाई, मैं कब भाई जब है ना इंटरनेट नया नया था ना घर पे, तब 60 FPS क्या होता है ना वो देखना मैंने निखिल के व्लॉग से शुरू किया। तब मेरे को समझा अच्छा ये 60 FPS होता है भाई, कितना क्लियर है भाई सब कुछ। क्रेजी भाई। रेसिपी बता काय की। अज भाई आप बस देखा ही करो, खेला मत करो, देखते हुए ही अच्छे लगते हो, खेलते हुए हकते हो। कभी सोचा है कि मेरे स्ट्रीम पे आते साथ हगना, टट्टी करना और पॉटी करना के सिवाय दूसरी बातें क्यों नहीं होती? सोचो। या भाई चैट में 2 जन है यार जिनके डीपी में अभी मैं हूँ। लव यू गाइस। मेरे को ये भाई भी याद है, संविधान भाई ये भी याद है। और माँ कुछ निखिल भाई का ही ये डाला है इसने तो। और एक था सार्थक भाई पुणे में। ये मैं कब का फोटो, अरे माँ इधर भी मैं ही चे भाई। ये कब आया था मैं पुणे में, बहुत साल हो गए रहेंगे ना, 2 साल तो हो गए रहेंगे अभी। द गोट स्ट्रीमर ऑफ इंडियन इकोनॉमिकल टाइम्स। भाई आज मेरा सर फाट गया, यू नो हाउ हाउ बेबी। आशिक वाला होगा, नहीं नहीं नहीं, 2 साल डैम। जी जीत रही, अरे हगा से हार गई। कौन सा गेम देख रहा है? शेर का बच्चा।
क्या लिखा आप अपने पेपर में? इंग्लिश के पेपर में आपने क्या घटिया शेर लिखे हैं?
भाई ये मेमेज मेरे को खोलने के लिए मुझे डर लगता है। आई एम सॉरी। सेकंड मैप की बात कर रहा हूँ या 2-1 होने वाला है, ये ईजी जीतेगी। डब्ल्यू यार सार्थक भाई, बहुत क्रेजी फीलिंग लगता है यार चैट। उस दिन भी है ना कॉन्सर्ट को गया था ना, तो बहुत सारे जन मिले थे अपने, और उन्होंने फोटोज लिए, बातें किए। सुसु कर रहा था मैं, सुसु सुसु के लिए एक बड़ी सी लाइन थी, तो सुसु की लाइन छोड़ के एक बंदा मिलने आया था। अरे भाई तुम हर्ष खिला हो ना? बोला हाँ। तो भाई फोटो लिए, बात बात किए, ऐसा खुश हुए। फिर एक बंदा आगे से पीछे आया और उसने बोला भाई मेरे दोस्त का कॉल आया था, वो बोला था कि हर्ष खेलराय ने स्टोरी डाली है, वो भी ये कॉन्सर्ट पे आया, पीछे रुका है। भाई साहब जो फील हुआ यार, क्रेजी। कौन सा कॉन्सर्ट? अभी जो स्टोरीज पे डाला था। पढ़ाई कर रहा है स्ट्रीम देखते देखते तुम्हारे? उन्होंने किया ऐसी पढ़ाई हगरे? यू शुड बी अशेम्ड। अपॉलॉजी फॉर माय मिसबिहेवियर। ओ भाई साहब, भाई 8th क्लास में तू, 8th क्लास में ये हालत है तेरी, स्ट्रीम के साथ पढ़ाई भी। तू कुक होने वाला है मेरे भाई, ऐसी पढ़ाई नहीं होती यार। 8th क्लास में किसके पास फोन हुआ करता था चैट? फोन से देख के ये लोग लिख रहे भाई। हम लोग तो बुक लेके जाते थे दोस्त का, फिर कभी कभार ऐसा हो जाता था भाई बुक गायब हो जाता था। वो दोस्त को तुम बुक दे दो और दूसरे दिन वो स्कूल ही नहीं आया दोस्त, एंड देन यू आर कुक्ड। तुम्हारे दोस्त को बुक दो और दूसरे दिन वो बुक ही भूल जाए, यू आर कुक्ड भाई। वो अलग एंजाइटी रहती थी। कोविड के बाद से सबके पास फोन आ गया भाई। उसी दिन चेकिंग भाई खत्म ना फिर तो। क्या खा रिया भाई, क्या खा रिया? लाइक कर देना यार, तेरे वजह से 100 लाइक है सिर्फ। टीचर से बोलना कि बुक दोस्त को दिया और वो भूल गया। अरे नहीं, फिर टीचर ऐसा बोलती है ना, यू फॉरगेट ब्रिंगिंग टिफिन। Oh no, then how you forget bring book? What in the world is this setup, bro? CPU किधर है? अच्छा लैपटॉप को लगाया। ओह ब्यूटीफुल ब्यूटीफुल ब्यूटीफुल, नाइस। भाई डेंजर कार्ड्स आया। Haj by part-time teacher. I am actually a part-time teacher.
Standing. Standing.
Fires out.
Gold.
3 out of 5.
1 enemy remaining.
4 out of 5.
Gold. I was close. लेकिन बहुत अच्छे शॉट्स मारे यार उसने, जो भी रैंक का वो था उस हिसाब से। Indeed. Teaching us how to hug. यार सिर्फ हगने की बातें जरा बस करो। फियर बस कर दे, वही स्पैम करना टट्टी इंसान।
Your names, I think. I
don't know.
I'm glad to be introduced.
Sometimes I forget my name, so it
that's
helps.
cool with me.
मिरर के
That is
कोने
cool
में
with
बाज
me.
गया,
A
बाज
little
मतलब
Digizine
मिरर के
Yoru, I'm
कोने
here
में
for it. I am
बाज
here
गया,
for it.
पूरा
Map on
फेस
the Neon
ब्लड हो गया
it was
सर फटने
overshadowed
से।
by how damn good Pankata and Luca. I'm sorry.
Luca,
Got
just
confused.
because I just
मिरर
mentioned.
के कोने में
Because he's the goat.
सर बच गया। कैसे
Me
बच
when I
सकता है भाई ऐसे?
Yeah,
पागल है
teed
क्या
you up for
थोड़ा
someone
सा?
in basketball, because I just mentioned Braun and Luca 5 seconds ago as Luke Show and Pankata on map
Luke Show
1.
done. How to say the guy's last?
Luke Show done.
Mimi doesn't even know how you score in
I
basketball.
don't watch that.
Let's
You
get
put
into
the
the
ball in the
game.
hoop. I know that
yeah.
much.
That is a
Check.
primary element of the scoring mechanism.
कॉफी बनाने रखता हूँ,
It has
ठीक है?
ball in it, I've heard.
तुम लोग तब तक मैच देखो, मैं आया।
Let's see what
कॉफी
Loud have got
पीते
for us.
थोड़ी सी,
Going
गरम
into
गरम
this,
पीऊंगा थोड़ा
you
अच्छा
definitely
लगेगा
think
भाई।
it would be
घसे
like
में
a
ना मेरे
pretty
को
close,
कैसे तो ही हो
fun
रहा है ऐसा।
game. With kind of a banger, I'm not gonna lie. That map 1 was pretty sick.
It was
Yeah.
pretty fire.
I'm hoping the fireworks continue into Pearl.
I mean, we do get to see EG with Ye over on the Jet, which is always fun.
Yep.
He's back on Yoru duty again on this map.
EG have always been trying some wacky stuff over on Pearl since they started in kickoff when Ye was on the Phoenix. But right now,
Yeah.
I love this Jet Yoru stuff. Watching C9 on this map,
Portal closed.
so good. And they can, you know, run a relatively same idea here where they force players into nature.
Look at Digizin. He's going for a walk. He's all the way through B, going back towards mid. There's going to be a pretty heavy stack on A by the time EG commit this execute.
Hey, I'm not crazy. Ye has been on the Yoru previously. Like, even in their win versus, wait, no, I'm trolling.
You are
Ignore
trolling,
me.
but there's a hit coming in first.
What am I talking about?
EG are out on the site.
Oh my
Luke Show
God.
spammed down by Nature, and now they'll fight back towards Secret. 2Es. Good for 1 second. He ended the game, and he starts this one strong as well.
Dang, he is stepping
Spike
up. And
planted.
nature right now isolated on the site.
The players' main are not smoked off, though, so there is a crosshair. Now the smoke's up. And Pankata is rewarded with the kill. Swing out, Sheriff. He's pulled wide. and
Oh my
Digizin.
God.
He adjusts for the kills.
What a lovely retake, but first of all, you have to give massive credit to 2Es, who's able to win 2 duels towards Dugout. And then after the fact, Loud are able to isolate Nature, who's caught on the site, playing around that Nebula. Then they triple face, fight main together off the grab. Well, that was nicely played with what little utility they had on offer in the pistol.
For sure. Yeah, let's watch that again. The slide into the boom transfer. And the defused. Let me fight for my life here because it was the swap between the two. Before last series, it had been Ye on the Yoru and Icy on the Jet, and they flipped for crew, dominated crew. They're maintaining that here today.
And that makes sense.
You're only a little crazy.
I wasn't crazy. I misspoke, Mimi.
I'm
not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say to Chuck McGill, I am not crazy.
Can someone get me my aluminum foil?
All right, Lucio taking some early damage. Feels like he needs to retreat off that line.
Yeah, EG, they're on an eco, but there could be a little chicanery in this
silly
round.
They've got a silly Mart. I see what you did there.
The people that have one Better Call Saul, no clue.
For those who have, they loved that bit. As Lucio is just getting flash, fighting back in Pancata. This is ridiculous. It's Pancata and Lucio Doncic again.
Say the line. Say the line.
Broncata and wait, what line? Broncata and Lucio Doncic on
or
the side.
It's like 2 Radiant players versus
2 Radiants versus 5 I.
I was thinking of the why don't miss a shot thing.
Oh, that
again? Like the Brazil guy.
We'll wait on that one. For another why
one.
he don't miss shots moment.
I like how we all went completely different directions. Say the thing. Everyone has a different idea.
I like Broncata and Doncic. That's really good. Yeah, and maybe if it was these two, they would have won that first playoffs game.
Maybe.
True.
Louder about to go for a big fight here into mid. Flash on through, but that transfer is.
He is
I feel
sick
like we're just
today.
reacting to a highlight reel this match.
Dare I say? I'm not gonna say it.
This is just a montage.
What do you
And I like it. He said he wasn't going to say it.
You're smart.
I wasn't gonna say it. Well, I was gonna say Prime Ye.
Oh, okay.
Whenever Ye hits a clip,
buddy.
I'm just gonna say Prime Ye because that's what the people say these days.
Superman is
शीश क्यों लिखे?
time just trying to contact up towards B.
Whiff,
clear
whiff,
out
भाई
those
पनकड़ा
common
whiff किया.
close angles.
Hell nah.
At some point, they're going to have to activate that shear wall.
बनाने रखा हूँ कॉफी.
Don't love Lucio's odds.
2 मिनट में याद दिलाओ वो कॉफी लाना है.
No,
I wouldn't say I hate them
ideal.
either.
Although also like right now with this walk up A main, Cal getting all the
Wait,
info.
Pistol
Loud
और,
can start to
Byron-
lean over
Pistol
into
जीते वो
B,
लोग.
Call Pancata in to assist Lucio. That duo.
EG का फर्स्ट बाय राउंड है और वो भी 3v3 चल रहा है. Hell nah, bro. EG is looking cooked.
Cowanzine has a really nice timing
I
on
mean,
this
he might
walk.
just get both kills right now. This is
Bruh.
He's going 9 fast.
Hell nah,
Cowanzine,
ha.
perfect timing. That's one. And he dips away. Doesn't get greedy.
No, and now you have to plant this spike if you're nature,
20
feeling the
seconds.
pressure of the time.
Lucio
Nice.
has a
Oh,
fight
big.
here. When does he choose to swing with? But another swing in
go.
nature. Gets it done.
Huggies किया,
And
Huggies.
still not
Bro,
done.
they are not aware
Pancata
कि वो
snuck
flank
in
आ रहा है.
backside. A flank coming through. They're crossing them up. Every which way has been
1v1?
Somehow doesn't come up with the
Bro,
second. And
ये
now
round तो
nature,
नहीं हार
the
सकते यार
IGL.
EG.
A chance to win this in the
वो ult
1v1.
commit करने वाला है
Great
अपना.
kill on Pancata, who's going to regret getting ahead of himself, trying to take that fight before Cowanzine is
not
here
playing
and
for
now.
nature.
You're not playing it forward, but Cowanzine doesn't have a gun.
Does it matter?
Almost.
No way. I mean, almost gets it on the right click, but it's nature coming up with the clutch instead.
I mean, still though, that is EG only surviving 1 player on the anti-bonus.
Pancata said in the interview with Riv,
Bro,
we just
damn,
needed more
EG.
money. They kept making it too close on every eco. And
Be for real.
I would say this is more so getting their funny off this round.
मैं जीत गई. Yes
They could have
sir.
won that
One
if
side
they
एक
just
जगह
if they
दूर
slowed
कर
down
लाए.
at the very end. in
चार
that 2
पार
versus
shots
1.
मार
You
रहे.
have to give credit
चार
to Nature.
पार
He's come
भाई.
up with a couple clutches already today for EG.
Gonna say, him
Nice
and- him and
bonus.
Gio,
हाँ ना, भाई
him and
they
Gio are the
almost
only guys on the
converted
board
it.
right now.
अभी जमापुर है इनका EG का इकोनॉमी. अगर ये राउंड में कुछ उनके ज्यादा गन्स बचते नहीं है ना.
Nebula, which is going to expire soon, to just seeing tons of space towards B, allowing for that stack up.
भाई ये स्नाइपर का गोला इतना बड़ा कर देते.
Great forward information. Missiles pushes Lucio off the
कुछ नहीं
line
बोलने
in
का वीड
street,
भाई.
but again, Louder can have a clear picture of what EG are trying to do this round.
Yeah, and in street, look at that sheer position so far forward, hasn't been procced, still just allowing Loud to stack up at the proper site.
Ditchazine is a crazy man. It's a 5v5,
Why
40
not?
seconds in, and he's walking on him.
He still has the TP to go back to back hall. Loud are actually giving up
Age
the
aa rahe.
high-low they had looking into Art because the clock is starting to wind
I
down.
would love to see him bait this wall and just TP back.
Well,
That
again,
pressure.
Yeah, it's great, right? And Loud can stall this plant with Tejo missiles. They're going to have an Astro Wall too for a quick retake. Like, EG need to start acting now or it's going to become more and more challenging.
Thorns up. Another bit of stall. Finally, EG
तू इस इतना low कैसे हो गया भाई?
There's so many players backside ready to flood in. Util.
Loud have 5 players here.
Yeah, it's starting to rain in already. Here's that retake. 25 seconds. Spike not planted. Luke Show trying to wrangle the shots. They're both low.
Nature
He's
haga.
fight against nature. He'll win it. Trade is there, but Loud has arrived on the site and they have control.
Plant नहीं हुआ अब तक. Oh my god, my god. भाई सब whiff करे जा रहे भाई.
Suck onto the bomb. Icy trying desperately to get a plant down, but the spam, his health, it's just not there. Finally a stick coming through, but the spam in time, and they're out of it.
No time.
Nature
Oh
runs for the
hell nah.
hills,
अगला
and
round by नहीं अभी.
EG lose the round.
That was allowed with map control the entire time, able to stack up the proper site, and then
I'm watching you
Luke Show
from 2
taking
years,
that
and you
1v1
know
against Nature,
generally many
finds the
players
kill,
may play better than
drags
you, but you are the
another
only
player off-site,
one I
forced to
truly
fight
enjoy
him,
watching.
And then EG's presence actually
Love
trying
you.
to get the spike down, lessen,
बंद ही रहेगी ना अब तक
pressure
कॉफी जाओ क्या?
forward. Really well handled.
Yeah, EG have to be able to put pressure back on this.
WrestleMania की watch party करो. नहीं रे मैंने follow ही नहीं किया WWE कितना सालों से.
It wasn't possible, and Loud didn't even have to use the Cosmic Divide. That is brutal. Talk about not having money. EG now onto the full save.
Dijazine is
मम्मी
more
ना
than
रे
happy to
घरी.
just do this again, where he walks up with the Outlaw, but this time EG on that full cross.
Supa has a Vandal.
And he gets the kill onto Jujutsu.
Now there's knives. There's some options for EG to play this round through.
Real opportunity. If Icy gets 1 kill or an orb, he can dimensional drift to do the funniest thing.
गावी के लिए मम्मी.
He had a Bucky, but he actually throws it to EA. Never mind. The funniest thing won't
Walk
happen.
up for Cowanzine. Did he get spotted? There's a
There's
player
why
just around that corner. I don't think Nature knows.
Loud are really challenging the extremities. Last round it was B, now A.
They're so bold with these walk-ups.
I mean, even 2 rounds ago, it was Cow that walked all the way through A to get that re-wrap towards Street.
And
time again, guys. 50 seconds.
But every round, it's like Loud, get that forward walk up, and then hard
ये तो
stack
by
the
hand
other
ही
side of the map. So there's always time pressure because EG are slowly working into the mid-space and not finding any kills. The clock is just draining and draining away.
And at that, they're never actually
भाई 3 जनों के
triggering
side पे ही जा रहे
the
वापस.
wall on either mid nor or the street nor arc.
Wow, what a
Execute.
timing,
Luke Show,
bro.
Pen-
Crazy.
They're just going to get ripped to pieces, surely. No time.
Here's
no
that
space
wrap.
for AEG.
25
and
second
they're
है भाई
getting
इन पे.
locked into a corner. The smoke will fade. The kill will come in.
They are
And this
so
round,
cooked, bro.
there's no way EG can get out of this.
EG
one.
looks
Spikes
so
on the
cooked.
ground and good night. You said it, Wyatt. They need to be dealing with this sheer
Chat में आया
individual,
ये
or
लेके.
they are just going to be
कॉफी
losing
लेके.
all of their map control without even knowing it.
Loud have also been so proactive and willing to take the extremity control, even on their lonesome, and then, as you mentioned on top of that, the wall not being activated. This is full map control for Loud.
What I will say for EG and Hope going forward is they're aware of these walk-ups, right? Because both times Cow has pushed through A, he's gone the flank and gotten those kills. Although he possibly could have come through Art, they don't know for sure it was through A main. The time that Digizin pushed down B, he triggered their shear wall. So there's an idea that EG have that it has been these walk-ups. I think the idea might just be run harder execs and stop that time from being taken away from them.
And that idea is all well and good, but EG's off. Okay, it's dealt with. Yeah, gets the opener. Icy, who is he going to try to go for here? Out with the Bucky, Icy! He gets his kill.
Yeah, good movement, tossing the jump in
The
there
horns!
too!
No one broke it! That's 1 kill, another
Oh my
spam
god,
from
just
Dewey's.
random spam. And Cowanzine has the Armageddon for the next tap, or to try and clear out back halls when they get back in.
There it is. There's nowhere for Ye to go but in. Trying to find something. Super will bail him out, and now he's been able to slip back towards Street. Loud still not scaled out into the site. We'll get some info. No one's played close.
दोपहर में मैच है लेकिन इंटरेस्टिंग
And
मैचेस नहीं है,
still
वन
going
साइडेड.
back into the fire. Loud aren't into the site. Ye is here. Finally taken down, but lots of time dealt with. The rest of EG playing deep towards long. First
ओ
half
इजी
on the
राउंड
spike
जीत गया.
now.
2v2 आ गया ये.
I think it's going to be a strength
stars.
post plant. They don't have the time for this. Loud finally getting on the spike. Finally trying to stick things
Oh.
through. Tui's gets the kill. There's still room for the stick. Super.
Oh my
adjusts.
god, भाई finally
Just in
around
the
to
nick
them.
of time. Got closer than it maybe should have been, but EG still win it out.
They've done a great job at shutting down Digizine now on these prior 2 rounds, who's been pushing up with the scoped weapons, trying to find that opening towards B-Long. At some point, though, on that loud 2v2,
भाई बहुत ज़्यादा गरम पीली मैंने
your Ye going down, he did a great job delaying forward, and so by the time
Love you,
that we're
Shibanga
actually able to
bhai.
get to the spike and tap, there were 2 stars down. It's just, you just know it's over at that point.
That's relatable.
Me for real.
We've been there. We have been there.
And that's going to force the timeout to be taken here.
There's a Red Bull clutch to win that round, but it does give a little momentum back to EG. Seems like
अरे?
this technical pause.
चादर उड़ के सो गए ला भाई.
Hot towel's gonna get a nice shave.
We were told we're investigating a bug. I'm going to assume we're investigating that one of the loud players can't see anything.
When we do get back
ये है
into
ना
this,
भाई.
I was also just looking
ये
at the
ना.
EG economy because they lost so many players.
आसपास
It's
की
going to be
कॉपी.
a rough
अरे
spot.
इंसान
That will
सो
still
जाए
have
तो
an
आसपास की
opportunity
कॉपी.
to win one
हैं?
round
सांस ले
or
तो किसी
two
कॉपी.
unless, you know, EG
वन भी
finds out
आसपास.
and gets some
टट्टी
additional
खाओ
cash,
सालो
but
3 जन लिख रहे हो आसपास कॉपी.
They have an opportunity to extend the lead for sure.
भाई
and
उसका
get back in
तांजीरो
this
वाला माउस है देखा?
Yeah, if they win a round, that would extend it for sure.
5 to 5.
Yeah.
And then possibly even to
That's
6
some
when
really
EG had
good
no money.
math. I'm so happy you guys are on
You
your
won
on your
4
game
plus
today.
1.
The hand warmer face meta seems to be something developing. Looks really cozy.
It
Yeah, I've
can't
seen
be
that a lot.
sanitary though, no, because you put your grubby paws all over the hand warmer,
Speak for
and
your
then it's
own-
on
speak
your
for
forehead.
your own paws, buddy.
I don't know.
Wash
You're
your
touching the.
hands.
Which player?
Bro,
do you think
crazy
that is?
jersey है इनका.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It's just
And, listen.
I mean, I can't even see his hair from here, so.
Object permanence? Question mark. Where did it go? Show this.
John
Direct
Cena
PK
coming out early.
Which a Valorant player in Americas, who would be the
best
best contender
wrestler?
in WrestleMania?
The best contender in WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just
Ditch his
any
in,
player.
you can't see
Let
him.
me think. You
I
put,
need a
you
good
put me on
answer.
the spot with an incredibly
Look,
specific
hear me out.
question.
Wyatt, let me sell this for you. You
Yep.
got Ditch in one corner, John Cena in the other, right?
Tech
And
pause
you just
क्यों हो
run
रहा
the-
भाई?
run the clip. You don't actually have to have anyone there.
I know this is a bad answer. I'm gonna give you some time to think. Let's watch a little video. When we
I'm
come
trying to
back,
think.
I want an
Who's
answer. Here we go. Veteran Pankata. He
सब
spoke
सो
to this
गए भाई.
earlier about his thoughts
भाई
on-
एक्चुअली मैं अगर टेक पॉज वगैरह में रहूंगा ना, मैं सोऊंगा नहीं चैट. क्या तुम लोग सोओगे? मैं लॉक्ड इन रहूंगा भाई. मैं लॉक्ड इन रहूंगा. मैं सोऊंगा नहीं. अबे यार ये तो लंबा खींच रहे बे. ये तो लंबा खींच रहे. मैं सोता नहीं भाई, क्योंकि वो लॉक इन वाइब चले जाता ना. वाओ.
मेरे को पता था, मेरा मन था बस. Oy. Whoa. What the heck?
One enemy remaining.
Sleep. Wow. I was
भाई क्या मारा उसने. भाई टेंस को भी दिखा दूं ना, ये वो बोलेगा रेडियंट है ये. दैट्स लिटरली सिल्वर. साला ब्रो हेल नहा गया प्ले. 250 प्लस FPS है. 30 रुपीज पर आर गेमिंग कैफे फ्रॉम सांगली महाराष्ट्र. डैम. डैम भाई यड़ बग गई है पूरी भाई. साफ सफाई नहीं रख रहे. लेकिन सही है ना चाहे 30 रुपीज पर आवर का. 30 रुपीज पर आवर के हिसाब से बहुत सही है भाई. धूल में भी खेल लेंगे फिर भाई बंदे. बहुत सस्ता है भाई 30 रुपीज पर आवर भी. सब कुछ जमा हो गया है ठीक है, लेकिन रेट बहुत सस्ता है तो वो W है. what do you mean in coordinate of a what do you mean by coordinate of a point? अरे कोऑर्डिनेट मतलब अगर तू मैप है, ठीक है, एक मैप बना हुआ है, ठीक है, वो लोकेशन का पॉइंट दिया है और उसका तेरे को बोला है कोऑर्डिनेट्स बता इसके, इसका मतलब वो नॉर्थ से कौन सा पॉइंट पे है और साउथ से कौन से पॉइंट पे है, ये कोऑर्डिनेट्स होते हैं। समझ रहा है? क्या क्या गुंडा बनेगा भाई? एक्स एंड वाइज, माँ कसम। Please don't show shit, bro. Please. ए भेजो ना कुछ सेटअप में, चलो। एक्सक्लेमेशन डिस्कॉर्ड प्लीज गाइस। देवेश टेक्स्ट वेक्स्ट सुधार जरा, ये एकदम डिफॉल्ट टेक्स्ट है। ट्यूटोरियल वगैरह देख और फिर बना। पहले वाले के हिसाब से बहुत बढ़िया, लेकिन चालू हो रहा है शायद। भाई आईसी ने गेम रिस्टार्ट किया है, उसका गेम चालू नहीं हो रहा है। क्या 2 रुपए का पीसी रहेगा?
It's true, it's true.
पनकड्डा को नींद आ रही है।
I could also see El Diablo in like a lucha tag team with Rey Mysterio. That would work
Who's
too.
Rey Mysterio?
You know who
I
Rey
know who that is.
Mysterio
He's
is?
the dude with the
Well,
mask.
I've heard the
Yeah.
name.
He's got the mask.
that's-
He's so mysterious.
That's crazy.
I think I watched a Jack
Didn't
Black
they-
movie where they had that.
Didn't
Yeah,
they
there was
find
a-
out who that was, and then that was a big deal, like in a bad way? Like he wasn't supposed to be known who it was?
I can't. It's kind. I mean, it's not like he wears it in the mask in airports. I mean, he should, like, you
You're
know.
getting on your United Airlines flight and you just see a luchador.
I mean,
हमारे यहाँ
What
30 रुपए का पीसी इससे अच्छा है। 30 रुपए का
I
पीसी
want to
कहाँ
check
पे
in.
मिलता
Can
है
we
भाई?
look at Ye's monitor? Is that a
Yeah, show us his
possibility?
monitor.
Oh, we can
Oh,
see
not-
Icy's
No,
monitor.
Yay! Why is Icy
Or not Ye.
closing
I mean
Valorant?
Icy. Sorry, that's not Ye.
There you
that's
go. That's the
Icy.
right button.
Did he pick the right tournament realm? That's the
That
question.
is. He probably picked the wrong one the last time because I saw him messing with it.
Just accidentally clicks on League. We have to reset again.
Okay. Another alternate reality question. Which
Cafe
VCT
की
American
बात कर रहा
tour would be the best league for us?
No, this is true. I know the answer to this.
Oh, really?
Boostio. Boostio is currently Grandmaster in League of Legends.
Is that... please give it to me in Valorant terms. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's like a high
Immortal?
immortal. Yeah.
Oh.
That's right underneath
Alright.
Radiant.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
I found
Damn,
at least during
bhai.
kickoff. I think he told me that.
Yeah, it's funny. We have a lot of pros who like were
Boostio,
pros in other games you would
Grandmaster
expect
League
in the
में।
past. Not the case with Boostio, but I mean, what, he was like a tier 2 player back in Overwatch. There's always the stories going back through. Also, a lot of new rookies who.
नेरुल में 60 रुपए का मिलता है। क्या
A
बात
lot
कर
of
रहा?
them showing up
60
on the
रुपए
stage
घंटा?
today. The likes of Luke Show,
Damn, bे।
especially, who's been very impressive. New issue is manifest.
भाई 100 रुपए 1 घंटे के लिए अच्छा है, आई फील। लेकिन उसके नीचे बहुत सस्ता है, आई फील। मिरा रोड में 70 रुपए। ओ, कि 1 घंटा कोई खेलता नहीं है, बराबर है। 1 घंटे का एक मैच भी। ब्रो क्या हो रहा है इसका? कुछ चल रहा क्यों नहीं है आईसी का? पागल विगल है क्या भाई ये?
Through two.
You never like forget you have like a cup of water and you go to the kitchen, you fill another
Throw
cup
them
of water.
away.
Oh no, you got to stay with 3 different drinks. I got like my hot tea and my sparkling water
Oh
and
my
my
God,
regular
Didgeridoo's
still
back.
water.
He's back. Where'd he go?
Object.
Call back to your lack of object permanence, I suppose.
Comedy.
It's a reference.
Well, we still have some technical issues.
Oh,
so
give us a
let's-
video, Mimi,
We've
please.
got a video, let me
Yes.
tell you. This time, EG's nature on his thoughts on Loud.
Can we see his letterbox?
I do think we saw Loud's form against both the last two teams. The Sentinels for sure. I mean, they brought it a very close 2-1 series, I would say, and they definitely could have won it hands down. And we're talking about, like, for me, like, Kalenzine had a pretty rough series. And
Brother,
he's usually,
is
when-
it worth to
when we talk
buy
about Loud,
4-second
this guy
blade
is
for
always good
1920?
3.
4-second blade
Always.
क्या है?
And he had a really rough series, and they still brought it, like,
4-second blade
insanely
क्या है,
close.
chat?
Interesting to hear from EG's IGL, and a little update for the viewers back at home. We are past game issues. We're in a new era, and we now have, quote, major mouse issues.
Major mash issues.
Oh, and it's all fixed,
Oh,
is
and
what we're
fixed.
hearing.
Cool.
Was it
So-
the classic, I forgot to charge my wireless mouse?
Major issues. I didn't plug it in.
that happens constant. That is the bane of the challengers player. The amount of tech pauses that we get in challenges because players forget to charge
That
their
was a
mics.
good caster miss. We got the game to fix itself. Okay, here we go. Map number 2. This game, no stakes for the playoffs, but both teams clearly trying, and Loud trying to get their first win with a 2-0.
They're leaving it all on the field.
They
That's
really
true.
are. Not to be a KDA Andy, but Pancata is 11-2 after the
I got joy, bye.
27 kill performance he had on map 1.
That's so insane. The talent on Loud, the shooters that they have, this is why I don't understand how they're 0-4. Like these
It
guys
doesn't make sense.
have some sick players.
Oh, yeah. Actually, okay, I thought Ye was maybe going to try and step up after that drone since he was a little more forward, but right now EG are taking things really slowly.
Doesn't want to step into the ring.
But the slow play has been an issue for EG. They've lost a lot of rounds simply due to time. This time, though, they have dealt with the Vise wall in mid, and that has been evading them for the first part of this half.
Looks like Loud may want to re-clear A main. Yeah, they're going to do so off the Prowler, get the information as Ye is forced to break it, and the stealth drone for EG will allow him to take that forward space, set up for an A-hit split.
But look, Luxio's running over, and he's got the Visor. We're down to 35 seconds. Derek is kind of selling this by taking the orb for the ultimate. Loud again can play to just stall out this hit.
Oh.
Double ults used, but that's just going to send Loud straight into the site. They're here to brawl. Dash through. The double duelists have arrived. The
Oh.
plant still yet to.
Wow.
Oh, the fight through the smoke. He was alone there.
Yoy
And he
bhai.
dies for his hubris.
अबे योई
Showing
को
advantage
chamber ही
to
दे
Loud.
देते.
They're going to put more ults into this one. Guns taken away. Icy.
Chamber ही खेल
Valley
लेता यार
alone
वो.
here, just a shorty in his hands. We saw
Nice
Ye
smoke to
do
play
it.
with, though.
A little late, but Digizin could try to rip that ultimate, get in and get all the info.
Wow.
Yeah, he's going to.
He gets out. Now 4v4. Ult from Digizin. Kamanzine is
Whoa,
holding
whoa,
this
whoa.
one. Missiles
Bro.
finally in, but they've got it halfway. Icy only
3v3.
goes 1 for 1.
Open plant
A
है.
lot of time for Loud to play with.
Pull
Howard
भी है
is
उसके
sticking
पास.
again, and
Wait.
no one is
It's
stopping him.
just
No one
over.
is swinging him. The pull doesn't come in.
Bro, Superman
They
ने
didn't think
pull ही
it was
नहीं किया.
halved, and they lose the round because of it. Loud now 5-2 up.
And it's another 3K for Pancata. I mean, like, what
He's
is
14 and 2.
going on?
He's 14 and 2.
7.0 KD.
Astra.
14 into.
Yeah, I mean, the first one is, yeah, that fight through
Tough.
is just...
Was there a Yoru flash or something I
No,
missed?
that's
So.
Icy had one flash left, but I mean, Potter's looking befuddled. As am I.
Uh-oh.
Just unfortunate that nothing was really set
Okay,
up
it's a
there. And yeah,
tactical
calling
timeout.
a timeout after a pretty disastrous post
Wait for
plant
better
from
skins.
EG.
Yes.
I mean, I can get inside Ye's head there and see what he's trying to do. Like, there's big retake ultimates for the side of Loud, so if you can
Chad,
take
ये
that
Derek
timing
के बाल
and get
इतने
the
अच्छे
kill,
कैसे हैं यार?
especially if it's onto, you know,
इतने
the
मस्त भाई की
Vise, for
भांग
example,
पाड़े है
all of a
उसने.
sudden that just straight up
वैसा
wins the
भांग पाड़े
round,
मैं
but
कब
it is a-
करूंगा यार? मेरा
a big
कब
gamble
होगा
to go
वैसा?
for, and you saw what sort of happened to EG after.
मैं तो
It's
ignore हो रहा हूँ
only
full.
the
हाँ
Yoru
भाई,
and
आप
IC that
ignore
can
हो
stay
रहे
on
हो.
the site, get one kill before TPing out. I don't know, I just feel like EG are
अंडा लगाओ बाल में.
consistently
सही में? अंडा
running
लगाने
close
से
into
ठीक हो
time
जाते क्या?
trouble and also not having any forward positions on sites in the post
भाई
lane.
कीबोर्ड का
Yes, I
बजट
mean,
क्या
that was
रखूं
definitely
लैपटॉप
the
में?
idea Ye had, but it was just not synced up with anything. And that was their undoing.
सस्ता ले ले भाई कोई भी चलता है.
Loud were also finally able to extract some value out of the op just by virtue of Digizin holding down B the entire
एक व्हाइट लगाना होता है बालों में.
They are
हैं?
consistently able to stack up the majority of their players towards A.
In his rookie season, Loud Luxio has the highest ACS, 280, across all 4 international leagues.
And he hasn't won a series.
That's crazy. That is
That's
absolutely
crazy.
crazy. All right, early on Loud are putting emphasis on that A extremity control.
This is pretty classic for them,
बेचारा
right? Those
Yeah.
इतना
walk-ups,
अच्छा
the forward
परफॉर्मेंस दे रहा है वो
postings,
और
Digizin has the
एक मैच
operator
नहीं
there,
जीता
so
वो.
certainly makes sense. Once the smoke goes down too, they can probably rotate Kala out of the space. Maybe even drone seeing nothing, the Yoru could TP out.
Ooh, I wonder if that caught him. That was honestly tough to tell. It was super close either way. As EG have made their way down Link. And they're going to have late presence for B main. I like, yeah, same Loud. They're trying to take some forward presence, cut off the split before it comes in.
Because they know EG consistently play into mid. There's only 1 or 2 guys that'll go towards B long.
So it's looking to be a 2v2 in that part of the map.
Look at how EG are exploring through sewer at the moment. They are all over the map.
This is a freestyle round from EG.
But
try and find something.
They have all the space except the space they actually need to get the spike to safety. Your TP's back deeper into main.
So seeing those two players pushed up B, there's going to be a fight for a moment
They're
off the
using
clone.
ult on a fake here.
But there's still a problem towards A. The Yoru is here. The spike is moving over onto that side of the map.
But Digizin is going back towards the site. He needs to be ready to fight in main. He could win the round here.
The spike is still so far away with only 19 now.
Digizin, he eats a stun. He
Bro,
might die
what
for a stun the
is-
second
oh
time.
my-
But Trace is still alive. 10 seconds.
Bro.
The spike now races into the site. It's the pistols. Come alive
No
for
way.
EG. And that
Oh,
has been
oh.
the round. Can they still win it? The plant's
Khatam
coming
round.
in. It's back and forth. Icy needs to stick.
Wait,
for
1v1.
Now a 1v1.
Oh
and
my
Icy
god, ये क्या round था? बनता है.
How? How
ये
on earth
कैसे
did they win
भाई?
that?
और उसने spam में
With,
2-3
what
मार
was
दिए
it,
भाई
12
एमिन वाले.
seconds when they were stuck
Hell
in main
nah.
trying to get onto the site.
That was
Pancada
diabolical,
is
भाई.
over.
Walks accidentally
Huh?
into a stun, then gets stunned a second time by the Astra.
My eyes get acid into my eyes. What is A main right now?
That
ये
is a-
oh my god भाई पैनकाड़ा का आज heavy दिन चल रहा है.
Double stun.
Heavy दिन चल रहा है पैनकाड़ा का. But I don't know वो कैसे नहीं मारा लास्ट वाले बंदे को.
0.5 seconds. What we're getting.
वो expect ही नहीं कर रहा था ये side पे.
Good round, EG.
Yeah,
They
right
did it.
back
Job,
in it.
round of
They
applause.
That is a classic Potter timeout. Instantly, EG are back with a round win.
Oh, don't even.
It's also put Loud on an eco.
Right.
EG have already opened this up, got the first kill.
Don't
Okay.
give away another gun, thank you.
All good.
I just want one normal anti-eco.
No.
That's all I'm asking.
I'm not going to let you have it because Luxo and Pancada are alive. Let me spin you something.
No.
All right, there we go. That was a reverse caster nurse.
Good job.
They're going to stabilize a bit now, EG. with
Done है
Omni
मोहित
and
भाई, done
Icy
है.
Because of all
Done है.
those prior kills he got, getting the spike down.
और ये डार्क रोस्ट
etc.
वाली कॉफी
has
हल्की सी ऐसे
dimensional drift
तीखी वाली फीलिंग देते.
to really
तीखा
get EG
तीखा
back in this game,
फ्लेवर.
get the score tied
इसलिए
up
मेरे को पसंद नहीं आता
5-5.
भाई.
That's going to be the one ultimate of
लाइट रोस्ट बेस्ट रहता.
significance in this. I mean, to be fair, Pancada is the cosmic divide, but the dimensional drift is just free low.
Good night
in the meta
संविधान
right
भाई.
now.
Techres.
I think that was also Loud's throwaway round of fighting for the mid space on the low buy. Back to playing for mains, back to
भाई सोएगा
Just in
कब?
with the rifle
सोऊंगा ही
this
नहीं. बैग टैग
Posted up
को
B
बिठा.
I think it makes sense because so many of these rounds are coming down to
कौन सी
the
कॉफी है?
later
Blue Talk
moments
आई.
too. Also just didn't have the money for it.
Next.
Okay, there's a gate crash from Icy placed over towards Art, going to teleport through now, get the information on A. EG, they want to pivot back, get into that A site, execute with a split.
What?
Just popping
He's
out of the ult.
sticking that?
And he doesn't die for it either. Cowanzine runs.
वो
It's
बंदा
another
खोल
round
दिया
where
भाई.
the site gets
Oh, that's so
wild.
sick.
And Cowanzine is the one who wins it out. The trade there is very nice from
Oh.
Ye, but Luxo's come up on the flank, eating away at some damage and shooed back to the safety of
भाई
his
क्या-
teammates.
Yeah, Luxio's kind of struggled on that angle a
भाई
few
EG
times.
everywhere है.
EG now
ये थोड़ा
joining G
diabolical
back in
है
space,
विषय.
but I think they may just end up rotating back towards B. They've left Ye for the time being. He'll try to retreat himself after
ये
a few
इतना
warning
deep
shots
side
back
पे
in, but
था.
Luxio snuck into the B site.
Yeah, and
Behind
They're
the
going
cosmic
back A.
divide.
that sheer wall did get
They're going back
activated
A.
straight.
Okay, past the because the Vi's got
भाई
past
क्या
the
कॉम्स
Astral,
चल रहे
it
रहेंगे
really
उनके
rotates.
यार.
So Spike is going back into A. EG have the
Hell
audio
nah,
through.
bhai.
Loud didn't think they could.
They're slow though. Loud is working back, but they're not running it.
20 seconds, guys. Let's do it.
They're finally gonna find the site. Get the plant down.
15 seconds.
Get
They
the
should
plant
be
down.
able to plant here safely.
Okay, they've done that one for the first time. It's not.
डेरे को
too
एक और
nail
चाहिए
biting.
अल्ट के लिए.
And
वाइस को भी
boosted
एक ही
up on
और
top of this
चाहिए.
box. Super annoying angle for Loud to deal with on the retake.
3 in art, 1 in main for the post fight. No presence on the site. And Digizin, he has a key position here, but he has to contend with Ye up top this box. This fight might just decide the round. Digizin starts to work in. It's free onto Ye.
Oh,
Flash
he
in hand,
trade
but he
नहीं कर
tips
पाया.
back to safety, and now support has arrived in Loud. 2v2 towards Arc.
Whoa.
They're dealing with every kill, and the util starts to fall away. Missiles were used. They'll delay for a moment. But Derek is so far away from this fight, and now he's the only
माँ
one
कसम
left.
डीजी ने निकाला
It's not
round.
enough.
Time?
Loud.
Oh, they
has
have no
to
time.
run.
Oh
The
my
time
God.
has expired, and EG sneak away
Bro
with the round.
कैसे round
That's
निकाली
exactly
EG
what
ने ये.
happened there on the site from Loud. They had 3
लोग
players
ने
around the spike, couldn't actually
मिसाइल्स
get
की
back
वजह
on
से
it.
पूरा राउंड निकाला.
The missiles came in for sure.
That's it.
Super late delay from Derek. It was really looking good for Loud. Dijazine played that situation towards Art in
Thank you
really
so much,
excellent
Samal bhai.
fashion.
Love you.
Had Luxo come double up with him after this kill, play off of that Yoru flash, but yeah, it was Derek playing way far back on the run, gets the delay.
Thank you
off
so much.
of
Thank
the
you so much, Samal bhai.
salvos.
Is this another Potter timeout? We had one, what, 4 rounds ago? No, it's a
Surely
tech
not.
pause.
Ah. Thanks to the back wall. We were
Started
able to
recording
deduce
my
that
games and I
information.
sit close to my monitor because of which flickering occurs on my face and I use my phone as camera. Solution बताओ. उसका solution है ना अपना कैमरा वो NTSC मोड में या तो रखो if possible. शटर स्पीड चेंज करना होता है लेकिन तुम्हारे फोन में तुम शटर स्पीड चेंज कर सकते हो कि नहीं वो मुझे पता नहीं, वो चेक करना पड़ेगा तुम्हें. शटर स्पीड चेंज करोगे तो हो जाएगा. या तो मॉनिटर का वो रिस्पॉन्स टाइम वाला एक सेटिंग होता है ना, वो रिस्पॉन्स टाइम आपको चेंज करना पड़ेगा.
I realize there's no visual element to this, so I'm not sure how compelling the eggs in front of us is.
No,
but
that was an intrusive thought.
Yeah, you just let it slip through. This is what happens by the time of the
कभी के अंदर मैचस्टिक का हेड डाल के देखो अलग लेवल का हिट मिलता है. ये सब क्या नशा कर रहा है भाई तू?
At least I get to enjoy my
Radiant Entertainment या Protocol Phantom, which is better? Radiant Entertainment.
What do you tell us in chat? What are you drinking right now? You got any nice?
I want to buy gaming chair budget 20k.
You know, add it all into the mix.
ये मेरा वाला अच्छा है.
Good deal.
No, Pancani's still 18-4. That's good.
It's kind of
That's cool.
unbelievable how good he's been.
And IGLing.
मेरा वाला exclamation chair.
Yeah.
Was last week.
Playing as the leader of this team, I mean, he has been so good for them. I think that we do have a little video. I know you guys love videos.
अब veg हो या non-veg?
Talking about his role switching back to being the IGL for this Loud team. Let's take a little listen.
Wow, I queued that up accidentally.
Yeah, good segue.
Os maiores desafios agora, eu acho que na função de GL, eu sinto que é a performance mesmo. Eu sou um jogador que sempre me cobrei no quesito da performance, mas agora que acaba que eu sinto que, tipo, meu firepower abaixa um pouco. Eu morro muito.
Chad, what is this language?
Ou vejo uma brecha, passo na frente e morro. Então acaba que eu vou ter que acostumar um pouco com isso, de estar um pouco mais abaixo no quesito individual. Mas faz parte, se o time for ganhar, tô disposto a fazer qualquer coisa.
Interesting to hear from Pancata, obviously.
मराठी आहे काही शेंबड्या. मापू निशाने माने कोने निशाने मापू.
In Europe, actually.
Why did everyone go to Europe?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one who keeps going over there.
Oh no, I'm the one who always comes back.
That's true.
I'm so real for that.
That's
By the way,
framing.
big
Yellow
Sippy's
special
update
setup.
from chat. I'm seeing a lot of waters personally. Staying hydrated out there.
I respect
you gotta love.
that.
Oh, where'd he go?
There was a keyboard issue in that last
You get
round for one
that?
of our players that may have impacted the round. Admins are investigating right now.
No.
We'll give you updates as soon as
क्या रीरोल होने वाला है राउंड.
So we've had a mouse. We've had a keyboard.
See what is this guy doing outside?
Oh, that could have actually.
What do you mean outside?
It
कौन
is
है
a
ये?
possibility.
Looking like a
unclear.
moose at Spotlight.
किसकी बात कर रहा है?
Yeah, Moose just not diffusing this fight.
He hit his window.
What is diabolical?
Windows key couldn't
Hey,
get
shut
in
up!
there.
Don't tell me the
Classic.
भंगरे भंगरे
It
outside.
really
What
is.
was the other icon?
वो क्लर्ज है
of one of those?
कुछ
Was
भी.
it Marv?
Oh,
Hostel
yeah, so
room
that
का
was
setup.
on Haven.
Wow,
opposite
bro.
energy. I
Oh
think
my god.
Against like a
was it
Nitro.
Optic or Envy? I don't
This is
know.
actually good, bro.
Yes,
This is
one of
actually
these
good.
When they had Nitro.
Yes,
I
it definitely
remember
was.
that.
It was Finesse and Marved in a 2v0.
Oh,
C-Long
camera
to
bag.
Pick up an operator, no one defused.
Drone bag है. Oh, heavy भाई.
By the way, I'm gonna need us. Hey, I'm gonna need
Crazy.
us to lock in, okay?
Unlocked.
Because we've been called out. Laundry Smeller 1
Oh.
tells us
What a name.
these casters don't know about KC Sawdock? Question mark? Question mark. That's 2 question
Well, don't
marks.
say these casters. It was just you.
Goated
Well,
laptop.
Laundry Smeller 1 said these casters. We're all in this together. We're all in this boat. It's sinking.
Personally,
They
I
weren't
think the
paying close
boat is
enough
more so.
attention.
Oh
over
भाई
here.
साहब तू भी कॉफी पी रहा
You're
है?
sick.
Crazy bro. यार chat look at
I've
this.
got an
Throwing you a
oar
paddle.
over here.
Goat Kata.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's go loud.
ए भाई तेरा ये भी मस्त है यार कप क्रेजी फर्शे वाला कप मस्त लग रहा है
Investigate the eggs because we were talking about them earlier.
The eggs? Oh yeah, wait, we've got eggs here. Hold on. Ages 4+.
Okay.
Crazy,
Are
bro.
you 4+?
It says it right here.
Well, it's your birthday today and you're turning 6, so thankfully you'll
4 AM stream work chat up.
What do we got here?
Oh
Okay,
my
we got some
god, क्या
colors.
बना रहा है भाई?
Are they confetti eggs?
It
didn't pop.
Is it true that someone
Crazy.
told me that I can just throw this up into the air?
Yeah, do it.
One of the
If you
producers
break
did.
something.
Okay, I don't
You
know where
will not hit the ceiling.
Oh, it
Wait,
landed
it
on the
didn't even
couch.
break.
Hold on,
Hold
landed
on,
on the
hold
couch.
There we go.
Nice.
That's something.
It keeps landing on the couch.
Jesus Christ.
There's a lot going on. Oh, we're getting
you're
more
scaring
cards.
Giving us more eggs. That's
We don't need this much ammunition.
Oh, nice.
Of this raining down.
stupid.
We're celebrating
Stimuli.
this moment. Pansy's in the
Stimuli.
chat.
Oh, Pansy!
Get out. Close the stream, Lauren. Close the stream.
Sorry, we cannot run
What a
the...
क्या कर रहे हैं भाई ये लोग?
Typed in chat. Interesting.
Hey, Pansy, let's keep it clean over there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Little update on the stage. Keyboard issue was there, but it did not affect the outcome of the round. Therefore, admins have deemed we will not be replaying it. The score of 5-5 stands, but we are getting a new keyboard for the player affected.
Nice.
Did I have to build the keyboard?
Hell nah,
We tried
bro.
to do that
Has
for
to
you
be
a couple
gold.
weeks ago,
Yo,
and it-
shout out Mimi. She's a real one. She helped me build a custom keyboard
It's a nice
for the
keyboard.
first time.
Let's go EG. We belive.
Wow.
Believe,
Ratio.
Is that what you're here
निशु
for?
निशु 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 भाई लाइक कोई क्यों नहीं करता यार आज 200 लाइक भी नहीं होने वाले अपने बाय बाय
Shout out Dan the Penguin. He made clove.
Dan the Penguin is also a man, not just the guy in Why It's
Oh,
Loud.
really?
Yeah.
Yes. There's
Oh.
a man whose name is
Yeah.
Dan, but
So-
also his name is
And he's an
Penguin.
agent developer?
Yeah, so
Oh,
he was.
I didn't know that.
We were on the league playtest team together. We used to come to the smoothie bar frequently for smoothie bar one-on-ones.
Right
Very
where we
important
are.
meetings.
Nice.
Where we are right now. Yeah.
भाई
And he went on to.
इतना सड़ाना पड़ रहा है उनको यार चालू कर दो ना उससे अच्छा हाँ क्या कर रहे हो कितने बज गए हाँ भाई 4:30 बज गए चालू करोगे आप लोग नहीं करना है चले जाए हम लोग क्या सीन चालू हो रहा है शायद
Slightly. To like 50 maybe?
That is really cute.
Well, we've got him mic'd up. I don't know why he isn't saying anything.
Yeah, he doesn't
Little
Was
want
he
to
shy?
Little shy.
Little camera shy.
Okay, well.
Well, you got what
They
you
should let
wanted.
Dan the
This is a
Penguin
commie
pass
test
around.
row. What did you say, producer, in my ear?
No, he said we are getting ready checks.
Oh,
Wyatt.
nice, nice. We're getting
Means
ready,
We
checks.
should be getting into the room.
अबे
into the
घंटा
game
रेडी
again
भाई
shortly.
ओ हाँ रेडी
Nice.
रेडी
We're already in the room.
Love that. Love that. Love that.
Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one.
Okay.
चालू हुआ? चालू हुआ,
Weberl
चालू
says, I think the casters should start an esports team. They are the smartest in VCT anyway.
Wyatt has
I
tried
agree.
that.
No, that's pretty based.
You won Champions 2021, right? Zen esports.
2 लाख चाहिए 1K के लिए भाई लोग
True.
Was
there's
that
also-
written by you,
God.
Ender?
No, that was
The
a real
producers are telling
person.
me that was written by @Ender. Wait a minute.
Guys, the game is on.
That it is. Finally back into it.
And
Sounds
Loud
tech
said,
pause.
let's stack up towards Art and triple face, and if they walk at us, we're going to kill them.
Revolutionary war type beat.
I like that strat. EG, they're taking a main control. Slowly, but surely. What? What?
Sorry,
I'm explaining the round.
Twitch chat. I'm still reading chat.
The tone of your delivery just really got me there. I don't know why. No, just please
Comedy.
continue with a round like that.
And Loud, they are flanking up mid, but
Oh,
here's that
wait, they
sheer
have to do
wall.
some like movement.
Wait, what is
Some movement.
Oh, they
Bruh.
got it activated, and it's all a ruse. They were going
मेरे को
back
लगा वो
to
क्रॉस
ult.
कर सकता है वो
Did you use an ult here? It doesn't tag anyone. They're using 2 ults here. Against mostly
ब्रो
Shadow.
कैसे डॉज करते हैं वो
You're
योरू
so
फ्लैशेस
smart,
भाई
Mimi.
कैसे
How did you count to 2?
I just feel like that might be a lot. To be fair, they think Loud Force here doesn't matter though. That's 1 with the Sheriff already.
Pancata is just, even in the ecos, adding up kills.
Oh, good
Whoa,
flash.
whoa.
That's 2.
He's
Game's
ulting?
even, and
Two
he's
आ
just
गया
gonna win
भाई
it. Wants to win this round. Spots out 1 player. Knows
Spots
the
out
second
2.
is in main. Will he pop out on the right
क्या
timing?
बच्चा है
He's
बंटा
out of the ultimate and TPing back into sight. Low time.
Wait, you can
Doing
full stick
Oh,
back
Fuse
there.
around the
bro,
corner
वो
with the
stick कर
missiles.
सकता है
The
वो
missiles should win this round because time is already so far gone. And he can't
No
get on
time.
the spike. The kill's not coming through either, and it got
Bro, stick
dangerous,
कर
it
सकता था
got
वो.
dicey, but nature saves the day with a 4K.
EG have been doing a really good job at staying alive and spamming the spike with utility
That is
late
the
and
EG
stopping
classic.
Loud from defusing.
Unironically, like
They're
going
playing
back
to the win con.
to when they was a world champion team, Cutter was always like, what if we just spam these smokes on Pearl? And then we win the round.
Pearl. Just spam the...
पनकड्डा अभी भी 20 किल पे भाई पागल है.
Did we just have to censor a lot?
Yeah. That was like you listen to like a modern song on the radio and there's just 40% is cut.
Did you guys know Nature's full name is actually Nicholas Acher?
No. That's not... I don't believe that's what Icy just said.
Oh, I thought that's what he was saying.
No, I think you might have misheard.
I think you're wrong.
Loud,
Okay.
they've got the full buy. They've
bad.
got one opportunity to tie this up 6-6. And okay, Scrappy in the duel's about too easy, at least trades it back, and then Nature gets
That was
his.
a good ult.
That's a big ulti. Loud going for this mid fight. Looks just going to walk out into mid, but isn't quite there
Nature is
either.
cooked.
Still more bodies entering the fray. You think about it, Loud have never on a buy round fought into mid, so those extra angles unexpected. Jin walking down B long also finds it.
Crazy तो खेल रही है भाई Loud.
Blocks CG out of this round.
And Loud, remember their confidence this round. Map 1, it was all about the duels here. Just swing them in mid, swing them in main. Get yours. It's a 2v4 now for Evil Geniuses.
Stealth drone over from Loud being sent to clear out a ton of A main, so some valuable info gained for them as we're heading to the tail end of this round, and EG will begin to feel a bit of pressure from the clock, needing to get this spike down on the A site. Could get slowed down by these thorns being activated. Cross map from Luke Show as well.
Now it's seen. Nice shot. That should lock up this round. Yay. Oh, nice adjustment, but he doesn't find the kill.
Chat 2-0 हो रहा है.
And it's
Yeah,
6-6
is this going to
yet
be a
again,
comeback?
2 maps in a row where we're tied even at half.
This is a
Loud just going for some of those
all or a
open faces
comeback.
towards Art and finding success, getting the
Sorry,
trades
1-all or
back,
a
pressuring in
1-all
towards
or a
mid
2-0.
after the fact. Great timing caught by Pancata.
Look, you can't tell me that this is not just the exact same map we just watched. It's 6-6 at the half. EG have like no
21-5
individual player
भाई,
that's
Pancata
popping
क्या
up. Meanwhile,
player है भाई.
Pancata is doing even better this time, 21-5.
It's
पागल
deja
player है
vu
भाई,
on
वो
Pearl
पागल
as
player
we
है.
head to the break.
6 all हो गया. Loud gonna speed run in attack. इतना भरोसा है आपको Loud पे. भाई ये पनकड्डा क्या खेल रहा है बे. तो ये लोग जो मैचेस हार रहे हैं Loud वाले, वो किनके अगेंस्ट हार रहे हैं हमेशा? क्यों हार रहे फिर ये लोग? क्या हो रहा है इनके साथ ऐसा? चेंटिनल्ले 2-1, अनरेटेस्ट 2-1, 2G स्पोर्ट्स के अगेंस्ट 0-2, ब्रा प्रो के अगेंस्ट 2-1. ठीक है, ठीक है. चलो 100 Thieves वाले मैच में देखते कौन अच्छा खेला है. उसमें तो कौन सी ना अच्छा खेला भाई. लुक्शो, पनकड्डा. भाई ये लुक्शो हर गेम मारता है बे. वो बोले ना कास्टर्स, वो लिटरली हर गेम में टॉप फ्रैग ही करता है. ये देखो शिट बे. लुक्शो और पनकड्डा ही मार रहे हो. डीजी भाई ने 28 मारे. क्या बात है. लुक्शो हर गेम मार रहा है चैट, हर गेम. माँ कसम यार भगाइंग्स प्लेयर है. अच्छा प्लेयर है भाई. लुक्शो डिफेंडिंग मैप है तो शायद ले जाएगा EG ये मैप. ओके
Again with Pancata, he had a monstrous first half back on Lotus, and at the halftime here on Pearl, 21-5. I would say that's pretty good.
Yeah, this is basically an exact repeat of what happened on Lotus.
Really?
At half, Pancata going crazy.
Luke Shaw
and
18 साल
tied
का
up
है.
6-6. The difference this time, though, is that Luke Shaw has had a very slow start, sitting at 5-8. As of right now, I think this is probably his worst performance of the maps that he's played, and has set an unbelievably high standard for himself. He is
5 kill पे अभी वो.
consistently top fragging. Dropped
5 kill.
27 on map 1. Top
Full
rank 5 out of
dispersion
6
में रहेगा
of
भाई.
the maps you played prior to that. I mean, it's just been on another level.
Yeah, if this guy doesn't get 24 kills in a map, that's an underperformance for him.
Oh, he's dropped min 20, I think, on every map. I could be wrong, and I could be lying. I think there was one he had 18, and he's still top ranked for that because Loud rolled. But every other map, 20 minimum, I think. Or I'm lying. We'll check in on that. Source, trust me.
No one's really here on B to hold.
I mean, they're going to be getting here pretty quickly, right? EG trying to get past the one-way to Jazindo. Early trades. And Loud are divided up around the wall for a moment, but with all these smokes down, it should be easy enough to get into a comfy post.
The smokes are falling now, and EG has pretty much all arrived. Derek just a little later than the rest of the team.
Lucho
Okay, those are like WT.
find timing, but forced back by Util.
Yeah, into the side already. A lot of utility for backhaul, but Loud are holding their nerve. And Luxia, is this his round to turn it back into his favor? Absolutely. Easy 3 for Luxia. He's up to 8.
There's something about him on the pistol rounds with the Ghost that results in consistent multi-kills. He is so sharp.
And he also ends up being the guy that's usually saving the next round a lot of times too, just carrying up a pistol, still finding value in those as well. So this will actually be Loud winning both pistols on this map, right? I guess that would be the big difference compared to the last map where EG won the first pistol and it started snowballing away from them. EG came into this half with momentum, but Loud have stolen that away for just a moment at least.
That could be a much-needed moment of confidence gain for Luxio to get right back into this game. I also, in the second half on Lotus, that's when he surged up the scoreboard and tied with that Kata, so perhaps we will just get
shit down कर दिया भाई
exact
याई को.
repeat of history.
याई मिशिकोले माया योए. भाई ये क्या गन दिख रही है बे. Dangerously optimistic gun दिख रही है.
Getting some control over towards that A extremity. Luxio getting that space. Going to try and allow an opportunity for Loud to pivot back to A if necessary. Wow, actually trying to catch the Simon to walk into the site.
अभी नींद आ रही है.
Isn't spotted, creeping through the smoke. This is
और टट्टी भी लग रही है
the
चैट मुझे.
makings of a crazy timing for him to get a free kill.
It's the anti-eco, like, hero lurk, because you only have the pistol, so you kind of have some freedom later in a round like this to go crazy.
Guys,
and
he
here
might
come
be
the
catching
rotates.
the timing.
Yeah, Derek's only got a classic, so even him sticking around on site isn't too big of a problem.
30 seconds left.
And there it is.
And yeah.
That is super free. The rest of the team are getting to the site now for a very easy plant.
Look where Pencata is as well. He's ready to support. Just peek his head. Oh my god. Through the wall.
That was actually Mike Herman trapped in Breaking Bad through the wall.
2 for 2 with the references.
Crazy भाई. Player है भाई Luxio.
Really going in with the Breaking Bad cinematic universe
Luxio player है भाई.
And I'm not mad at it. All right.
क्या इस मास्टर टोरंटो जाओगे? नहीं भाई.
This is legitimately starting,
तो
just like how the second half did.
No.
Luxio gets a bunch of kills on the pistol, and then he cleans up a couple on round 2 with a pistol.
In 2 rounds, he has doubled his kills.
He is right back in the game.
Let's go, boy. I like that shit.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for not censoring that.
Always a gift.
Where are you?
All right. On over the top.
क्या भारी बोला भाई वो.
Break from EG with Device Nature playing back street.
Yeah, again, heavy buy round 3, Loud carrying over from the FPX. And breaking apart mid very early on. I mean, Luxio is going on a bit of a mission down towards street, setting up for a split 4-1, just leaving him islanded here with the clone to buy some distraction into connector.
Yeah, going to say, in juxtaposition to EG when they were on attack, they did not prioritize getting into mid early on.
Icy ran out of time on his Steepy. Now he'll swing in, has a second to escape, and does get out. His Nature picks up a kill. The lurk from Luxio.
door से 2 आ रहे.
Activated into the site. Good timing found onto Nature, who's got blindsided, and Icy on the swing as well. Barely finds.
अरे भाई क्या इंसान है ये कैसे मार रहा है?
He is so good.
I mean,
कैसे
just
मार रहा है
30
वो?
different fights in different locations. The first one handed to him, right? Not looking there.
What the
But
hell
then to
भाई,
win the
उसकी
next
वजह से
two,
जीत रहे भाई ये
I
लोग.
felt like EG kind of rushed their way into the fight. Whether it was Ye swinging back hall when you've got the double flank coming down into street.
And again, because they do that FPX buy on their anti-EQ after winning pistol, they get a really solid one here. Tons of rifles to play with. That is clinical on the third.
And the thing is, when you go for a 4-1 split like this, you're usually like, the one player is usually the last to activate, or it's a throwaway 1-for-1 going to the site to pull heads. You're not getting 3 kills like that.
And if you guys remember Potter's interview after map 1, her gripe she gave to Riv was that they never had any money in the second half. That every anti-eco round was getting out of control. That they couldn't win against their opponent's bonus. And look where we are now.
She's on the phone with EG corporate. Give us money, please.
Won't be the first time. Okay, Luxo shut down by the Marshal.
ये राउंड हार जाएंगे Loud.
What a
देखना.
headshot from Ye.
ये राउंड गया.
Certainly a way to get a little stimulus package there. Will eco kill. Now baiting out
ये
the
round
wall
गया.
from Loud. This is pulling 4 rotators in, but Pankata, once more, the solo street lurk.
Don't let him do it again, please.
Oh, this might be a brutal timing. Yes, Superman going to get that free as it comes.
Out from heaven. Flash and nicely damage. EG, they're firing
बोला ना.
back. It's a
बोला ना ये राउंड
flawless,
गया.
thrifty
50
win.
जीते भाई ये लोग.
Potter back on the phone with the EG
Luxo
corporate.
मरा ना भाई.
Cancel that. Don't give us money. That
Chat,
was so
टट्टी
well
करके आता हूँ.
done.
तुम लोग
Luxo
लाइक
getting
करो,
shut
शेयर
down
करो,
initially
सब्सक्राइब करो,
towards
exclamation
A, and
W
then
चेकआउट
Loud
करो,
feeling
चेकआउट
okay,
वॉच
we
आवर्स.
gotta
मैं आता हूँ
force
चैट में.
ourselves into B, and EG have rotated, stacked it up.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a nasty shot. I mean, to the, yeah, and then Ye is able to rotate from there into back halls.
Right.
Nature happy about it. And yeah, as an off, this is always a key when you're playing these Yoru Jet competitions.
Brings me back to the good old days.
You want to say it for me?
No.
Okay.
I'll let you get that
Hold
line
on.
off if something happens with Ye, but
I'm holding. I'm on the edge of my seat.
at the moment there is a ton of initiator. Util Prime Ye! You
He got
used to
one
force
kill.
him back, and it just doesn't even matter.
He swung in and got 1 kill.
Yeah, but that's one more kill than he was getting with bleed most
That is
games.
pretty prime.
Oh my god.
That's messed up. That was uncalled for.
Strays on strays.
That was
I'm Ye's biggest fan. Don't even start with
Don't
me.
get it
That was
twisted.
Don't get it mistaken.
Yay.
He's
Going
gonna
through
get
the
twisted.
smoke.
Okay, that's actually Prime Ye. That is so sick!
He's so back. He's so back.
I mean, the knives during the Steel Garden is so insane.
He's got the op back.
We've waited years for this.
Here.
Gonna wait a little
Not
longer.
5v2, I want the highlight reel. Come on, Ye.
One
Through
enemy
the
remaining.
smoke. Icy takes the first. Ye whiffs.
Pankata looking sharp right now, but double face from EG to clean him up. Was worried that
Well, we got some Prime Ye, then we got some
Belvedere won.
DSG Ye at the end there.
so they're able to convert that round. EG are suddenly right back in the game, huh? Looked like Loud would be going to be up 10-6, and they have come to life. This was so sick. The immediate swap to the knives off of the Steel Garden was crazy. What a play. And I'm looking at Pankata on the scoreboard at a chill 25-7, and honestly, I'm starting to... it's a lot of kills, but I feel like they haven't been super high impact in these last few rounds. Not to take away from that obscene stat line, but yeah, he really got Loud to, off to a surging start, but EG are getting right back into this game.
We can't get too complacent with these eco rounds. EG has been losing a hell of a lot of them this game.
Oh, good dodge on the flash there. Breaking all the utility. Oh, wait, we're not breaking the utility.
Bro, you gotta hit those. He almost dies for it. Thankfully, Ye has got his back in the TP. Back into it with the ultimate. That should sure it up. Superman. Where did he get those from? Cowanzine as well. Wanted to put on a highlight reel, but he'll be shut down as EG tie us back up at 9.
Scary when Icy had to teleport out, but I like that instant dimensional drift. Gives
How did he use the
rest of
dimensional
the team a
drift on the
great
eco
timing.
round, though?
I think it's fine. You take it. When it offers you up a clean round like this.
They all lined up so perfectly for Supa there.
I mean, I suppose it's unfortunate they lost 2 at the end, but realistically, it doesn't matter. Their cash is really solid at the moment.
Yeah, winning that eco and stringing a couple together, they're going to be set for a long, long time. But this round for Loud is the swing, I feel. They're buying down low. They've got 3 monster ultimates. You've got to be winning a round like this if you're spending it all.
All right, so early on, pretty standard. You have that stealth drone from your attacking Taeho, clear out everything towards B main, while the rest of the team are attempting to make their way slowly into Arc. Some noise being made now. Prowler coming through, just going to give the information on Superman's angle, force him back.
Wow, Tuzu's considering the early ult there. Now going to pop that into the site. Not going to find anything. They're probably going to think there'll be players up inside of A main at the moment.
I mean, that is some thorough util, everything cleared out. This should be a pretty safe plant, and then they can rip that Cosmic Divide after the spike is down. They have the Armageddon for delay later. Cowanzian is, of course, going to get the missiles cycled up as well.
Icy's working on a flank, he falls off.
God.
It's a near kill off the missiles. Superman, right before the wall goes up, finds DGZ. So it's a 5v4 retake. Loud has forces still left alive on this site, and they have to be stalwart in their defense with the swings from EG. Util good. Luke Show! He was stunned! But still the round's not done. Loud walled off. Pancata holding, and there's no trade for Yay. Missiles, a pull. The spike is stalled. But the wall is still up for another moment. Now it'll fall down, a stun, ready to go. Spam needs to come in as Pancata. He comes alive, and Loud win out the rounds. They take their lead back.
And that's how a post plant will go when you have your Astra and Taeho able to survive to the very end. That miscue timing, though, through the Cosmic Divide, where it obviously Ye had intentions of swinging through, and either someone didn't listen to his call to go through, and he ended up going alone, or there was some kind of communication mishap that occurred, which allowed Pancata to get that free kill, get it into the 2 versus 2.
Are you serious? I got.
How frustrating is that for EG?
Feels like a few times he's been on a different page compared to other players on his team.
Look at the EG economy right now going into this round, by the way. 3 players are bought down to effective nothing.
And they don't have a great loss bonus either. This now turns from the swing round for Loud to one for EG.
I mean, this is just a pivotal round period. Loud don't have great money either. Super late in the game, a round that could certainly be worth 2, excuse me.
The thing is, all the big ults were used in the last round. Maybe Derek gets an ult online at some point in this round, but on defense, playing passively towards A, very unlikely. That explosive retake potential EG are hoping for, not going to be able to tap into that. Jin finding the opening towards B.
That was beautiful. Amazing.
EG
yoy.
Ye was just swinging through that.
Here's
Max
Nature
confidence.
on the site. Repositioning into the close corner. This could be deadly. There's a duel in mid as well, but Nature
is that
he's
real
gone.
meow
or
fucking meow in
who
the chat?
does find his mark. Still, it's a big disadvantage here.
क्या सीन हो रहा है?
3v2. He'll take this time, and he wants to, but the coverage is thorough from Loud.
3v2 है. Wait, 4v2
They
है.
can just gather back up, play passively.
गया भाई ये भी
alive,
मैप.
Taeho
माँ कसम
alive,
2-0 Loud जीत
versus-
रही है भाई EG से.
Nightmare situation for EG.
That's diabolical.
It's in back hall, but he still has the
कड़ा
teleport to
पागल
escape
है.
to long. After he takes
डेंजर
his
आज
first
फॉर्म
fight.
में है भाई, आज कुछ तो
Or
डेंजर
even
है.
if EG wait too long to get back into the site.
I don't know if they can even win
अच्छा,
this
meow
round.
नहीं हो.
Time's low, the player's long. This is going to be so difficult, but that's a solid start. Still, the util is a
Danger,
definite
danger,
problem
stick कर
for
दे.
Evil Geniuses.
Yeah.
They're going to try and get on the spike, but there's a player there ready to spam, a player there ready to push, and Derek,
खत्म.
he's going to die for it. EG, the
Khtam.
money is bad, and Loud is up now 11-9 in this game.
Pivotal round for them to close out this game, and aside from just winning the round itself, crushing the EG economy, it's gotten Dijazine to that dimensional drift, and that can be used on the final buy that EG will have, of course, unless they drift here. And that could be enough to close this game out.
Looks like EG are going to be calling a tech coming out of this. Just to look at sort of the state of their buy, whether or not they can do anything. Because
is it their first win? Yes.
You could maybe get
it
one
will
or two hero
their
rifles,
first
but that means you won't
win.
be able to buy the op for Ye in the next round. So
Potter दीदी यार जीतने दो उनको यार.
come in with here
नहीं
is
wait,
instead to say,
अगर
no, we
आज
need to save to get
EG
that
हारती है तो उन
so
लोग के
effective for
It's so obscene also
आगे
that Pekka is
बढ़ने के
28
chances
today.
थोड़े
In
कम
all of these
होंगे
post
ना
plants, he's just finding a kill or two.
उनको फिर
He
जितने
slowed down
बचे
a
रहेंगे
little
गेम्स
bit
वो सारे जीतने होंगे ऐसा
late
कुछ
in
होगा
that
फिर
first half into this one, and now has just been
या मे भी
consistent
उनकी
value
वांदे हो
every
जाएंगे भाई
single
क्वालिफाई होने के
round.
चैट किसी
And
को
I think
पता है
we have
बताओ
Riv here
जरा
again to get a check-in on how our teams are doing.
Loud is already out I guess because वो लोग 4-0 डाउन है
Oh, and Riv.
Sorry.
Funny thing, you were muted.
So
that
sorry for
time.
that.
Try it again. Oh, let's give him that headset, Chris. It seems like the mic's not working. We want this insight.
I'm not sure.
Riv, quickly.
Riv, run.
Riv's giving up on it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, Riv.
This is so sad.
Look, we're just a little disappointed.
Yeah,
we're a little
hate to see that.
NT Riv. He was given some.
अच्छा 5
some
मैचेस
insight.
है ओके तो EG भी आउट है अभी
No? Okay.
Maybe we just let the game play out.
Fine by me. It looks like there was a hero rifle purchased for Icy, but Supa is saving for an op for Ye.
The aforementioned Ye picking up the Marshal again has been favoring that weapon on a ton of eco rounds, both maps. Stealth drone destroyed, and Derek is caught by those salvos, needs to at least temporarily retreat as Loud put emphasis on getting A main early.
Kind of wild that EG are pushed out in mid.
EG
Lucio
qualified.
has a flash there, so it's possible for him
I
to
guess
tap
out
that
है
flash and see.
वो qualified है
Pushed in.
okay
He's kind of missed the window on that now, and with Icy where he is, he could hero rotates out of A if that ever comes down to it, or just go for the fast flank.
Our Dimensional Drift is going to be used on this anti-eco to get Loud to match point. Dejazine running through the A site, getting all the info, realizes for his team that
अगर ये EG eco जीते bro Yoy got one
That's a gun for
उसने
Ye.
insane flick दिया रहेगा भाई
So all of a sudden Icy is going to be on this flank so much faster than Loud would ever
वो replay में
expect.
उसका दिखाना चाहिए उसने insane flick दिया
the
होगा
awareness to be able to pick off Icy.
I don't think anyone's going to be looking, at least not yet. When does that internal clock start to tick? When do they realize not fast enough? It doesn't matter! Icy misses the mark!
With the hero rifle too. That was EG's chance to get back in. Now the Tejo ultimate going down. They might just be able to get on the spike.
They're gonna try to. Nature holding things down. The missile's coming in.
Halved.
Gets it halfway. Dies for the efforts, but Super
He can stick it, right?
Gone through
Bro,
the
he can
smoke.
stick it.
Now Derek has to defend.
भाई
Ye's
thrifty
trying
जीत
to
गए
stick
भाई
in the 2v2, the defuse. It's
We're
coming
still on.
through. And
Bruh.
on their thrifty round, despite the
वो
bonus, despite
बादशाह
the
प्लेयर
mistakes,
पहले मर जाता ना तो
win it
हार
out
जाते हैं
regardless.
That was huge. I think the Armageddon
Zen Crew
from Derek is
100
really
EG
the
को
big
playoffs
difference maker there.
100
Because
use
there
भी
were Tejo
So well
missiles on the
placed.
other side, but they came in
और
late
G2?
because that Tejo was trying to run out of the other one's ulti.
भाई रुको
What a
ये
shot
मैच के
from
बाद
Ye.
देखते हैं अपन
But
भी
that's the
यार
risk of being the lurk on an anti-eco and getting proactive to the extent that you push all the way down B long alone while your team is 4 over at A. You know players are going to be in ratty positions with worse by guns.
G2 in a
and you
separate
can get
group.
punished for
Oh.
overextending.
And now the situation is flipped. Loud with a couple of Guardians, some light armors. Ye has the operator that was donated over to him because of the save on the previous round.
This is everything on the line for Loud. Look at the state of their cash. It is brutally low. I mean, same for EG. It has been neck and neck, back and forth, this entire map.
It is interesting to me how passively EG are playing some of these lines.
Each group से 3 जाएंगे
Sort of the passive op line into A main instead of pushing forward to the box. Even back on
चार
B,
लिखे हुए
Icy's on that site, but he's not holding anything. He's waiting for a wall to be triggered.
Flash haunt combination so Loud can try and get some presence in street, and the stealth drone will clear out everything for them.
Good util from EG in reply.
Down to 40 seconds, they still haven't broken the wall on this site. This is a hard one to exec into.
Icy has a great position. Ye still has his flash.
Nightfall will sell his position quickly though, so if Loud can scale off that.
No clone for
टॉप
TGC.
4
They have to descend
में ये
into the
क्या उसे
stall.
कहते हैं
But the stall, you're right. They're completely cancelled
ग्रुप
out
के
here.
टॉप 4s
25
में ये
seconds.
होंगी
And now,
प्लेऑफ्स
finally,
होंगे
the
8
go
टीम्स
button
में
getting pressed, but Icy in the corner. The wall up.
Oh
Icy,
my
he
God.
whiffs again. And that
How
might just do
Icy
it.
missed
Nature
that?
Now in a tougher position than he ever could have fathomed. Loud How are they doing this?
No, they can't plan this.
It's a 3v4 retake for EG. Ye still has an
Who's
operator
taking
in his
it?
hand. The spike is going to be planted, and Tui's
Okay.
falls. Still, it's traded out by Kalzian on the other side. EG are
Didn't
flooding
kiya.
into the
Ooh.
site, but it's about to be a 1v3. It's just not going to
Bruh.
happen. It's all
And
loud.
it's Icy in 2 rounds, whiffing out on the critical kill.
How does he get that? He's being bounced by the wall forward with just the classic.
क्या same score होने वाला है क्या? Oh
insane.
boy,
That might just
finally
lose this series
timeout.
for EG.
And that's a round where EG, they slam the
He only had
Visor.
a classic.
I cannot believe he's
कैसा
able to
मारा है
find
भाई
that.
गुंडा भाई
So
ने?
obscene.
गुंडा भाई
And the
डेंजर
nature
है.
playing
कुछ भी
forward.
बोलो गुंडा भाई डेंजर है.
Sadly can't even find one in that moment. Pancata, by the way, 1 kill in that round gets him to the 30 bomb. 30 for 9 on the map.
Over 3.0 KD.
Dude, why is Pancata showing up like this
Why he
in a
know
match
me?
Pancata की कितने kills है अभी?
no stakes?
Because he wants to win a
That's
damn
awesome.
game, Kristen.
That's no, but this is just like a generational performance out of Pancata. Like, oh my word.
He's out here like, hey, Loud, y'all better keep me for next stage. I was not the problem.
We never lose 5 times in a row.
12 to 10.
Yeah, don't forget, this is also EG coming off of a win against what we thought was the best team in the group in Crew.
Yeah, who did,
Right.
you know, they won their last
Yeah,
game
but that
against
was
Under Thieves.
unbelievable. And now, on the borderline of losing against a winless team.
This Loud team has so much potential going into stage 2, man. They have such unbelievably talented players. Luxio has been an incredible rookie acquisition. When you have your world champ
Charging भी stack
IGL
किए
in
ले
your
भाई.
top 30, you can't be going 1-4 if they win this
पैसा नहीं है
game.
बेचारे
round
EG
is
के
rough
पास.
too. EG
भाई ये
series
round अगर
point
Loud
on
ने
a
fumble किया
I've
ना,
seen this
force.
round
GG है.
gonna be I'm a little scared about
फिर ये
the
लोग
Bucky.
comeback खा रहे भाई.
You've
फिर
just
तो मैं
won
EG को
2
support
threes
कर रहा हूँ.
already in this game, or this half even.
Oh, don't let him get away with this. Don't let him do
Whoa,
something with the
no.
Bucky. That's one already.
Oh my god, he's not aware. Icy gets the
He's
free
lacking
kill.
critical information.
That's a 30 kill play.
Comeback आने वाला
Not
है. We are
checking
going
his
third map,
corners.
bro. 100% we are going
You can't
third
go
map.
into this Bucky.
Yeah,
You can't swing this Bucky. Please don't
not?
swing the Bucky. Okay, it's fine. DG Singh comes up and saves the day, and Loud, they fight back, bounce back into this round, but Icy! Redemption from the whiff!
Mark
Just
कसम
for 3,
insane.
and EG have the gap to 1.
I think we have to talk about the absurdity of that round for EG. First of all, it's a full force Bucky, Sheriff, Stingers nonsense. But also Loud had 3 players that were 1 orb away from having ults. The fact that they get these fights here, Icy's finding that and teleporting back to be involved in this.
Yeah, that was
Bad work.
a great reposition.
नटूरे भाई भड़क रहे
Nice
हैं.
transfer.
उनको
They
जीतने का है अभी
swing
भी.
bottom of street as well at the exact same time. He's got the outlaw at the moment.
3 light armors.
3 targets on Loud that are susceptible to the one shot, and he's positioned on B where they're headed.
And importantly, it's Dudges in with light armor. The guy that's often taking the first fight. It doesn't matter for the outlaw, but it might matter for the round.
Oh,
Big
yay.
damage.
Gets the
खत्म
tag
हो गया
down
round.
to 10 HP on Pancata.
They're going OT, chat.
Tui's going to grab that orb. It likely won't come into play unless he gets a bunch of kills and the spike down. More important is the fact that the other 3 Loud players have ultimates to play with. Use that Cosmic Divide to try to nullify some angles, force out. Yay, but he's able to capitalize regardless.
The spam is good for the trade, but it's still a 4v3. Ult for Luxio. Icy replying with the Dimensional Drift, pushing back towards Long. He's seen them all. The rotates will arrive, and look at Icy. The wall means no audio on him, and he's repositioned all the way back to Long.
EG going to take their time, wait for these walls to come down. 40 seconds left, and Loud aren't even on the site. They're stuck back in Hull.
The missiles
to force them out into the open.
But the wall is still up, and Icy doesn't have his shot. 30 seconds now. Derek worried about a push towards spawn, but the util to stall out.
And the wall's coming down now.
They're double swinging back into the site.
Oh, it looks like they know.
They're so ready for Icy, but he could still pick a good time and could find his moment. Flash up. Icy spots 1. Another flash. 15 seconds. Loud. They need to get the plant down, but EG is sending in all the troops.
GG.
And Pancata,
I mean, OT.
the IGL, the star. It should be just too much. 4 seconds. He's out of time. EG OT! They're not out yet.
Yo, why is this series a gigabanger? It's a 13-11 map 1, OT map 2. What is going on?
It comes down to Loud's inability to deal with EG when they're on eco rounds.
लास्ट वाला मैप भी ओटी जाता लेकिन वो उसको लकीली मार दिया था.
Literally, it was EG without money had a higher round win rate, I think, than when they had guns.
Or equivalent, I guess.
EG's gonna win this, bro.
3 for 3, that's crazy. Loud have to be so frustrated, feeling that they threw that game away. At 12 to 10, EG on an eco. They win it out. Loud carrying 3 ults into the final round. Not enough to get them over the finish line. Cowan's dead before he can use the Armageddon. Articious in glass cannon off, peeking through doors early.
He's had a rough series, but in OT,
Bro,
it's
are you
not gonna
serious?
change. Dead to Icy. And EG up 5v4.
Hell nah,
he's not
bro.
finding the mark either. And EG
Hell
now a clean
nah,
advantage
Chad.
and a golden pathway to B.
Yeah, nobody on that B site. No Vi's utility to worry about any longer.
And those are the kind of shots that Digicine just never misses, frankly. Such a rare whiff from him. EG are in prime position to get to this match point.
And they've still got a couple flashes on Icy. They've got the stun from Derek. They've got so many fighting tools. Loud really need to find a pick out from Heaven, but those angles aren't being offered up to them just yet.
EG have both their post-plant players stuck in towards long. Loud have to go quickly if they even want a chance of winning this. They see Icy, that's a free opener, so maybe a chance now. They swing towards backside.
Oh my god.
There's no way.
No one's looking, and now it's all about the post-plant.
Oh, but there's still 2 stars down
Missiles
right now.
already got used. The pull will come in next. No, the stun to start. Tui's pushed away, but it's a 2v1.
The other star's gone.
There's no pull. He's got to run. He has to stop Tui's. Tui's sticking, holding the shorty. It's enough from Derek. And EG, they have their own shot.
Bro,
at map point.
Even that round is coming down to the wire. After getting a huge opening advantage from EG, the work Pancada did backside a little bit silly, and it's Derek with the Red Bull clutch.
Just has no business getting that close. The 3 players who were stacked up back halls got completely warped. First, there was the barrel spotted on the player who's tucked into the corner. Then Pancada wraps around rather with the Nebula just obscuring the view from the players in B long. That was
timeout आ गया बे.
so well
चल लेते हैं
played.
अपन भी थोड़ा सा चलते हैं भाई.
Derek clutches it up at the last moment.
All right, let's take a breather. Time out.
All right, I'll
Keep it chill. Keep it chill.
This game was just supposed to be the waiting room for the last one that mattered of the season.
This is a long, long waiting room.
इतना क्लोज कैसे गया भाई? खेल रही इजी अच्छा यार.
1 kill away from tying Stage 1 America's kill record in a single map.
I guess 33 rounds are.
He's tying it now, actually. 1 away from setting that record at 33.
Madness. On the Astra. Makes sense.
And he might just do it on a map loss.
Yeah, we're 26 rounds in now. Pancada's died 12 of them.
32-12 आ गया भाई Pancada.
That's insane.
भाई 40 हो जाए भाई, आज 40 हो जाए.
Yeah, are we going to keep calling out the spelling mistakes?
I think at this point in the game.
I just can't help myself.
Yeah, the Cluth.
Derek Cluth.
The 2 people fell into the Cluth trap.
Just brutal.
Let's lock in.
All right. Can Loud hang around on Pearl, the map pick of EG, or is this going to come down to the wire on Split, the decider?
Those are the 2 options.
Stealth drone just going to get all of that info towards B early on. Standard opening when you've got the Tejo.
But this time it's not a slow round. Loud is just full group for a 5 hit on B.
I see. Don't let us down back there.
Yeah, he needs to do it this time. Fakes his TP out, now he's hot committed.
Yeah, he chose to go back to a deeper angle. He's played that backside a few times around.
Resets onto the TP. Nature dodges out onto the haunt and the flash to fight back in. Sheer baited. It's just gonna be a re-exec though. Loud is sending it. Here they come, Loud into the site. Icy swings out, finds 1, 2 from Icy. That's what you need to see, but Pancada breaking records and maybe winning this round. Needs a little more though. 2 already. But Yay on this late flank could be the knife in the
my
back.
god, कितना
Yay,
util डाल रहे
when
भाई.
does he
वो
arrive?
flank आ
Just
गया
at
है,
the
माँ
perfect
कसम
time.
खत्म.
One more kill. It's Tui's
GG's bro,
off the
third
bench
map जा रहे.
in the roster, trying to end a game on a clutch. But this time he can't do it.
मैं बोला था भाई.
in
EG जीतने वाली है ये
push
series.
us all the way to split.
Kill record broken for the stage, and you can't win the map. Two of them, Lotus, Pearl, both coming down to the wire.
शी भाई.
34 and
Bro,
30.
they literally had a eco. एक इको में वो लोग जीत सकते थे भाई. ना इजी जीतेगा देख तू. अगले मैप में ये लोग पॉप ऑफ ही नहीं कर पाएंगे लाउड वाले, मेरे को लग रहा है. तू मेरी अधूरी प्यास प्यास, तू आ गई मन को राज राज, तू आजा पास पास, है गुजारिश. $60 FPS gameplay. वो सो गया भाई ब्रीच भाई. 40 FPS 30 FPS आ रहा है इसको. गोटेड ब्रो, रिस्पेक्ट. क्रेजी.
One enemy remaining.
भाई 30-40 FPS पे ऐसा खेल रहा है ब्रो. प्लैट. ओह ओके 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 ओके. क्रेजी भाई. मैं जब खेलता था ना तो ये FPS सेम FPS आते थे मेरे को, तो तभी मैं प्लैट 3 टच किया था. लेकिन अभी देख रहे हो तुम, ये बंदा सिल्वर में है और ये ऐसा खेलता है भाई. अभी गेम्स चेंज हो गए भाई. अभी गेम बहुत चेंज हो गया है. अभी कंपटीशन बहुत बढ़ गया है. W Trimmer 7 likes, excuse me. वाओ. बैंकरप्ट ब्रैट. पैसा खत्म हो गया भाई का इसी सेटअप में. भाई वो पीछे क्या मस्त लग रहा है. कैलेंडर भी मस्त है वे. वो कैलेंडर है ही क्यों भाई, जब वो पीसी में दिख जाता है. मुझे ये नहीं समझता भाई, पीसी में कैलेंडर क्यों रखते हैं लोग, क्लॉक क्यों रखते हैं जब वो दिखता है. लेव एनआरजी नहीं देखूंगा भाई. अभी ये वाला मैप देख के खत्म है. कल जल्दी उठना है. पैकिंग वैकिंग भी कर लेता हूँ भाई. गांव जाने वाला हो रे. मस्त सेटअप है भाई. लेव एनआरजी इंपॉर्टेंट मैच है आई नो, बट I should not risk it for the biscuit.
Last player standing.
अबे ये तो देखे अपन. साला आरएनजी गेमर. थर्ड मैप देखूंगा ना मैं. थर्ड मैप देख के जाऊंगा. पॉटर वेंडो और टाइम डेला जोगांडो सेम. है गुजारिश. पनवेल का डीमन 1 बेस्ट है. समझाओ क्या बोला, कुछ तो बोला भाई टाइम के बारे में. Loud का jersey by fire है.
With so much grit, EG is keeping themselves alive in this series after it looked like Loud is about to run away with it. As we just heard from the casters, we're treated to an absolute banger of a series for no reason whatsoever. And why not? Why not? It's the last day of stage 1. They're going to end on a high note, end with a banger. But get comfy. How are you feeling about this?
It's my turn, actually.
Okay, let's talk about it. That's
Yeah, we're 21 now in this series.
I was about to
really
dive deep into the feelings here.
My feelings are good. My feelings are good. My feelings are great.
I'm a little heartbroken. This is like the
ये लोग
loud
खाए जा रहे भाई इधर.
like we get one map and then third map. I'm just praying that they do something different.
Okay, you can gloat. Go, do it.
EG played amazing. No,
अरे
actually,
अनिश
it took a bit for real because Loud actually you were mentioning it, Zoe. They were doing such a good job running away with this game. There was like what a 5-2 scoreline. It had to start with this. Derek was 0-7 in this round and somehow start things off with the right class for the first kill and gets an important kill right here before Icy goes into a 1v1. If it wasn't for Derek with that third kill, Icy would have been stuck on 2 players pushing against him while he's planting, and that started the comeback of EG. And this also was after a timeout that Potter called, actually, and then it ended the half at 6-6, and that's what they needed. Then you had Yoi switch over to Ye on the defensive side with the op, and everything started quite well for EG to take a turn and keep things close. It was definitely a battle back and forth. It wasn't like the cleanest of Valorant for both teams, but that's been the story of this game so far here, Emily, because if you're looking at the first map on Lotus, it really finished off with like the 2-East clutch with that aftershock you mentioned before with the Guardian, but this time it was a comeback from EG and not a fake comeback to win this in OT.
It was not at all. It was honestly really hard to watch as a Loud fan.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I am heartbroken. Like, this is our curse, but I still have faith. Loud is my team. I root for them. But no, I mean, even just looking at like Pancata here, like 34-13. Meanwhile, no one else on his team has dropped like 20.
The
no help kind of.
There's no help, and that's the thing. Like,
and imagine,
like you said in the coach interview, like normally there's like at least a duo popping off to try and get them those wins. And
literally me in a compy game, जहाँ पे मैं बहुत मारता हूँ और मैं फिर भी हारता हूँ. कितना ट्राई करूँ यार. फनी क्लिप्स पे वैल्यू का रिव्यू करना. क्या फनी क्लिप्स पे मतलब
A copy of me.
अच्छा आपने इस पे
One enemy remaining.
See it on the stream. See it on the stream. Damn.
I got.
crazy shot bro. Good morning Nakal bhai. Cap. Is this guy hacking chat? Nah, this guy is hacking. Bro, this guy is hacking chat. Bro, this guy is hacking.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Enemy spotted.
I have one more wanna see. भाई खुद के clips भेजो. और ये क्या गेम प्ले ब्रो? हैकिंग गेम प्ले? Excuse me. मेरे ही clips है bro. Stop hacking bro.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Masterpiece of work.
Going up.
Catch तो कर ले लंडी को उसको.
I guess भाई ये सिल्वर लिखा है. अच्छा नहीं सॉरी डायमंड है. एपिसोड 5 डायमंड है. बड़ी डेंजर खेल रहा है भाई बहुत.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
क्या हो रहा है तेरे को orgasm क्यों ले रही है?
Bro, nah, this guy is Seuss, bro. This guy is Seuss, chat. This guy is Seuss. I don't believe this. I guess we should call ACP Paduman. वो अलग है. सी नेम्स ऑफ बोथ वीडियोस. ये देखना सेम है. ई ट्रिपल एच. इधर मी लिखा है. सिंगल डुअलिस्ट खेल रहे दोनों भी. चैट वो है ही नहीं रे. ई डबल एच और ई कैपिटल है. वो है ही नहीं इसमें. एसीपी पादुमन को मिल रहा ही नहीं है. ई कैपिटल है ही नहीं. चलो मैच चालू हो गया. मैच देखते हैं.
It's a very different vibe.
Hello,
So they
Rabbi.
used to be freaks. Now they're kind of normal.
And we love that for them.
Superman
Good
I see
Tara.
right into the stun. That is
He's
so
back.
well lined up.
Literally, this guy every single series is just a monster.
Maybe
was also
Digizin's going to join him too. I mean, getting that shot onto Yay.
a great ball line for Tui's. You got to give him credit for that. That line you can take from male with the fault line all the way into A ramp is just super strong.
Bro, they're just winning a flawless
So,
system.
go next.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Maybe
tucking
not.
EG into bed this pistol round.
That was brutal.
Kind of clinical. UG just walking into a simple trap play. Pancata continues to not miss, so he just collects on the two stunned players in a moment where the stun was not cosmetic. They actually couldn't shoot him.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Damn, that was a hell of a shot too from
Okay, Gyro.
Dujazine.
By the way, this is my first chat on your channel, I
Continue
guess,
to
but
streak
watching
of
from
winning
really
all
long
the
time.
pistol
Thank
rounds.
you,
That's
Rausov.
3 in
Bye.
a row.
Yeah, I think they
believe-
lost the very first of the series,
So
and
maybe
that was
4
it.
in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Despite,
sick.
remember, they won double
GG
pistol,
Tega.
and Pancata broke the kill record, and they lost
Right.
map 2.
It wasn't their pick. that was EG's pick.
This is where we're getting the real bias casting, that it wasn't their pick narrative.
Right. I do love that Riot nerfed the Omen one-ways.
Spike down
okay.
B.
Little stun nade.
I'm gonna request a replay on that
Bro,
one.
I think
उसी
that
में
was
खड़े रह
stunned
गए क्या?
missiles, and then the aftershock was in the gap behind the missiles,
Yeah.
and they walked back into it.
That would do it.
I'm pretty sure. We'll see it again,
Alright.
hopefully.
Pretty insane. And,
I was about to say, like, I love how Riot, like, nerfed the Omen one-ways, but you can still do it in B main just by throwing it on the little ledge outside of Garage.
Not quite as good. It's
Right.
still there. GG, only one bullet, and he's going to have to run for the hills.
it's a little bit of damage on through. He has been uncharacteristically missing some of these scoped weapon shots in the last 2 maps, which again is just incredibly rare. He's been fantastic with the AWP in 2025.
I mean, I'm pretty sure DG has been bottom fragging this series. When we looked at kickoff, when there was like really high hopes were loud, the reason was Doja's in opping on defense. Remember, that was like the narrative. And he's at a much quieter stage 1, especially in this series. But that's been made up for by Lucho's addition, by Pankata finding his form. Like, this team has stepped up as a whole and hasn't had to rely on just DG.
Yeah, his best games have really been with the Neon for me.
For sure, for sure. I was just going to say there's
Kya baat hai Rao Saab.
Here's your replay. Yeah,
Ye kaisa
missiles one
timing hua
side
be?
and they're in
Oh,
neutral.
damn,
Oh, they were running through the one way, so they couldn't see it until they were in it.
That's good.
Okay, flawless round and an opportunity for Loud
Stop
to
clicking that gun.
win another bonus.
Stop. Thank you. Sorry, I just had to have a word really quick.
They've concluded a couple bonuses, but EG, they have just been able to eco Loud immediately after.
Yeah, Loud were set up for a quick B main trap there, stunned from heaven. Quickly turning back into playing for a stun line on Luxio's contact in mid. Keep your eyes on Tui's throughout this half. How he's going to be setting up his team. Yeah, well, he's just dying. Don't worry about him.
He's gone for so many aggressive push-ups on defense. Pearl now into split, and I mean, Lucho is just absolutely cooked. He's not getting out of that.
That's the rare satchel kill.
I don't think I've seen that icon since 2020.
Genuinely.
In the kill feed. Remember when they used to do, what was it, like 60 damage and you could just throw them insta-activate?
I think it was 75. I think it was one-shotting. Like, if you doubled them up, it was kills.
Lose jayega kya
I think it was even more than that. Like right when Ray's gone at
She
it?
used to have
I want to say it was
2 nades,
100, but I could be lying.
I think
and
that's
there were 2
cap.
nades. I could be lying.
75 sounds right.
We'll get the experts on that.
Experts, open parentheses, Chrissy's phone.
Hey, Dan the Penguin in chat, let us know. How much damage did the blast back used to do?
Ui.
EG's keeping it pretty clean this round. They've just picked off Loud 1 by 1. Now Pankata alone on the site. And he doesn't tend to miss a shot. But I think there's going to be too many here for him, surely.
दो ही जन साइड पे
There's one, Spam's coming in.
भून दिया अबे पूरा
Yeah, trades will be
पूरा
good for
spam में
EG.
I've
भून
got a
दिया
big update. Penguin Valorant is my goat. It was 75.
That's wild.
So I officially win.
What do you win?
I don't know.
The admiration of the fans.
Yeah,
for
the
having,
admiration of the fans.
for
Thank you.
remembering an old fan.
Crazy bhai.
Christy saw, oh hey, we're doing TriCast, and was like, that's an opportunity to read Twitch chat. Kind of base.
It is kind of base.
Yes, I can finally just read chat.
I get paid to do the thing I would normally do on my own anyway.
That was a very stoic coach on that cam. He did not flinch.
SDK, no reactions.
Yeah.
Marcus Aurelius of VCT Americas.
The old 1-3-1 open.
By the way, again, I wish I could draw right now because look at A site. Like Tui's is just in different
Ooh.
positions. I can't
Spam,
look
he
at those
got
skills
spam.
to spam. That's silly. Tui's just setting up for
Make your point.
Tui's on A, ready to go a forward stun line. And originally it was a trap on
Exodus
ramps.
भाई यार
Was
मैंने
the
use नहीं
opening
किए
setup. He's
यार आप
moved out
जो
of that.
वाले लिख रहे हो
Choosing not to use that after getting the
मैंने
forward
सिर्फ
posting.
M50
But
Mark II
I
use
really
किया
like the way
तो
he moves around the
मैं
map.
उसके बारे में ही बता सकता हूँ
Constantly pivot around, aggro
I like it
pieces,
मेरे
trap
जितना काम
setups,
होता है उसमें वो हो जाता है
and find plays for his team.
बजट के हिसाब से
Show
अच्छा
dips
है
out of heaven, and now they push back in a little bit with the drone.
Here comes another potential fall line if he wants.
Breach not really set up for it this time. Tui's is more concerned about vents.
I think there was some noise made on that drop as well from Nature. Zine is just struggling in these fights at the moment where he's pushed up forward, taking 1v1s.
EG have a split onto Tui's. He's very alone in this corner. That's one though. Two from Tui's. Let's see if he can get another. Yes, he can.
Movement, that little strafe to the right, forcing Superman to take
Tui's gamer
awkward adjustments with the aim.
I do appreciate I talk about his stun for about 45 seconds that round, then he's just 3K'ing with his gun. Yep. No problem.
I mean, talk to people who
Kya baat
have to
hai?
prove themselves alongside
क्या
Pankata.
बैट है
You know, Tui's was benched, now he's back. And he's screaming.
क्या हो गया भाई को वो बोल रहा है वो दो
Oh, he might have stepped on a Lego.
दो मिले नहीं ना
Hard to
उसको
tell what exactly happened.
उसको एस चाहिए था
Gotta watch the floors back in the studio.
That'd be some crazy strats. The other team, when you walk on stage, just throw Legos under their chairs. A lot of the pros are taking their shoes off when they play. They're prime victims.
Zine is so committed to the wave of pushing up solo.
I mean, Icy's doing kind of the same thing over in Vents. Either one of these guys wanting to jump down into it, that's kind of a death sentence.
Loud have really stacked up heavily towards B. On account of Digizin's position, Luxio catching the first.
मिट्टू भी करना ही नहीं चाहिए ना, पूरा गांव ही बिठा के रखा है ना उधर Loud.
Never gonna dance again.
This game has been so interesting. It feels like, in large part, it has just been EG contacting around the map and losing every round by attrition. Just a player gets spammed through smoke here, someone finds a aggro timing towards A main there, and they're playing like 3v5s every round.
Luxio fearing the deadly aspects of the blast pack.
Not another eco. Don't eco them again.
They're not going to do that hitting into B with 2 backside anchors from Loud with rifles. They would never win another eco.
They wouldn't do that. It's
Oh, I love the TP into Paranoia. Only Ye unblinded, and it's good enough for 1-for-1.
But they still lose 2Es. Pancata's alone. DGZ only has an
Bro,
outlaw. Look
flank
how
aa
far
raha
away
banda.
he is. This is essentially a 1v2 clutch round for Pancata.
15 seconds, though, is tough.
Had to pop the blades. High-low setup.
Spike planted.
Icy falls away.
Oh, why
Derek
bottom
can't
frag.
find it with the Sheriff. And now
Port ho
Icy
gaya.
in the 1v2 spins around. And in the 1v1 against DGZ, the duelist diving down and dead to DG.
Yeah, it was just susceptible to 1 knife from the Blade Storm. Easy cleanup for Digizine, but EG had him sweating again on an eco round. None of them have been clean for
complete
Loud.
करके आ रही हूँ, क्या बात है? Study well, everyone.
In it, it's the aspect of the game that got them the win on Pearl.
3v5 that they win there, by the way. Or nearly win, I should say.
Right. Just felt like they kept finding these fights, players running into them. Potter knows they almost had it. That's all good. EG are coming into this next round with a couple of big ultimates, the showstopper for Icy. Although not setting up for a instant take of a site. Instead got a couple of players hanging out into the B side.
Series with that early fault line combo with the salvos.
Standing gamer.
Forward and
Nice.
oh, fantastic shot. He's starting to heat up. Free peek, that's some sick confidence.
That is unbelievable. And we're fighting into mid. I mean, Loud are just fearless right now. And it comes when EG had the ability to like go for a fast hit, maybe counter out what they were doing. But Nature played into B early, threw a stun line immediately to try and feint that it was pressure on B. But because Loud are playing so actively, they realize exactly what's going on, which is, oh, that's just fake pressure. We can keep on walking, poke for these gaps, do a little bit more of that in mid. They maintain just playing this round with near perfect info.
Nature is slowly just contacting, trying to get some space up towards ramp, something for this EG team to work around. I like this position from Kawazine, entrenched at Flower, and then has 2Es to be able to take contact for him, back screen, cause some distraction, so if EG go into A, they won't be focused on that position.
And just so hard to play out of. Luxio's somehow finding a way. 1 kill for him already. Just barely hit by the sun, and that's going to cost him.
Oh, running through. Oh, is his knife out? There's someone right in front of him. Derek, and you're gonna. What is this? Chaos both ways.
Oh my god.
Shake hands. We all win. We all use util.
We're Valoranting. There's only 10 seconds left, and there's no way Nature's getting that spike.
Oh my god. That's a tax write-off donation on the spike there.
I mean, we might see that in the next lore cinematic. When there's the Tejo against the other world Tejo, however that, you know, lore works. It's
Omega,
so confusing
Alpha, like the groups?
Yeah, something like that. It's
Or
actually
Oh my
simple.
god. Time out. Time out. Nature ne bhi
Alright,
hak
that's
diya
going
na
to
idhar.
take away the last gun from EG, put them in a tough economic position, but has that ever mattered? No.
I like to imagine that these situations where it's like they're studying each other. It's like the Keanu Reeves, you're breathing, you're stunning, you're stunned, you're stunned, you're stunned, just back and forth. Silliness.
Next time one of those
I mean, I don't blame
bro.
Derek for that reaction, I'll be
Production,
honest.
cue up the Benny Hill music.
All right, Digizine this time, B-side, walk forward, but smoked off at the perfect
And we're also walking down mid. Loud,
EG का
I
low
think,
buy.
are just calling that EG are playing in their spawn effectively and giving up all this control of the map. Remember, EG don't have a dedicated sentinel in this comp, so extremity control and sometimes mid control can be lacking.
Not again, man.
Hell nah.
I mean, you could see on Ye's reaction, he's like, there's 3 down mid! But that'll at least get EG into the site on A. Oh, what a catch from 2Es.
is crazy.
He's looking good this game.
Gonna make this retake that much easier.
Don't lose the op to the Stinger in the corner.
I think it might be hard to beat the Stinger in the corner.
I don't.
Little sound bait.
You don't move very quickly.
Oh,
he sees it. Free
Oh,
kill for Icy. He's
no.
popping the rocket. They think they can win this, but Tui's
Oh my
dismantles
God.
the ultimate and Loud.
He's
Straight up win it.
on one right now. Respect to Tui's. He's going crazy individually. That little catch onto nature while he was running into sight. Jiggle peeks, finds that headshot, and beats Icy on the reaction of being able to just click mouse one for the showstopper, headshots him jumping around the corner.
Shit.
Come on, that is some sick work.
This shot too, just 2 bullets. Ooh.
Look at the, he's even got the crosshair placed for the jump in that moment.
Crazy shot. Timeout आ गया.
perfectly.
चड्डी फट गई रही है भाई.
Okay.
Crazy
EG
shot.
gonna be the ones to call a timeout here.
लगा के रखा था उधर.
No, they're going to be
W.
feeling the hurt after
W.
not having having the showstopper stuffed there, not using it the round before. This will be a big swing round for them. Every other map has ended 6-6 at the half. Right now, EG trailing big time. This has been the biggest difference I think we've seen at the start of one of these maps.
I want to see if out of this timeout, Loud opt to continue to disrespect them on all extremities and mid, all areas of the map where they're just happily pushing down, taking control. Dijazine has gotten forward solo on one extremity every single round. They're pushing down mid. Lucho's just facing in mid. Or if they're going to change the approach in this timeout, maybe off all the ultimates they have, focus harder on going for a retake situation.
I just wonder at what point do EG start just running full execs? Because
Yeah.
they've been so like quiet at the start.
They literally switched to an exec comp with the breach Deo.
And they're kind of waiting for the overextensions. They're waiting for the things that Loud are doing. It just seems that whether it's Dijazine with an op or stun fights from Loud, that EG's just opening protocols are getting disrupted and
map बोल सकते
not
हैं.
finding the kills they need. Ye's going to be opping on the Astra. That's going to be an answer coming out of the timeout, I suppose.
Yeah, that is I hope they walk into us, but it's going to be the Viper's pit on A and then that classic fault line into
भाई
the
नाजी वाला
Salvos.
मैच के लिए तुम लोग excited क्यों मुझे नहीं समझ रहा. लेकिन 2-0 one side
now
मारने
EG
वाली
will
है.
have heard that there was the push-up in B main. They'll have heard the orb taken. At least noted that on scoreboard.
By the way, yeah, Pancata has swapped over to the op to keep his eyes on mid, but shut down by Icy.
And I like Ye is rotated back over to B main, so now he's playing the B main control. This is a good reaction to the state of how this round played out from the opening, which looked pretty dire from EG. Running into that Viper's pit.
Script आई है.
Now geared up for a split onto the B side and just leaving Supa over towards A to play for a late lurker audio on the rotators.
Tui's has been really good, and he's got full util here. Even an ultimate if he thinks he needs to use it, but he'll just fall back. Groups up with DGZ.
And the thing is, if EG try to split into B, it could get awkward for Ye having the op trying to get into B main. It's definitely going to offer an opportunity for Dijazine to...
I mean, there's a Rolling Thunder here. We're down to 30 seconds. EG have ults too, but Tui's is just waiting to stall out this hit.
Both Rolling Thunders go in, they nullify. Ye wins the fight in main, so Tui's the last stand for Loud to try and stall out this spike plant. He might just get overwhelmed though, that's one. Tui's 15 seconds to stop this, and he cannot. But the team has made it. There's missiles, there's an Armageddon, but it's not used in time, and EG get the plant. Luke Show,
1 HP है वो.
he's getting sneaky.
How is he here?
He snuck all the way through the
Viper
pit,
के
but
पीछे
Derek
दो
can
जन हैं.
spawn.
Tick कर
Gets
दे
a
भाई.
kill onto his teammate, and now Luke Show, he's all alone. A kill here would give away the game, and now EG, they know, they're ready, but Supa's dead. Tap on the spike, amid the pull nature. He wraps it up, and EG finally double their round count.
It looked like he was about to get that last flick as well. That was crazy.
Unreal. But I think, honestly, the biggest kill that round is what Ye gets in B main, taking them to Zen, right? Because if the Jet is allowed to survive, after the Rolling Thunders are countered out, there's now an extra angle you have to clear to get back into the site. I don't care if you have the Viper's Pit. That round is so hard to play out with fast rotates coming in from Loud too.
By any means necessary.
That operator paying off for EG out of the timeout so far. He's now posted up over towards A, trying to absorb any potential aggression that may come on that side of the map.
Look again over at A, though, because, again, you've got Tui's bunkered on site with the fault line ready to go off of Digizin's contact. Later into the round, you'll see Digizin walk up, kind of like he is now. Fault line still held out just to counter the contact. And then once he's up here, Tui's is going to rotate off of the site.
Does he try to take the line off the drone? No, he doesn't. This does get broken by Superman over there towards Sewer. So Digizin is just going to hold. I mean, close, but further back than he might have been able to.
Up through mid, 2 players from EG.
Hold on.
Oh, Luxo, does he want to go for this now?
Thought about it.
Yeah, he knows that players could have potentially crossed in that moment. I'm going to be calling that out to the team.
He knows for sure now. I see just made noise vent, so that primes EG to walk up onto the line. Ye fell off the ankle and nearly gets away with his life. But here's the push coming back towards heaven. Luxo only gets 1 and EG trade on A.
Yeah, Ye is able to pick off Digizin's second round in a row. Teleport from Pancata could get him in position to try and make a hero play over towards A, where Ye is embedded in the site. They're trying to rotate the spike in.
Oh, but that was the key player. That was the missiles, the Armageddon. That was the last chance for Loud slipping away.
Snappy shot from Derek at the end there to shut down Pancata, who needed to be a hero in that moment, but left on his lonesome, really had no chance.
I really like the way EG played in the mid-round there, because they were, again, in this situation where it could have gotten awkward without finding the opening picks. But I think the re-clear of the A main space, even though the operator was there, sort of using, I'm pretty sure Supa has his orb placed in A main as well, to help out with the cross a little bit there too. Sort of abuse that to get up into ramp, then sort of every single 1v1 they take works out, because they've gotten all of these forward lurks and really caught Loud off guard.
Loud timeout here.
Gotta give credit to Ye in that round too. That was an insane shot on Digizin. Over towards A. When we get back into this, EG looking at they've got a Cosmic Divide and an Armageddon at their disposal. And the momentum, the dominance that Loud had is slipping away early on in this game.
Like the stream if you're new, boys.
Loud onto an eco on this round. Just a hero rifle onto Pancata. He's had such outstanding maps thus far this series that seeing him at 7-5 feels underwhelming. Even though it's a good scoreline for an
Only
Omen.
+2.
Honestly,
consider being +14 right now.
Look, what I want to see here, I want to see a big fight over one of the mains on the. I would do a throwaway like A main B main fight on a round like this, and the next round I want to see Loud do that triple walk down mid again. I thought that was really good the round they ran it. I think there's still opportunities with EG continuing to play like the op on the extremities, for them to find some punishing angles.
Pancata the past couple runs has just been throwing down that one-way smoke. Last time did press up into B main, but at the moment just double stacked in heaven with Luxo.
And again on A, it is Supa throwing an orb on top of his wall there too, which opens up some heavy lurk opportunities against the op because it also blocks off the ramp. It sort of forces Loud to leave 2 players on the A side minimum.
Superman is working his way up off that cell turn. Tui's previously had a fault line set up for mid that Luxo could play off of, but that's not the case anymore. He's crept into the smoke rifle out. This is a little awkward. Oh, but he does find that first kill. Instant trade from Pancata. Nicely done.
You want to send someone to try and recover that gun. It's actually the ultimate user too for EG. They really need to win this round. Guns picked up, Loud have a real shot at it, and Pancata on the reposition. He could be potent here, but the shot's not found in time, and EG claim control of B.
That is disastrous. He had an opportunity for minimum 1, could have gotten 2, and now it's falling apart. Tui's is left with just the ghost in this scenario. Digizin is going to have to step up for the team.
Tui's needs to drop into hell to find a rifle down there.
He's got it.
But with Derek repositioning to main, doubled up backside, this crossfire is brutal.
Yay, misses out on the shot. And this gives inroads. Stun for both breaches. Nature primes his. EG dodges it. And Derek, 30 health. The missiles to work with. DG holding this one. He's going to get it halfway. An updraft to get out does not need it. And Derek getting held wide by Tui's. Not ready. Loud bounce back. Claim their 7th.
I love that micro play in the 2v2 With Huey's getting that stun into the back corner, and then Digizine throws down the Cloudburst, which not only allows him to get a swing out of it, but it obscures the sightline for Derek, who is playing back in B main, so has a bit of double value there to isolate that first kill. This is pretty disastrous for Pankata, who has been killing everybody up until that point with ease. But it does get recovered at the very least. Loud finally giving EG a taste of their own medicine, winning a thrifty of their own.
He needs
Loud
something.
switching the operator back over to the B side
He
of the map.
should be happy.
He is there for the contact again.
Luxio playing around the smoke in mid. Shouldn't overstay his welcome here. Has his orb to cycle. Up it goes. And there's util used. Icy wanted to follow it up, but the Viper orb keeps him away.
Pretty typical for Digizine, as compared to what we've seen in this half, it's him. Going up into extremities alone with a scoped weapon. Luxio, that is awkward for Icy. Good opening.
And EG's not going to have their refreshables back until 20 seconds on the clock.
One suppressed.
All right. This Loud team has really strong map control at the moment. Is Pankata going to be able to deal with another yet? Nature shut down. No breach util now for the execute. Aware that someone is probably going to be coming from A main off that timing. Reads the situation correctly. That Superman kept at bay.
ये टीम बाहर कैसे हो गई भाई? इतना crazy match चल रहा है.
This time, there's still B main presence from Digizine. Spotting from Tuis is there. Fault line in 7 seconds. EG need to act quickly.
20 seconds. Their refreshables are back on Derek. Missiles used on the site. Tuis still with this crossfire. And it could be disastrous for EG if they just swing into it. Yay, spotted. That's one. Plant trying to be committed, but DG's arrived. And with the time ticking down, this round is done.
भाई मेरे हिसाब से ना Loud को इतने
reaffirm their
rounds मिले हैं
control
क्योंकि वो लोग
again.
ना
Now 8-3 up.
डिफेंस कर रहे हैं.
Dominating.
Chat agreed या disagree?
His first
मेरे को
half
लगता है
against
heavy
EG.
comeback करने वाली है EG.
EG brought out a new comp coming in. Big, major changes. Pulling Ye off of the chamber from their kickoff play. So far, Loud have had their number.
And at times it's been an EG
Like से करिए. हम लोग अगर like नहीं मारे तो like करिए
too
please.
slow. On that one, the game plan
Feels that way.
really fell to pieces, particularly when Nature goes down. Superman is isolated entirely on A, and you have two players trying to get into a B site where they've got really no information whatsoever. It's such a tough position to be in.
It feels like the rounds they've tried to work into Mail have been tough. The rounds they've gotten up ramp have been very successful. As a counterpoint, right now quickly up into that mid. Luxio's in front of it, but panged out, and he's going to be taken down easy.
Icy insta-reacts to pop his ultimate. I don't know if he's going to have a target for this one. An ult coming in from his teammate, I think, there. No, that is going to be the defender one coming through, and gets a little weird, but Icy still gets it with the Guardian finding that kill.
Yeah, you blink and EG are up 5v2.
All good. A little faster round, that's all they needed this time. And Nature takes down one. This means DGZ in a
8-4 half हो गया.
1v5.
9-3 नहीं हुआ.
I mean, you asked for a little more pace. They've given it to you.
Yeah, they upped it, and particularly they get the kill on Luxio, and why slow down there? Icy's going to pop the showstopper, force any other players to retreat, take all that space together. That's pretty ridiculous, but incredibly irrelevant.
Shot. That was a nice
but
shot.
a cool shot nonetheless. I like that last round from EG. All in all, you know, that was.
Can't wait to see
nice
more of their attacking side.
Yep.
Well, on the other side of the break, it's going to be defense, unfortunately.
That it will be. Yay, the one to close this one out, EG. Trying to get that win heading into playoffs. We'll have to see if they can pull it off when we come back. Out of the break here, EG are trailing Loud 8-4. Loud seeking their first win of stage 1 here against an EG team that are bound for playoffs, but still, I think it would be a big statement for them to lose to the winless team ahead of it. You can't let this match slip.
Yeah, and again, I was able to catch up with Potter before the series, and she said they were taking this very seriously. They felt they needed the momentum moving in. They needed just wins on stage, more so than just beating the previously undefeated crew last week.
And it looks like the confidence has been tough thus far. Every player on EG negative in the KD regard on this map thus far, whereas Loud has just been swinging everything. Tui's DG taking over. They are just so confident in the server.
That's the second time in this series that we've entered a second half where no one on EG is positive, and Loud have several positive players on the scoreboard. That was on Lotus. On Pearl, I don't believe that was the exact case, but again, it was players on Loud, Pancon in particular, who were just surging above every other player on EG in terms of the kills. They've been pretty dominant in the mechanical game.
And the pistols have been so effective from Loud. This time, just 5 players ready to dash into the B site, just in already back site, and EG, no one's home.
And if they win this, it would be 5 pistol rounds, 1 in a row for Loud.
Yes, EG, you just do not want to have to deal with anchoring in a site, getting bombarded by all of that utility.
But Nature has full utility. EG are ready to flood out into the site quickly. Already 1 kill, but Look Show has been fantastic so far. As the trades come in, missiles find something. Pancata N2 is forced on the other sides of the site.
There's a stun for Nature. Aftershock into the corner as well. Tui's flushed out. And EG do well to deal with him, but the Sheriff from Pancata, not this time.
Damn, it looked like he was about to stabilize the aim there for that second kill, but it only got the body shot onto Derek.
Yeah. EG, I guess they're just going to bookend the pistol rounds. They win the opening pistol, they're winning the last pistol
one
of the series.
Luxo also just gets 2 more with the Ghost. He is a pistol phenom in this series. I mean, it's one of the big reasons that they've won so many of them.
Oh, yeah. Look at that there. Adjusting to that fight down in hell.
भाई लुक्शो ने 2 मारे थे ये राउंड में देखा नहीं
यार.
यार.
Oh my God, look at that.
भाई उसके गॉगल ने बचाया उसको. Hell nah.
It looked like his crosshair was on.
Level 3 goggle.
Oh my God, I just get 1 dig. You know what I'm saying, Derek?
पंकड़ा करेगा तो पंकड़ा के लिए सैड हूँ.
कम
कमबैक करेगा तो पंकड़ा के लिए सैड हूँ. भाई कितना मार रहा है भाई वो.
That's Ramp's play. Just like the first time we've had any pace in this map thus far. EG was like such a slow attack side.
They
are
Viper wall up to block off any players that are coming from defenders. Spawn.
Yeah, looks like they want to let Luxo do like a reverse lurk into B instead of going through mid, go through vents to get in there. And he wins the fight
with a ghost.
That should not be winnable. How does he even find that? I just do not understand, but okay.
Well, he shot him.
I understand that part.
मैच है यस
It's the how
वो मैच
shot
सबसे
him.
क्रेजी है लेकिन मैं जा रहा हूँ सोने क्योंकि मेरे को जल्दी सुबह उठना है कुछ काम कंप्लीट करना है फिर पैकिंग करना है फिर निकलना.
Not another eco EG. Derek seems to be there.
Hell nah.
Luxo's dropped in behind him.
This guy's a secret agent.
You're not missing WWE after all, Wyatt.
How did he get through the wall?
It's James Bond at the Olympics. Just
wow.
like that.
Beautiful.
I don't understand how he appeared in that location on the map after what we
charging के लिए गाँव जा
रहा है. He found a weird timing. 2v3. Luxo.
Nice missile from Derek.
Derek is single-handedly winning the anti-eco.
But we got a vlog lined up. We got a video lined up. We got a Photoshop editor tutorial lined up.
Okay. That's 1. He has an aftershock, but they shouldn't let him win this.
Just a classic, she says.
They shouldn't let him win this.
Just a classic.
And well, he only has a fault line now.
Only a fault line,
only
he says.
3 bullets on the classic. Okay.
All right. But honestly, when he gets that 3rd, now we're talking about a pretty respectable round 2.
I just want to watch the Luxo kills. Can we just let's cue those up?
Yeah, I'd like to see what happened from his point of view.
Yeah.
Over.
So he gets this kill over in heaven. So he gets the kill heaven and then comes back down to earth again. That is crazy.
Out and then didn't clear the corner while he was blind, and then turns around and says,
"How did he do that?"
It is
pretty
mental on the repositioning.
Common spam lines.
All right. How much are EG going to commit to this? Well, they've got Nature bought down to nothing, but everybody else has a decent bank behind them.
I think Nature gave one of these rifles away, likely the one that Ye has.
So kind.
That or just how expensive Breach is. Didn't quite see.
All right, Loud this time they are going to take their time in this 4-1 setup. Just get some space at mid.
How are you, boy? I'm doing good, Akio.
Dark cover as well. Do they try to just double face mail here?
Pretty passive lines from EG, but doing a lot of bait work for Icy on the pixel line. Ooh, the spam isn't connecting him. Slightly off on that lineup.
In they go. Icy. He gets one. How much more? He's already wounded. Players dive down into his nade. And Icy still trying desperately to live. Not for long. Now it's up to Ye. The second rifle in the hands of an EG player, and he's ready for the player towards main. But Penkata, a lovely crouch. The movement's too good from Loud.
Luxo's movement is crazy. He is just sprinting around the map.
That's
Getting kills
already a
underneath
good
you, wrapped
buy
around
round.
pillar to put down pressure.
Bonus round for
20
EG.
seconds left. He needs to get this cross nature try to take the timing.
He's walking through the molly.
Huge.
But he's getting held. Luke.
He got the guy behind him and he brought him down to Luxo.
Yes. 5
HP on Luxo.
Show me the Luxo kills, please.
That was so crazy. Oh yeah, up to 19, 4K on the round.
Anup, good morning.
Honestly, this is like kind of an awesome map to watch just from Luxo's perspective. Because I feel like
look at this guy.
a lot of the time, like he's ending up being like the entry for the team.
Crazy.
Like if his duelist is ever dying,
Crazy
he's the one immediately seizing on space and not waiting around for anything.
Oh, that's so insane.
Coming into this third map, Penkata was close to breaking the America's kill record for a BO3, but it's Luke Show instead, the guy who is top fragging this map and taking control on attack. I think coming up on 20 kills for him now.
Very pivotal round now in the game. Both teams' economy completely gone. Nothing in the reserves.
Gonna be a lot on Icy if they keep going into vents. And ultimate into mid just to reclaim some of the space. Big damage onto Digizen.
Nearly gets the kill there.
It could be frustrating now, though, if they end up in a retake situation where Luxo has that Viper's Pit and Armageddon to force them out of that would be real nice.
And Loud not having any mid space this late in the round is kind of upsetting. They're leaving Digizen there because he's so low HP.
Look
and
at the timing he just found. Past the Roomba, flanking through. Icy, he's about to get flanked. Walks back towards the jet, doesn't even matter.
Great flash.
Because Luke shows the executioner on ramp.
And remember, Nature so low. Back on site, droned out by the opposing Tejo.
And just has the stinger as well. He's cooked.
Another kill!
Damn, nice.
This guy is outrageous.
Making montages in VCT.
I wish I had like a time machine.
बंदे
I
को
could
हाथ
just,
खड़े कर देने
go
चाहिए.
forward
Sorry,
for
ऐसे.
stage 2 match.
Sorry,
Allow.
please.
Watch
Go
Luke
easy
show
on me.
there.
We have to now, listen, we're still a bit of ways away, but let's see if
बंदा
Luxo
दिख गया
can
तो
now
खत्म है,
break
bye.
the single map kill record that Vanguard has set on Pearl.
It's funny that you went like, you want to go to the future with the time machine. If I had a time machine, I'd go to the past, become a GM for a team, and I sign Luxo. Then I'm making bank too.
22 and 9, pretty good.
Toxins going up.
EG, though, they are never out of it on the eco round. That is what we have discovered in this series.
Some would say they're actually more in it on the eco rounds.
I've heard that.
In fact, well, on defense side of Pearl, they were 50-50 on eco round wins to gun round wins, so that's a fairly decent and unorthodox record. I see close up with the block. He's gonna get the first into the showstopper.
It's still. Oh, he hits it.
He's alive! Look at the moves!
भाई खेल गया ना.
Icy is out just like that.
They can't keep getting away with it.
On the third map, he's
oh my god, they can't keep
भाई इन लोग के
getting
बकीज
away
कनेक्ट
with
होते हैं
it.
भाई. मैं बकी कनेक्ट करूँ ना तो मेरा 148 टैग होता है.
It's Penkata. Penkata's still alive.
It doesn't matter. They're 2 versus 5. It's the most cooked.
No way, Icy gets. If Icy gets another Bucky kill,
It's the most cooked.
I will put my face in the cake.
Where's the cake?
30 seconds.
Can we get the cake back up here? Because it's happening. It's a flawless.
Not happening.
Hold
He's
on.
not getting another kill.
It might not be
So
a
he's just gonna die in spawn.
The suspense is pounding.
Any
Don't
second
go towards
now.
that Bucky, buddy.
There will be action.
10 seconds left.
Just stay right here.
Get
It's
your,
nice and
get
safe
your
and
eco
warm.
frags,
10-7.
Tuies, come on.
भाई वो लोग अपना लो बाई जीते हुए. लो बाई से जीतते भाई बहुत सारे ये इजी वाले.
There could have been a
पता
pinch
नहीं.
It wouldn't have counted.
Okay.
वो ऐसे ही एक कोई तो प्लेयर पॉप ऑफ
So
कर
of
जाता है ना
course,
उनका.
EG
वाट लग
winning
जाती
flawless
है.
eco round.
Okay, but look at this. First of all, full blind gets
भाई
the
यही
kill,
सबसे
and then
यही
like
सबसे
go
वो लोग
straight up
निकालते हैं.
into the air to
Bucky
dodge
Bucky
like
से.
that.
I've
देखो
been
भाई हैंग हो
an
गई ये
icy
भी
doubter in the past.
बोलती है
You
कैसा
gotta
किया
be
हुआ है
honest when he's popping. That was a sick round from him.
Potter's face was too funny. She was really saying, damn, we won that? we got another one?
You can read lips
How
like
did
that?
he do that?
She really said capital O colon.
I'm trying to do that in my... Wait, you do O first?
Yeah.
I'm a colon capital O.
It's kind of a crazy maneuver, I'm not going to lie, Mimi. All right, stealth drone. It's getting the space for Pankata to play off, get some A-ramp control. Allowed to
team
put
kill है
some emphasis on the top for sure. Taking it pretty quickly most rounds.
That's gotta hurt.
मनकड़ा भी ये मैप में मचा रहा नहीं है
Hold on, look show.
ये लुक शो देखो ना भाई ये बहुत क्रेजी प्लेयर है रे चैट ये लुक शो हर गेम कंसिस्टेंटली ना नजर ना लगे भाई ऐसे प्लेयर्स होते भाई एक एक सीजन में फुल तोड़ू खेलते लेकिन फिर ना जमापुर हो जाते फिर
What, 2-3 stars put over on the B side? Well, his team's up in heaven, not bad.
Does he try to walk out now with that nebula dropping? This is Zine so far forward.
He wants to so bad.
Evan. Oh my God, brought Derek down to 11 HP with the ball.
They're coming back to split into B. It's an Overalton backside. Tui's gets that kill in mid, and now just sprinting back up into Mail.
This is an awesome pivot, and they've got the Vipers pit down for the post plant into this 4-on-4 with a rolling thunder. Things get scrappy.
Missiles aftershock keep EG from actually playing this one retake.
This round might just be completely cooked from Evil Geniuses. A stun is all they've got.
Bro, वो heaven ult कर देगा सब जमा.
Icy still a nade. I mean, there's something to try and win this with, but they would almost need to get lucky in some way. Missiles, stun in the corner of Luke Show. The nade's coming towards him. Can he live through it? No! Luke Show down to the paint shells. And it's a 4v3, but time is still a critical problem, and Cow and Zine is still fighting. He'll swing forward. Icy on the defuse. Missiles going in. Is it enough? Will it stop the defuse? No! Just in the nick of time, Icy pulls off the defuse. And Loud may have the kills, but EG have the round.
That is wild. Icy getting the paint shell kill with all the utility they threw into the site.
It seemed like that rolling thunder I thought would be enough delay that they would not be able to stick this. It looked like Derek. Yeah, it looked like Derek was ready to sprint in if the timing was off, but he didn't realize he was dipping his toes into the missiles.
What in the world are we watching?
And now the timeout is going to be called.
अरे राडे भूल मत पी भाई.
Crucial moment.
उससे ही एम गंदा हो रहा है तेरा.
How are EG supposed to beat this Loud team with Digizin riding the ball like that?
राडे भूल की वजह से लेट हो रहा है उसका शॉट मिस हो रहा है.
I did not know what you, but I understand now.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
I've never heard anyone say that about Red Bull.
Hit town in Pennsylvania.
This is
मैं नहीं कर रहा भाई किसी को.
rough. My casters don't know what's going on.
Well, in such cases.
I mean, look, Loud, they got no money. They got absolutely nothing. Just Kalanzine saving the rifle.
Do they have that kind of
deep
motion
inside,
that
I
does with the
feel
I don't really
Loud
think
जीत
they've got
जाएगी.
the thrifty motion.
I
Not
want
really
Loud.
about that life,
Is
but
this gonna be another
मेरे confidence
24
आया और
round
वो है
game?
ना.
Is this gonna be the longest
अगले
why would
season
we
में
stop
तो
at
heavy
24
मचा है
rounds?
भाई
Maybe we
एकदम
get another
heavy.
tech pause.
let's get a couple techs. Let's
है
get
भाई
a few
potential
more
वाले
kill
players है.
records.
Kwanzin तो
Throw
इतना
those into the mix.
The
Have a
longer
good
we
time.
go,
खेल रहा है पता नहीं
the more
भाई.
chance people have to get off work, you know, get all the way home.
Kwanzin तो
By
aimer
the
है
time
भाई.
the series for
Level से
qualification
एनर्जी
starts.
देखोगे नहीं यार. अगर लेवल से एनर्जी देखने रुक गया ना तो फिर मैं लग जाएंगे मेरे.
You're not wrong.
कि कल मुझे गांव निकलना है और उसके लिए वीडियोस रेडी करने हैं. 4 दिन में स्ट्रीम नहीं करने वाला तो उसके लिए मेरे को इनफ कंटेंट रेडी करना है तुम लोग के लिए डालना है.
Hold on, they might have that motion.
Poison's off.
All right, waiting for that cloud to drop. Nebula now cycle into mid. Loud pressing forward. They can, well, recover an outlaw.
Unfortunately,
Can't grab
EG
that.
all have heavy, so less exciting. Although I do like EG stepping up into B main now, giving up full control over mid.
It's gonna be a 2v4 though, in this space. Here comes the swing from Loud. Supa, it's 1 for 2.
Motion, inertia, momentum. They've
It's
got
happening.
it on the eco round.
Oh no, look show with the timing up into heaven as well. Derek naded away, can't push the planter like he wanted.
And scan, they're aware, and Luke Show shuts down Nature Rapid who's there.
Crazy,
Oh
भाई.
my
Crazy.
God. That is some
Crazy. Rupper up round.
for Evil Geniuses, possibly the crushing blow for this game. I did like that idea to get 2 players back into B main from them when you called that out. But Loud pivoting the entire
भाई 2 दिन बाद
team into the
एग्जाम है
B
तू
hit.
फीड में क्यों आ रहा है?
Oh, what is
ता मारूंगा ना चुपचाप पढ़ ले.
It's a match with no stakes, but I feel like
YouTube
I'm
बंद कर
watching
दे.
the Bangkok final.
फीड में क्यों आ रहा है तू?
I'm telling you,
फीड में आना बंद कर. अरे हागरे फीड खोल रही क्यों है फिर? टट्टी इंसान.
Literally.
Lower finals.
Literally,
we
bro.
5 maps to be played today. It's a best of 5. I'm losing
They
it.
tricked us. There is actually 2 more.
Check. ये वाली दीवार इतनी
when
खाली
we
है.
had the
Please
turtle
give
cast, right? The
suggestions यहाँ पे
Sentinels
क्या
G2
बोले?
game that didn't mean
तो
anything
सोचो ऐसे ना
at kickoff last
ये लगा
year.
देते, फलिया
It was
लगा
like
देते. फलिया
the
मतलब
muddiest,
सलिया नहीं.
sloppiest games of all
पढ़िया.
time. I feel like these teams are like try-harding
आज
for
मेरा
their
इंटरव्यू है
lives, no?
फिर भी आगासे का स्ट्रीम देख रहा हूँ.
I'm not saying it's clean. I say I
Stop
feel
calling
like
me that
the teams are
word.
the max
You understand?
try-harding.
Definitely. We've seen, yeah, and like we've seen plenty of eco rounds in games of immense
लाइट्स लगाओ. अबे
weight.
लाइट्स बहुत है
Yeah.
भाई रूम में.
So
Pankata is 1 kill away from that series kill record we mentioned. By the way, he's going to do it in a map where he's negative.
It goes to show that when you get 27 kills on map 1 and over 30 on map 2, you're usually setting records.
Yeah.
Or he'll just stay at 13 and in Broncata fashion do the same thing that
आपका
LeBron
underpant
did
क्या है?
earlier this season,
Yes.
where he was going to break 50k points
Zoki.
and needed 1 bucket and couldn't get one, and then just had to get the first kill and then
We gotta give him a free throw versus
हाँ
an
शिल्प बना के उसमें
EG.
कुछ लिखते हैं मसला ये.
LeBron killed someone?
टी-शर्ट्स लगा. नहीं लगा सकते ना वैसा.
I'm like, Malware.
कहाँ पे
it's
रखेंगे?
not
The
a
legend.
video.
That's a crazy allegation.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Well, I sure hope Luxor does not go for the B-lurk this time because Ye got an assist from
भाई
a
डिफेंडर
satchel and
सल्ट
just
बहुत
posted
है.
up in the corner.
बहुत डिफेंडर सल्ट है.
Completely cringing it.
Luke Show? Luke Show? Not this round, please. Oh, he's dead.
गया. लुक शो मरता है ना तो राउंड हार जाते
Well,
देख.
that's one way for EG to swing back after
खुद लटक जा उधर लिखता है.
throwing against
बेशरम
the
चड्डी
The
गरम.
Viper Spit is being used in mid, but it looks like
Bro.
Loud just wants to accelerate after
That ult
losing
is
Lucio
diabolical.
towards B, get through heaven, get into the safe site. Dejazine wrapping back elbow. Fantastic rolling thunder from Nature.
Dejazine went to the moon!
He's back down to earth now and ready
वो
to fight
जेट
against
कहाँ उड़
nature.
गया था चैट.
He's still just waiting in the
Patience
smoke.
है भाई, patience
Spike
से
is
न
not on
टूटेगा.
site. Is Loud gonna try and leave? No, flash into the
Wow.
smoke. DG gets the kill, but EG is closing the gate in main.
Tui's and Dejazine, they know that they have to double face this right now. Is Derek actually going to give them
The
anything?
aftershock.
Aftershock and forces them out, and that's the first. Derek shut down.
Damn भाई.
Ye now, up in heaven, not able to connect on Tui's. Tui's has been lights out, but 61 HP between these two players. Dejazine would have to come up
भाई
big.
अगर गुंडा ने एक भी मार दिया ना तो वो बहुत हो जाएगा. No way.
Icy swings at the perfect time. And puts Tui's in a clutch
गन के पहले
position.
पीक कर लिया वो.
But he cannot stand for it.
Good morning King.
EG. Gap is back down to 2.
There's just that adjustment over on the B side,
पानी
getting
पी के आता
Ray
हूँ.
boosted up onto the box, and it was Luxo this time trying to go for a way quicker timing, getting through the site,
It's
which
'cause
is caught.
He's been going for these very slow lurks and hasn't run into anyone before. So he's
Yeah.
thinking maybe there's a chance to find this big opening, call my team back into me. Fortunately, it just doesn't pay off for him.
And from there,
Nice. Good job.
that EG team and the man advantage just able to collapse onto Loud, trade things out nicely.
You guys want a fun fact?
Okay.
Hit me.
This is the longest series in terms of rounds played that we've had in stage 1 thus
Dude,
far.
imagine being a Lev or NRG fan. You don't know if your team's in playoffs, and you've just been waiting. You're like,
We're letting
EG,
it
how
simmer.
dare you in map 2? How dare you?
All that game is going to be like just the fastest game of the stage. We go from the longest into the quickest game
The
of the
most
stage.
rounds, the least stakes.
All right, dash through from Dejazine. Oh my god. Great kill from Ye, but insta trade from Loud to keep us even at the 4-on-4. Armageddon going to force
Love you,
anybody from
Ginny.
EG back. If they were playing
That's
towards
Inura.
Raptors, Heaven.
Kawa gets a big
Kawa.
one there.
Whoa,
Kawa
whoa,
and
whoa,
Zeke
whoa.
actually finds
Ooh!
Derek!
Excuse me?
Where did those kills come
11-10
from?
भाई ये भी OT.
Pankata, 1v2,
डायरेक्ट कैसे दो मारा भाई?
trying to close this one out.
अभी डायरेक्ट के पास साइड भी
Get
है.
Loud to series point. A walk forward, step made. EG on the double swing. They stay in it.
EG on double digits
बहुत
now.
गंदा पोजीशनिंग किया भाई.
Unbelievable.
भाई ये
Just
3
one
कैसे
off.
मारा हगासे ने?
I like that timing window that EG picked to actually fight into Loud when they were trying to get that spike down. This swing from Derek was really nice.
Bro, how?
Like, stopping them just as they're getting
कैसे
onto the
भाई?
site.
उधर ही round हार गए.
That was nice from Derek.
And you can see how much it means to them to get this a win right now.
He is locked in. Now Loud, they've got, it's an FPX buy on round 22.
उनको higher seed मिलेगा क्या चैट ये जीतने पे? I guess.
But yeah,
इसलिए
look,
भाई इतना
Digit's
pump
got
है वो.
knives. They're still trying to play this one out. Have enough for the next. So
Oh, rocket for Icy. Doesn't find a connection. Super with the shorty.
Whoa, go back to B Heaven though, because Ye stepped up on this. Drone will see him. Now in a 1-on-2. And Loud don't look to be slowing down anytime soon. That is a gorgeous shot out of Ye. He's gonna fall back, group with his team.
आयुष भाई आज स्कूल जाना पड़ेगा.
They lost the
जाना
big
फिर?
in all of the chaos here.
Already मिल चुका है.
But EG are looking for a mid pinch too, with 2 players moving to vents.
Get the spike to Pancata, teleport to A. Whoa, do it. No, or just plant.
Way too
or,
dang.
or just plant on B.
Still going to be a tough post plant to navigate here.
Oh, the pinch is about to punish Luxio though.
He's
Can't
not
be
looking
sticking
for
around
it.
for this. No, sir, he's
क्यों
down.
नहीं expect किया
In
वो
hell
ऐसा?
though, Pancata still yet to find his record. Here's his chance to do it. With a round win to boot. One player
लिया
above
उसको
him.
बेचारे
He's
को.
crossed up, trying to find a shot, and he just
1v3,
is
11
unable
11
to.
हो गया भाई.
Dewey's now.
11 हो
1v3,
गया
and that task is
भाई.
too difficult as well.
Oh, we have cursed
Crazy.
them for talking.
Oh dear.
Getting fed this information about the kill record, we have cursed.
The same thing happened in map 1 once we said 27. And now it's 11 to 11. All of a sudden, we're looking at, okay, yeah, Loud, they went for the half buy this time around, so they're gonna have it again. But it's just back over and over.
All right, that was just the half buy from Loud. They
But
just
it was-
used the knives.
Three
and they get
rifles
the,
and the
yeah, yeah.
knives, that's a real round.
I'm just saying, but they get the spike down. Now they're going to have the big buy. They've got the Rolling Thunder. They have the tools.
Now the 73rd round of this series with no stakes.
Say that again for me.
The 73rd round of EG
With no
Loud.
stakes.
It's a vegan series of Valor who've got no stakes.
That's strike 3.
No.
You're out of
Yeah,
here.
you're out. Where's Riv? Bring Riv in here.
Oh my word.
All right, lock in. Big
Lord.
round here.
All right. It's a big round.
तो ये कितने बजे उठोगे कितने बजे? अभी सोऊंगा 11 बजे तक उठूंगा.
They have 11 rounds. They're using the Rolling Thunder. They're getting into the B site for free. All of the util is down. Can they get the spike down? EG have rotated quickly.
It's going to be a 5v5 retake in EG. They've already flooded in. Icy spots one on new box,
Bro.
and it's all traded out.
GG हो गया ये.
EG up by 1. But a
3v2 है,
flank
flank
coming
भी एक
in.
आ रहा है.
Soup was working on that lurk. And Loud need to get the spike down.
Fanzin पे ult है.
We'll be able to hear this. And Soup's gonna make his move.
Spike planted.
He won't
After all
expect.
falling,
Okay, never mind.
Superman.
1v3.
That's 1. Cuts it down to Pancata, still yet to find his record. He's got it. Now he wants the round, but Derek again, the man to deny. EG, match point.
Just look at how regimented these retakes are on
अच्छा भाई, what do you
from
think?
Evil
अब
Geniuses. They're
आप जो
so
अभी लाइफ
good.
स्पेंड कर
All
रहे
right,
हो,
Loud, enjoy.
ये अच्छी
You
है
can get
या
into
फिर
the
अगर
site
जॉब
for
कर रहे
free.
होते तो
You
वो
can
अच्छी
waste
होती.
all of your utility. You can go get the spike down, and then we are going to drop a
लाइफ तो
bomb
कोई भी
onto
रहती
you
तो
with
अच्छी होती
everything
भाई.
you've got with this comp. Clear out every single position.
EG have won 4 retakes in a
लेकिन
row.
अभी जो जी रहा हूँ वो तो भाई मेरा सपना था भाई.
And now with 1 round to
तो ये
make
तो
it all
अल्टीमेट
on
है. अभी
for
जो मैं जी
Loud.
रहा हूँ.
Sure, we're setting records, but at what cost?
I mean, also just
तो
poetic that he's broken
I
the
won't
record
deny,
of
bro.
Osphos, a duo
I
that
enjoy
won a
this
world
work. I
championship
love this.
together,
I
has
love this
taken the
life.
crown.
Touch wood भाई.
Lads going back to B.
And Ye's in his favorite spot. He loves
look at
this
Dubai, भाई.
corner. Used to be on the chamber with the free out. He doesn't think he needs it anymore. Dodging the flash, but he is seen. Louder moving into him quickly. And he's in the midst of it all. 1 kill, traded back quickly, but Super is still in the backup site.
Okay,
Trades
1
back
for
and
1,
forth.
good.
It's a 3-on-3 in the post.
Drone coming in for the retake. Talonzine going up towards heaven. Icy's here. Icy
भाई
gets
को
the kill.
काय को थ्रो किया
Now
भाई
Luke Show, the rookie,
भाई कौन
and
सी
Tui's
क्या डिसीजन था ये
to try and
उसका
take
बूम बोट
this
उधर अटक
game
गया
to
है वाओ
overtime. Extends already our longest series of the stage.
hell nah
Tap on the spike. Missiles flash for EG, the
EG,
double swing in heaven.
Hut.
EG!
Hut
It
bhai.
took the longest game, but they get their win heading into playoffs. They send Loud out with a 0-5 record on the stage.
They rally back with 5 excellent retakes in a row to close out Split. At one point on Pearl, they were
भाई
down
भाई एक बात सुनो अभी
12-10.
मेरी बात सुनो कान खोल के विषय ऐसा है कि मैं 24 तक या मे बी हाँ 24 को भी स्ट्रीम नहीं होगी तो 25 तक तो 21 से लेके 22, 23, 24 3 दिन स्ट्रीम नहीं होगी 25 को मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली स्ट्रीम होगी ठीक है उसके बीच में एक वीडियो ज़रूर आएगी एंड आई एम सॉरी एक ही वीडियो बन पाई है दैट्स दैट थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग अगले वीकेंड वो प्लेऑफ्स चालू होंगे तो प्लेऑफ्स तो अपन मिस नहीं करेंगे बैक टू बैक वॉच पार्टीज रहेंगी एंड या कूल दैट्स इट थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग होप यू गाइस एंजॉयड व्लॉग लाइंड अप है वैलोरेंट का वीडियो लाइंड अप है एंड ट्यूटोरियल भी लाइंड अप है सो ये चीज़ें आएंगी ये 3-4 दिनों में थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग आई कैच यू गाइस इन नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम टिल देन बाय बाय take this race and Khelraay Gaming Wadi channel of Indian Economic Times. Bye.